Pulled up to Calabasas, ready for war, I might turn to a savage. I just showed up with the crew, we the baddest. You just showed up like you might need some practice. You going down for the count, it's going down tonight. I do it all for my family, you do it all for the likes. I hear that bell and I'm ready to fight. Turn me up, turn me up, turn me up. They want the belt, they don't work enough. Don't mess around, end up hurting them. I say the wrong thing, make it personal. You say the wrong thing, I might hurt them all.
Yeah, what's up, fam? Welcome to a very special episode of Calabasas Fight Companion. We are joined by the pound for pound best fighter on planet Earth over there. The most entertaining man on the planet. His music, no shade here at all. His music is fire. It is my brother from a very, very pretty mother.
Thank you. And
Yes.
Also not thank you. Don't talk about my mom like that.
Well, you don't want to call her. I don't want to say from a very, heavy mother. You want.
Let's restart. I wasn't feeling good. Let's restart.
Let's do it. Let's redo this intro. But
You ever get nervous doing this live?
No, I've been doing it so long, and I think the stakes. Don't get me wrong, they're high, but it's not like a stake like doing a Rogan companion where there's like 10 million listeners, and I came up on that platform, so it's like. With him and I think I'm the only one. Rogan had to work and had to cancel the companion. Was like, can you just do it for me? Can you host it? So I sat in his chair. I forget who else was on the show. I was like filling in for him, and that felt like pressure. So
he wasn't even there for a show?
No, he was like, hey, dude, I forget
That's
what
how
happened.
you know you're running shit, bro.
I forget what happened. He's like, hey, why don't you do it? I'm like, what?
Okay, I got to go count my money.
I think it's the only time anybody's ever filled in for Rogan. You know how when Ellen misses, like when Ellen used to miss back in the day, and then you tune in, it's like, I don't know, like Howie Mandel. Everyone's like, oh, okay, well, it's not Ellen, That's how I felt.
Were you more nervous about the Rogan takeover or you fighting in the UFC?
Fighting the UFC. Like this, whatever, you flub some words and you mess up, it's all good, baby. It's like in the UFC, you get knocked out in your underwear in front of millions of people. Those are some dark days, and you get half your pay.
Do you ever have random thoughts while you're in there, or you just like fight?
Really? Oh, yeah, especially early on. I remember it was one of the biggest fights ever. I remember I saw Hulk Hogan. I remember I was looking, I'm like, holy shit, that's the Hulkster, man. I was like, oh, I better.
You got distracted by Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, Hulk Hogan.
That's
yeah,
so
Hulk
funny.
Hogan, yeah. Yeah. I was like, man, this is the
Did you win or
Hulkster.
lose?
I won that one.
Let's
That was
go.
against Gabriel Gonzaga, against the Hulkster. Now, Ryan Garcia canceled on us. The King himself canceled on us. Not his fault. It's a flight issue. We thought he'd be making it on time, but I sent out the bat signal. And I don't know if you know who's filling in from in this chair for Ryan Garcia, but he is the greatest 135er to ever walk this earth. It is Dominick Cruz. There couldn't be a better fill-in. So Dom, when Ryan canceled, I text Dom like, "Yo, I don't know if because he's an analyst for the UFC. He's currently he's not retired yet, but maybe has one more. But he's one of the top analysts for the UFC. So I figured he's maybe working. Maybe they flew him out to Jersey to work the desk or something like that." And I was like, yo, where are you at? He's like, San Diego. I'm like, dude, how fast is your car? He's like, why? I'm like, because you got about 2 hours if you could get to come do the fight companion with me. He's like, say less.
Really?
I'm like, what? Really? You're in? He's like, yeah, dude. I'll see you soon. And text me just him on the road just flying. So he'll be here. I'll probably come about 20 minutes after the hour here. But
good. I'd love to teach him a little bit about the sport. And
yeah, dude, please do. Feel free to just teach him some technique because he likes that too. He's not prickly at all. But he's probably one of the best minds in the game as well.
Hey, so I'm gonna to be honest, when he gets here, I'm gonna pretend like I really know everything about this sport.
Yeah.
And everything he says, I'm gonna disagree with.
Yeah, man.
I don't agree with you.
You know what I like, George? I like for the entertainment value. There couldn't be a worse guy to do it with. He's the best, but he's no bullshit type of dude.
But dude,
man.
I'm gonna keep such a straight face. Like
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, he's great.
You're gonna be like,
great combos. I was like, nah.
You should be like, I think you're off on this. He's a little slow tonight, Dom.
Yeah, I don't think his combos are good. I think McDonald's has better combos than that.
He's the perfect guy for the gig because last night, and I was actually there. I just flew in. One championship had Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse, who's the GOAT, pound for pound GOAT. So he fought last night. And tonight is the championship fight for bantamweight at 135 with Aljamain Sterling and Henry Cejudo. So there's not a better guy in the world to break this down for us.
I actually want to ask some questions because maybe some of your viewers have no idea. Why is everybody pound for pound the best? Every time I hear somebody's name,
well,
it's
hold
pound
on
for
now.
pound the best.
No,
pound for pound, and that's the words. And by the way, when you hear pound for pound, you can't argue because the pounds have been weighed.
Well, yeah, it's like ranking superheroes. Like they're not. It's not real. It's not a real list. No one.
What? So the guy who beat up Conor, not pound for pound.
Khabib.
Yeah.
There's a debate. That's the problem. There's a debate. So my pound for pound, if you want to go down this road,
I would love
George,
to. Let's go.
Okay, my pound for pound number one be John Jones, just because of
I mean,
level of difficulty. He's actually undefeated, and also he fights at a higher weight class. So his margin for error is so much smaller. 'Cause if he zigs when he should have zagged, he gets knocked out. Mighty Mouse, you can say it. Mighty Mouse, Khabib, they have a little more room to have some errors and not get finished. John, you look at his resume, it's nuts. And how many times he defended the belt. So Khabib, he just didn't do it long enough. He so dominant though, most dominant guy we've ever had, but didn't do it long enough like a John Jones. And then Mighty Mouse been doing it for a hot second, and then defending titles in the UFC, defending titles in one championship. He's a savage, man.
Who controls this computer?
Chin,
Can I see Mighty Mouse?
Yeah.
great dude, great dude.
As a human being or a fighter?
As a human being, yeah,
that's nice.
really good person.
Oh, okay.
You know this guy, right?
Yes.
Badass.
So Mighty Mouse,
Why do they call him Mighty Mouse?
you know, he's Mighty Mouse. You know the cartoon Mighty Mouse? You're probably too young for Mighty Mouse.
How old are you?
40. I grew up on Mighty Mouse.
Really? Is that? I'm guessing it's Mickey Mouse.
No, dude, Mickey Mouse some trash. It's Mickey Mouse for hoes. No,
Wait. There's a different mouse that was popular.
dude, but Mighty Mouse could actually kick ass. You know, how Mickey's like all woke now, like, hey, look at me or whatever.
Well, let's. I'm gonna retract from his statement because Disney owns everything. Okay.
Oh, dude, I've had my issues with Disney, dude.
You can't even say their name right. They legally took it from
I
your
can't.
mouth.
Yeah, they'll charge me every time I say it.
I am a huge fan of Disney.
I like the
I
park.
go to Disney twice a year, and I spend tons of money there.
Dude, I'm a season ticket holder. Okay, I have a season pass. I got kids.
Because you have kids.
Yeah, they love it.
Yeah, but I'm an adult. Just going.
If you have a season pass as an adult, you pedophile, right?
No, not true.
Again, not
Don't
true.
put me in that fucking box.
So that's Mighty Mouse. He was a badass.
this is a
He actually
different-
kicked ass, but that looks like Demetrius Johnson. That's why I said because he's small and
He's
like
a
super
small guy,
powerful.
yeah. Small and powerful, yeah. Pretty much.
Small.
Because
Powerful.
Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson's small, so they call him Mighty Mouse. But he fought last night. I was live in Broomfield, Colorado. Dude, the one championship event, I'm sure I'll talk about it with Dom too, but that one championship event, unreal. Like the card finishes. Gets to the main event, we're like, here we go. It's a trilogy fight. They both have one win over each other. I'm like, here we go. Not fireworks. It was a very tactical fight, but not exciting. It was like, oh.
When was this?
It was last night. I just got back in town. It was in my hometown in Denver.
Nothing's worse than a boring fight.
My problem with that, it's tough because it's really tactical, but I think what the rest of the card was unreal, dude. Like finish, knockout, submission, finish, nonstop. And then you get to the main event, you're like, oh, dude, here we go. And then that was the one that was lackluster. It's just, and it's late too. Like, damn, I'm tired now.
Watching fights and watching like human beings cheer on another human being to beat the shit out of another human
Weird.
being. It's not only weird, but it reminds me like we're half doing it. Back in the day, they waited until the person died. Now
Like
I just feel like we're
gladiators?
half-assing it.
Yeah, agree.
You know what I mean? Like the champion's the champion because he still has a beating heart.
True. You want to go back to those Roman gladiator days where like
Yeah.
Caesar would be like,
Yeah.
you remember that?
Yeah.
I'd be the nicest ever. Like, dude, the stakes are bullshit because he gives everybody thumbs up. Like, oh, what can you do, man?
There was no
It's nice.
unanimous decision. They both died.
No.
Do you have to be bald to have a microphone?
Wow, yeah, that's a good point. They are all lost their hair.
You know-
Don't they say it's a high it's a high testosterone thing, right? Rogan's looking
It
lean.
is, yeah.
Rogan looks like he's lost some lbs.
Are you saying that because he's your friend?
No, he's usually like he probably wouldn't like me saying that. He's usually like beefier. He looks like he's leaning out. Now, Bilal Muhammad, he's a Middle Eastern brother of yours.
You know he looks like French Montana.
A little
He
bit.
does, yeah.
He looks like he's about to drop a guy and a beat at the same time.
This dude is a
His groundwork is insane.
Yeah. He's a savage, and he's also a guy who he's like the hardcores want him to get the next title shot. So next title shot is Colby Covington and Leon Edwards, but most people think the winner of Gilbert Burns and Bilal Muhammad should get the title shot because they both deserve it. Especially Bilal is on like what, an 8-fight win streak, something like that, Chen, right?
I think.
Oh, you got some no cards.
I have no cards, dude. So
Oh,
like when
wow.
I got
You
invited to
came
this,
prepared, dude.
yeah, the first question I had was first of all like, why me? But then I was like, you know what? No,
I love you.
I'm gonna
you're great. But also, like these. Don't get me wrong. Like when it's like if it's other comics and if it's fighters, and it depends. Sometimes fighters, sometimes comics, they get tense here, and I have to do all the heavy lifting, and it's just like, ugh.
No, bro, not
I want to
me.
have fun.
Not me,
with
bro.
you. You can
Hour
go.
early,
You can
and
go.
I got my
You did come
fucking
an hour
notes.
early. I was
Always,
like,
bro.
they go, hey, George's here already. I go, why?
I thought people were gonna be here. I was very
No,
wrong.
respect.
I actually started touring his studio with his neighbors he's never met.
Yeah. Hopefully the guy's cool.
Yeah, and if he steals your shit, it's not mine.
Yeah, I get it.
So I went down when I got the call. I immediately went and I watched each one of these fighters and how they fought.
Okay.
So
you did some research.
all of them. I watched all their fights.
You got some questions?
No questions. I'm gonna let you know who my picks are.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
For the main card?
Yeah.
Let's see if we agree on these.
Okay, so check us out. But let's start in order, right? With Jessica and Jan.
Jan? Yep.
So this is, again, I don't fucking watch UFC too much.
But you looked into it?
But I'm good at reflecting shit.
Okay,
So when
what
I
do
was
you got?
reflecting these two fighters, I think that Jess is going to win, and I'll tell you why. I think she has great hands, and she's dangerous with guillotines.
Yeah.
Jan has great combos, but from watching her, I don't think there's power behind them. She has good kicks, and she's very aggressive, but she has no ground game.
And Jessica can hit. Jessica can hit. I dig that. So you're taking Jessica?
I'm taking Jessica on that one.
Jen, is Jess, let's see, compare this. Is Jess a slight favorite?
I think she is.
She is now.
Yeah. Now he probably moved the line.
A lot of people are like, I understand that Middle Eastern
Like,
guy.
it makes sense, dude. Yeah. If you go against Bilal Muhammad, though, you'll be catching some heat.
Oh, I did. He's not winning tonight.
Oh, wow. You think Gilbert? See, this
Gilbert's
where we
gonna
disagree.
beat his shit.
Oh, we disagree with this
I'll
one.
tell you why. I think he has better hands.
He has more power, I'd say.
I think he has better hands now because he's been working on his hands, and I think they're better. And on top of that, I think if it goes to the ground, it's done.
Fair point. If it goes to the ground with his jiu-jitsu, it'd be a long day in the office.
Dude, I'm doing pretty
no,
fucking
so-
good,
Yeah,
right?
you're doing really well.
I'm doing pretty good.
Jan Chanel is like there's like 3 different ones here.
Well, one's over under the rounds, and then so Jessica Andrade is a minus 170. She's the favorite. Bilal Muhammad, I think, is the best pick on the card. Is a plus 130. So slight dog. Gilbert Burns is minus 150. So Gilbert Burns, this will be his third time fighting in 4 months? Something nuts. And he fought 3 weeks ago.
See, he wants the smoke.
Yeah, nuts. What are you laughing at, Jen?
No, it's just it's very soon.
Yeah.
Who do you think's gonna win the main card?
The main event. So I like your pick so far.
Do you want to hear mine before I encourage yours decision?
Go ahead, bud.
Sterling.
Why Sterling? It's even money right now, minus 110. So
I think his ground game is way stronger.
Yes, especially if you get your back.
So I think what he's gonna do is try to take him to the ground because
But hold on. before
Henry
you say
has
that-
a really fast right hand from what I've been watching.
Yeah.
And so I don't think he's gonna want to outbox him.
Little cat. Little. Can I just put a little post this note? Post a note on there.
Thank you for asking. No.
And you're like, absolutely not. I'll take it from here. Henry Cejudo, gold medalist in the Olympics wrestling.
No, that's totally fine, but he's not beating him. You know why?
No, I
Because when
agree.
he touches the paper.
I'm picking Aljo, but I don't. But it's gonna be tough to take him down. I think Aljo's gonna have to somewhere in the transition of Cejudo maybe take him down or attempt to take down, get his back. But it's gonna be tough to get Cejudo down, dude. But if anybody can do it,
there's something about this, bro. And listen, I've been doing this for quite some time. It's been
12 minutes.
It's been an hour.
12 minutes.
No, I really think.
It's not bad, dude.
Right, for somebody who just kind of whipped this together.
But you know what I appreciate? You actually put some effort in and looked into it.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm here to perform.
Yeah, we've had some people on. They're like, so is Canelo on this? You're all,
Wait, he is fighting today, though.
He is fighting. Yeah, he always fights Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo. He always fights.
Well, it's not Cinco de Mayo.
I know, but he fights that weekend. Like, that's the Mexican Super Bowl.
Are you
right?
Mexican?
No, everyone thinks I am, though. Life would be easier if I was.
Wait, you're
Would
not
it?
Mexican?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, dude.
Tell your face that, bro.
What's up?
You look
dude.
Mexican. You look like an Italian guy that's trying to be Mexican.
Yeah. No,
Are you Italian?
Splash of Italian, mainly
What the
German.
fuck are
Dude,
you?
I'm German, right?
Okay.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch? German. Then my mama, born and raised in England, 50% English.
Are you sure?
Promise, man. Unless the 23andMe's lying to me.
Wasn't your special called Gringo Papi?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Gringo Papi.
Comes after Mexicans and Disney. I don't know if I should be on this program anymore.
Yeah, and I go hard in the paint. So this one's interesting because it's Crone Gracie, who's the great Gracie, right? So Gracie started. It's the Gracie family, the Jiu-Jitsu legacy. Gracie, Crone Gracie.
Who's this guy?
This is the guy that is fighting.
Charles Jourdain.
Yeah, Charles Jourdain.
This is the next fight?
This is the start of the main card. This is the first fight in the main card. It's Kron Gracie, who's a straight grappler, versus Charles Jourdain, who's a straight striker.
How come I didn't?
I'll tell you right, the night, let's say Dom shows up an hour late, all good. George is here. Let's say none of my picks are right, all good. My boy Matt Steamroller Favrola won, dude.
Awesome, man.
Beat Drew Dober, which is a huge win.
Yeah, you
saw it before.
You were excited about that.
Stoked. I wanted to get that win. Good dude. Really good dude. Mm-hmm. So our boy Charles Jourdain's coming off 2 losses here. Shane Burgos, nothing to hang your head about. Nathaniel Wood. All right. Yeah, this is typical. This is like old school UFC. You got a straight grappler versus straight striker. It's like whoever implements their game plan better is going to get the win. But for Kron Gracie, Casey Chin, did you guys watch him?
He's the grappler, I'm guessing, yeah?
He's a striker.
He's the striker?
Yeah.
Got you.
Did you see the embeddeds and like the countdowns?
Yeah.
Like Kron's
Cejudo, right?
Kron's not messing around.
No, he's
but
not.
even in the press conference, 10 questions, maybe 40 seconds of answers. Nope. Yeah, he's like angry. He's like a chip on his shoulder.
Have you seen him with the Cejudo? When they were signing the...
He just doesn't he doesn't play games.
Yeah, so Cejudo thought he hated Cejudo.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah. But he's like, he's a weight cut, so he understands why he's like being a little difficult, being like kind of mess up towards Cejudo. But yeah, I don't know.
And so, just so you know, George, so Kron Gracie hasn't fought since 2019, so he's taking 3 years off. In his last fight, so he's undefeated, then fought Cub Swanson, who's an absolute savage. Mm-hmm. He decided to stand with Cub Swanson, and his striking is not his forte, right? He's a jiu-jitsu phenom. But he decided to stand with Cub Swanson and got pretty beat up.
Bro, I'm having such a brain fart, and I'm really bad with names, but there's an Assyrian UFC fighter.
Assyrian?
It starts with a B. I don't know why I'm oh my God. Thank you.
Oh.
One more time for me?
Benil Dariush.
Why is
savage.
Why aren't they not promoting him more?
That's a good question, and it shouldn't work like this, but he's super religious. So
I knew they're crippling him because he loves Jesus.
It's not that. It's just like it's hard to explain because his resume is phenomenal. And he's fighting Charles Oliveira next.
Well, why does his views matter? Everybody goes up there and shares their God.
I agree, but you know what happens is like he's such a savage. He's trained with monster, but he gets a win. They give him like who do you want next? He's like, I don't care. All glory to God. I'm like, no, we got that.
He's not playing the game.
He doesn't play the game. He doesn't care. So he's not asking for a title shot. He does not care. He's like, whoever God wants me to fight next is like, I know, but
so that's business that they're coming after. But what about the sport of being an actual good athlete? Does that not say enough?
See, and a purist would agree with you. So it's the same reason why Muhammad should be getting the title shot. He shouldn't even have to fight Gilbert Burns. He should have the title shot. But he's another guy and he's different. He's entertaining, speaks well. I don't understand him. But they're giving another guy in Colby Covington. I don't know if you know Colby Covington, who's like super pro Trump, talks all the shit. But it's all like WWE style. Because off air, the nicest guy ever. Works his ass off. Great person. Put a camera on him, he turns into this guy you're not going to like.
So they want to promote people that are selling tickets. That's not a bad thing.
No, it's because, remember, it's also entertainment.
So wait, how come nobody came up to him and been like, hey, man, we really love your views, but do you mind calling somebody out first and then going?
You know why? Because he's like, no, that's not in my nature. Which I love. And
which
I
also
think
they should have to respect because that's his style of fighting.
I think they respect it, and they gave him a huge fight in Charles Oliveira. They respect it, but there's other guys who are going to jump over you that might have more Instagram followers or a bigger YouTube following.
I watched a clip of Dana White saying he doesn't care. He doesn't like it when people think he's God. He's like, listen, it's not what they're here to watch. So would you say he has like a vendetta against people that do that?
I just think he knows that for the majority of the fight, like fan base, unfortunately, he's like, call somebody out and tell me you're going to rip their head off. I don't like it either. But it's just the nature of the game. Like, it became this very WWE-ish, like, fake call-out. Because Conor did it, but it was natural to Conor. It's in his DNA.
They want everybody to be clones of Conor, but there's no Conor right now.
There will never be another Conor. But there's guys that feel like, oh, well, Conor has all this fame and got all these title shots and all these privileges, so let's do what he does. But it's not natural to him, and the fan base can smell it a mile away.
So they're punishing people like him.
Not punish him, because if he beats Charles Oliveira, he's getting the next title shot. He just has to win his next one. But he should have, your boy, Dariush. Beneil Dariush. He just has to win his next one. He'll get the title shot. They just make
How
it.
old is he though? Is he getting up in age?
Dariush?
Yeah.
He is.
He's been in the sport for a hot second.
Because, bro, I've been hearing about Dariush for
He's
such a long
He's
time.
33.
And he deserves so much more respect than what he's getting.
Oh, dude.
And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Syrian. Like, I'm only speaking up because I'm a Syrian. I feel like I have to do my due diligence with this guy. This guy needs more love.
Yeah,
And
but
Everyone in the MMA community loves him, but the promotion doesn't like give him the chance.
I'll fucking promote.
he's
I'll
been-
do the
he's been
promoting.
killing it.
You know who
No.
he wants to fight next? Dana White.
yeah. No, he
Just start starting up shit for him.
he's just one of those guys where it's like their path is different. Like some guys get catapulted into stardom because they talk the talk and they back it up a little bit. And UFC's like, we can make money off this.
Yeah.
With Beneil, all the skill sets. First of all, world-class jiu-jitsu player, world-class striker, granite chin,
Strong chin, bro. Oh, my
stupid
God.
chin. He gets hit and he just sees red
Doesn't
and
faze
he's like
him.
a bull, dude.
Yeah.
He's a knockout artist.
Yeah.
He's just missing the other X factor that unfortunately in 2023 the UFC promotes more of that than. To be honest, you have to become undeniable, and that's what if he wins this
I
next
feel
one.
like he is. I mean, he hasn't lost yet, correct?
No, he has. He's lost
He has
before,
lost.
but
Nah,
but he
that
hasn't
didn't
lost in a
count.
hot second. Look at those, dude.
No,
Look,
no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins. He beat Tony Ferguson. He's
Where are you
beat
looking
monsters.
at? Oh, okay, got you. Sorry.
The Greens wins,
I was looking up here.
It's all good, dude.
So many screens.
but he's become undeniable because he wins this next one, and they're gonna have to give it to him, especially at 55.
yeah, but that's
But it's
fucking.
the
he
same
has to
thing.
take a long road.
It's the hardest road. But he's taking the right road because the other thing is, by the time he gets there, he knows in his heart of heart he's beat all the challengers. Anybody else can come get it. He's gonna be truly the
And
champ.
then people are gonna have to come to him.
Correct. And it's not like some of these other guys that don't deserve a title shot. They happen to get it, but they don't keep it long. By the time Dariush gets it, he's gonna hang on to it because he's walked the fire.
Let's
you know
go,
what I'm saying?
Darush, bro.
But Dariush and also
I want to be
Bilal Muhammad.
if you do a fight companion.
100%.
I want to be here for that.
Yeah, you better buy his fucking shirt.
I actually have them all,
That makes sense.
I don't have them all.
You have a fight kit?
but I'm gonna start wearing all of his merch.
Great dude, man.
Bro, I remember when I was in like Arizona, bro. Like he put Assyrians on his back, dude. Everybody who like Assyrians didn't like. They're not in the top of all of these sports.
No.
And so when we
You
have
guys don't
one
have a
that's
lot
doing
of
so
guys.
well,
Yeah.
we're getting
Rally
so
around
aggravated he's
him.
not getting his love.
But the Syrians rally around him, though? Is he big in the community there?
Assyrians?
Yeah.
I mean, he's like the king, bro.
He's the guy, right?
I mean, well, yeah, he's the guy who's putting everybody on
yeah,
the back.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's nobody else.
Assyrian wise?
Yeah.
No. But also, I agree that nobody else, not even Assyrian wise, could take him out right now.
No, he's a monster. Yeah, he matches up well with Charles Oliveira. He should get it done. But let me ask you this: like in with Syrians and
Assyrians.
Syrian,
There's Syrians, and then Assyrians.
Assyrians,
And we're
he-
Assyrian.
You're Assyrian.
Yeah.
And the religion. Why is the religion there? It would be Christian.
Yeah,
it's
we
not-
actually
and it's
spoke
not
the
Muslim.
language Jesus
it's,
spoke.
It's not Muslim.
No.
N-
We
but
were
it's the- it's
Jewish
the-
before Jewish people were
Forgive
Jewish.
my ignorance, but
Yeah,
please
no worries,
educate
no
me.
worries, no worries.
Why is that part of the world not Muslim? Because the surrounding areas are Muslim, correct?
So our like heritage goes all the way to Abraham. So when Abraham was like an Assyrian in Babylon. So like when Jonah went to go save the Assyrians. So the guy that got eaten by the big fish
Yeah.
was to save the Assyrians. The Assyrians grew to be in the Jewish family, and that's why our alphabets are the same.
Oh, word.
And then so when Jesus came, there was like a split. Some people decided to still become Jews, and then some people found him to be the God, and so they became Christians.
In that part of the world, is it the only Christian?
We don't have a country anymore. Yeah, we're just kind of couching it on other people's countries.
Yeah, just
right
kind of
now.
crashing.
Yeah.
Just crashing on people's couches. Christian crap.
But you throw a Christian in
Crashing.
the party, bro. I mean, a Christian. You throw a Syrian in the party, we'll get it started, bro.
You get it started.
Very.
Alcohol free. You get it started though.
I just don't like alcohol, bro. People drink to have confidence. I feel like I have too much confidence. You know what I mean? Like if I drink, I'll just become an asshole.
No, well, some people drink to have confidence, and some people just drink because they enjoy.
Have problems.
Some have problems with it, or some people they're real shy, so yeah, like it gives them confidence.
Like
So-
you.
I'm super shy.
You're
dude.
very shy.
Dude, I'm not. I'm such an introvert, dude. I see girls, like my hands get sweaty. I just can't. Or I'm an alcoholic. I just love the flavor.
Who do you got on this fight?
Crone's my guy. It's not going great for him, but I'm hoping Crone wins.
And is Crone Gracie?
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at that, bro.
From the Gracie family, his dad.
Hey, question.
His
Venom,
dad's
the movie,
greatest
was out like
Gracie.
at least 4 years ago. Why are they still on their pants? How much money did they have?
What movie?
Venom. Isn't that Venom on his
dude,
butt?
God bless you. So when you talk about fighting, it's like me talking about Christianity. So
Is that not the movie?
no, Venom is a brand of gear for combat sports.
That's so
and it's spelled
funny, dude.
different. It's spelled VENUM, and it's a French brand.
In my defense, I can't read, and they're moving a lot. So
I
that's
agree.
even-
And the logo, when
that's
it's black
even
and white,
harder.
looks like Venom, the movie that has Tom Hardy in it.
It does. And
I agree.
I was like,
I
man,
can
they
see
had
how
a
you can
really
use
big
that.
budget for that movie, bro. Let's keep going.
Like, man, is there part 3 coming out? Prime all over.
Available in Walmart now.
Yep. I knew Logan's gonna make money on that because my son's soccer team, like the certain parents have to bring snacks and drinks for the games, and they're like their 8th game, and I brought fucking like High C and Capri Suns. When I was a kid, Capri Suns were lit, dude. If I had a Capri Sun, they need to make them bigger. First of all,
Was that the one
it's
with the
the
pouch?
silver pouch, and you poke
I
the
still
straw.
drink that.
Who doesn't? It's cool.
You gotta respect the pouch.
Yeah, but dude,
not
they're so
respecting the pouch
small.
anymore.
They're so small. It's a disaster. So I brought Capri Suns because I'm an awesome guy. These kids were like, "Where's the prime?" My son was like, "God damn it!" I'm like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, that's another level."
He
like
tapped into the market.
When kids are like, "Where's the prime, you son of a bitch?" I'm like, "You're 7." I was like, "Oh, he's making all the money now." It's like,
Do you remember when they made the big pouches though? Do you remember that? The Capri Sun.
are you
It was
bullshit me right now,
Bro,
They
you-
came out with bigger pouches. Are you fucking with me?
no. I think they like discontinued them. But if you look it up, like, now
If
feel
you
like,
tell me Dunkaroos come in a bigger bag, I'm gonna freak out.
could you look up Capri Sun big pouch? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at
Sun,
it. Yeah.
Capri Sun extra large pouch, bonus pouch.
What? There it is.
Dude, did that say discontinued? No,
Told you,
Capri
bro.
Sun big,
Told you, bro.
game changer. 330 milliliters.
They discontinued.
Oh, mother. But we've discontinued the big pouches.
I love how there's these 2 grown men like risking their lives.
And we're talking
and
about Capri Suns. Welcome to Fight Companion. Dude, Capri Sun went big because everyone was complaining. It was the same thing when I was a kid. I loved those oatmeal pies. But they
What?
were like this big.
Oatmeal pies?
Yeah.
Is that a breakfast thing?
It was a little Debbie.
Is it a sweet or?
It's
like,
a sweet. It's like 2 soft oatmeal cookies with ice in the middle.
Oh,
but
gotcha, gotcha.
they're this big, dude. So when I was a bigger kid, my mom put one. I'm like, "Mom, what are you doing, man? You're wasting my time." And I'm like, "Put at least 2 to 3 in."
Oh, for your lunch?
She'd buy a box. So they were like, "Say less. We hear you, little fat boy."
Oh,
And they
yeah.
dude,
My
they
school
make
used
the
to give these
big
out to
boys.
kids.
Oh, dude. You get that middle, that sweet, soft nectar in the middle, bro. Game changer.
My mom was the type of mom that would overpack for me.
God
Like, I
bless her.
barely ate, and she would like overpack. And so what I did is I always was in trouble in school. Always, like I was always in suspension. Like in our,
Weird.
like,
I don't feel like you're like the troublemaker.
I just talked
Were you
a lot.
religious back then too?
no, I wasn't gathering people, being like, let's all turn to James and recess.
I feel like
Dude, no,
fellas,
dude.
gather around.
Let us break
You started.
bread.
They're like, hey, they call your mom like, we feel like George is starting a cult. here."
My mother's
It's
like, it's already
troublesome.
started 2,000 years ago.
and he's luring them in with big pouch Capri Suns.
No, I used to get in trouble for just talking, and like I had ADHD, so like when I went to the bathroom, I didn't come back for like 15 minutes because they had all these decorations on the wall, and I would just stare at them, and I would just get like taken
Check
back.
it out.
Yeah, so I forgot what it's called, detention. Detention was after school, so that you would be in detention after school, and then you would take that bus that the football kids would take.
Yeah.
And so what I did is I told my mom, I'll be like, yeah, make extra because now I'm going to be after school for another hour.
Yeah, I'm
And
coming
what I
home
would
2
do,
hours late,
I
man.
would sell the sandwiches to the football
Type,
players.
dude.
Because they were starving after practice.
Entrepreneur. Hey,
Yeah.
boys, you look pretty hungry over there. Who wants a carrot?
I
Was it like tasty treats or was it like some
no
bullshit?
sandwiches? My mom would make like bomb sandwiches.
Oh, like ham and cheese sandwiches?
Oh my God. Like the most incredible homemade
I
sandwiches.
want one
bro.
right now. Your mom
Now
still
I do.
does it?
Yeah.
Well, I bet your mom can cook.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the
told
second
me
time
she
you
can.
brought up my mom, man.
I know, dude.
Starting to get a little uncomfortable.
Bro, I'm into your mom, right? It's the only reason I brought you here. You're like, it doesn't make sense.
Dude.
I don't even like fight. I'm like, I know, I want to talk to your mom.
I think the only reason I did stand up is because my mom cooked for Joe Coy like multiple times.
Yeah, dude. Joe Coy's a good one.
No. I mean, I'm literally talking at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wow.
We would come after a show, and my mom would have this spread on the table. Like 3, 4 in the morning, we'd be eating.
And Joe would just come over?
Always.
Love it.
He's such a
good
family
dude.
human being.
Oh, such a good
Yeah.
person.
Oh,
Such
the-
a-
one of the best.
Have you been to his house in Vegas?
Many times, and it's beautiful.
Nutsos. He's
Yeah.
doing it right.
Yeah.
Doing it right.
He has like multiple problems. He's a very intelligent human being.
Wicked smart. And they went Hollywood. Now he went to another level and went Hollywood. You know, comics, when they get to Hollywood, it's like, dude, different stratosphere.
What I love is that he kept his humor. I felt like there's a lot of, I'm not going to mention any names because it's live. We can't beep it, but there's a few comedians where when I'm learning about their legacy, I could tell that they changed.
Well, because the game's different. Because back in the day, a lot of comics would do stand-up because they know big-time studio executives would be in the crowd, and they were just doing stand-up to get that sitcom or get the movie. And then as soon as they went big-time movie, big-time sitcom, they never went back to stand-up.
Really?
It's different now. Now, some of the guys, like, you know, Bill Burr does movies, but Bill's love and passion, he's never going to leave it. So he doesn't let it affect his stand-up. But back in the day, it was like they were just doing stand-up just to get that big movie deal, just get the TV deal. But there's guys like that now where, like, again, I won't mention names, where they have so many projects, like movies, like it's like there's no way you're writing. Like there's no way, or you have a team writing for you.
Oh, is
But
that
there's
like
no
a big no-no to mention that they have writers?
Kevin Hart's pretty open about it. He's one of the only guys at his level that go, "Yeah, I have writers. What's up?"
He just said, "What's up?"
Yeah, you're like, okay, but he's still funny as shit because he has writers that are so close to him, and they're part of basically his family, and they know what he's going through, and they're like, "What about this premise?" And then he'll run from there. But they give him ideas, but he's very open about it.
Who do you think's the best stand-up comedian
on the earth right now? Bill Burr or
Bill Burr?
Bill Burr, hands down, or Louis C.K. So it's like the pound for pound list. It's all, you know, whoever you think is better, but there's no real list. So it's either Bill Burr, Dave Attell. I think Big J Orkson right now. Big J's doing it. His last special, the best special I've seen in a hot second. Louis C.K.
You like him twice. You put him on twice.
Bill Burr, Louis C.K., Dave Attell, Big J Orkson. No one makes me laugh harder than Theo.
Oh man, Theo is something else. When we had him on the podcast, and then talking to him in real life. And might just be me, but I feel like I'm talking to a character. I don't know if it's actually him.
He might be, don't get me wrong, his stand-up's ridiculous. He's so funny. He might be funnier in just casual conversation.
That's what I'm saying. So, yes. And I think that's why
but
his
that's
podcast
slowly
is so
coming
successful.
over to him in his stand-up, and it's like and he's ridiculous now. Like
I caught him when he was
level.
on fire. Oh, my God.
Nobody
it was
funnier.
something else.
Nobody funnier.
When he caught wind, and you could see when a comedian catches wind, bro, I watched him put out everybody else's fire that went
he's
on
a
before
monster.
him. Oh, he was unbelievable.
One
Still
of the funniest
fighting, huh,
on the
guys?
planet. I know. It's not going well for Crone, is it, boys? He has to land a
not
takedown.
Terrible though, but yeah.
Yeah. It's just this day and age, the MMA has evolved so much where you can't unless it's wrestling. Outside that, you can't just be dominant in one aspect of the sport. Otherwise, you get found out. And don't get me wrong, it's no shade on Charles Jourdain, but you know he's not like a top 15 guy.
Well, I thought you just said no shade.
But it's also just facts. Like he's not a top 15 guy. You know.
Would you beat him in a UFC fight right now?
Yes, I would take him down and choke him unconscious. Yes. Yeah, they are very small though. So
yeah,
what
are they? 145, 150?
Featherweight's 145. Lightweight would be 155.
What are they in? Featherweight. Oh, so
Featherweight,
they are 140.
145.
Yeah, 140.
So they probably walk around maybe 160. I have 100 pounds on them. It's not cool. You think I get hate now? Put me in a featherweight fight and see what happens.
Oh, look, he's complaining.
Yeah, for Crone, he took 3 years off, so that long layoff's tough, and it's just the sport evolved so much, man. It's still pretty new, and guys are so damn technical now. They're so good. And you can't just be good at jiu-jitsu.
You think the UFC is going to be around much longer?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. They have this really cool slapping thing coming out. that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
You know what it is, though? I was talking about this last night with actually I spoke about it with Chaudhry, who's the owner of One Championship, and my coach Amal Easton, who I got my black belt from. And we're talking about Slap Fight League, and I actually found myself defending Dana White a little bit, which is rare because he saw online the views and the spectacle and being like, dude, some of these slaps, that aren't marketed like I can do are getting millions of views. I bet there's an opportunity to make money off this and turn it a real sport.
I agree, but
this
took
is where
away
he
the credibility of this.
Agree. But this is where he miscalculated. He assumed that TikTok and Instagram equals a true sport that people want to watch for an hour. We consume it in. Once you see a slap 15 seconds, I'm good. I don't want to see that for an hour. You know what I'm saying? It's like
It's a stupid
but
idea.
the things that go viral on there doesn't mean it's gonna be good for TV. So it's like, yeah, I'll watch an anaconda eat an alligator. I don't watch an hour of anacondas eating.
I don't know. I could probably watch that for an hour.
For an
That'd be
hour,
kinda
just
crazy.
but slow. I'm talking slow.
Just
and then after 30 minutes, it's like one more. You know, you're like, God damn, he's just gonna keep going. You know, like the slap
thing
fight
is like there's no talent behind it.
No, zero.
There's none.
My favorite.
And the one that I watched was dirty as fuck. The refs were training one of the guys that was in it.
Yeah.
That was dirty. I don't know if that's going to be in the
They have
Dana
rash
White one,
guards
but
on, but the TBS canceled their plans for it, and now it's with Rumble. But it's also what's funny about that is I think 6 of the competitors, why they're drug testing, I have no clue. Like, I want my slap fighters on meth and steroids. Like,
I
so
found
a
out
bunch
truck
of them got
drivers
busted.
take meth, by the way, recently. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
they
said
got to stay up all night.
I didn't know about that.
Not
That
all
makes
of
me
them.
that makes me drive past them so much faster.
Yeah, but not all of them, because my grandpa and uncle are truck drivers for 50 years now.
100% on
They don't do meth.
100% on
Then
meth.
he's the thickest meth head I've ever seen in my life.
What is this? What's your boy doing, bro? Tell him to get up.
He wants him to come to the ground. You know, that's what he wants.
We're not paying you to sit down. Get up, man. I'm going to
know.
get grilled for
I
these
know.
comments.
No.
This just looks like somebody's beating up somebody at a park.
Yeah, it's just tough because when you can't get the guy down, it's easier to learn takedown defense than it is
He's
takedowns.
really crawling with his butt cheeks right now. I love this.
He just wants to get down. I'm surprised that ref they definitely.
he just told him to get up.
that ref, they definitely didn't. USADA's not testing that ref, right? That ref is.
Yeah, he's
jacked.
all shoulders.
Yeah.
Question,
Shoulders and high
did
blood
you ever
pressure.
roid while you were fighting? Or you're not
I
allowed?
wish. I fucking wish I could.
So wait.
I would have done it.
So do
100%.
fighters roid before they have to get like tested or some shit? How does
Now
that
it's
work?
different because when I was fighting, they didn't have as strict testing. Like you got tested the week of the fight. Now it's USADA, which is random drug testing. So if you're under the UFC contract, let's say you had a fight scheduled for December, end of the year, 2023.
Yeah.
They found out you're here. They're gonna come test you right here. So they test you 4 in the morning, 2 in the morning. You
Well, then why don't people go train in different countries? And
they follow them.
to different countries?
Yeah, dude.
You can't go off grid.
No. If
So
you go
it's
off
in the
if you
contract.
go off grid, it's labeled as a failed test, and you're screwed. You get suspended. Happened to one of the Diaz. They couldn't get a hold of him like this. Failed test.
Do you think he roids?
No, not at all.
He doesn't look like
They're one
he
of the
roids. He
few.
looks
They're one of
like
the few
he
guys
does
that will
drugs, but
defend
not
that,
roids.
that don't do it. But the rest of them, you know, with USADA, it's tough, man. It's very tough to get away with it. But of
Who's
course,
one that got caught doing steroids in the UFC?
oh man, Chael Sonnen, John Jones. But actually, he actually kind of that kind of got revoked. But John Jones for a while. But TJ Dillashaw got caught with EPO. Anderson Silva's been caught. Chael Sonnen's like our Lance Armstrong. If you know who Chael
So
Sonnen
if you get
is.
caught with it, are you banned from the UFC? Or
2 year suspension.
Is that why Silva was gone for so long?
I don't think he got 2 years. What did Silva get, Chin? Do you remember?
Okay.
But Silva got caught. Vitor Belfort, Alistair Overeem, Brock Lesnar. Didn't get busted.
Wait.
but
Brock Lesnar's in the UFC?
Used to be. Yeah, phenomenal athlete, too. And like what he did in a short amount of time is insane. One of the best combat
Bro,
sport
he
athletes
definitely roids, yeah?
ever. Of course he does.
So
And
how
that's
did
why
he-
there's a lawsuit against Mark Hunt and him.
So 1 year, and by the way, it's not off grid. Like it's just tougher to test them when they're like, say, like they're in Thailand or they're.
They'll
in
get 'em, though, in
Brazil.
Thailand
They'll
and
get them,
Brazil.
yeah, but it's just tougher to do it. So it's just they know how to work the system. If you're gonna cheat, they know how to.
Oh,
work
so
the system.
real quick, Anderson Silva got a 1 year
1
suspension.
year, yeah, 1 year.
2 years, like usually, pretty like you're just taking DACA from Gold's Gym.
There was a kid in my school, and dude, it's so funny we're bringing this up. My last trip to Arizona, he ran into me, and him and his football friends would always ask me to pee in a 5-hour energy drink.
Why?
Because they knew I don't do any drugs. So I was like the kid that was very like off drugs, off drinking, and they needed me to pee in a 5-hour energy drink because they would be able to put that in their like their boxer briefs. So when they walk in to go get tested, they just popped open that cap and and then ironically 10 years later I dated a girl whose uncle ran the 5-hour energy drink. So
Oh, sick. That uncle's balling.
I know.
Until
It's
somebody
kind of
came out with-
intimidating to date a billionaire.
Yeah. Is he a billionaire? Until somebody came out with 7 hour energy, baby. You're looking at him. No, I'm just kidding. I came out with 7 hours, bitch.
It just crashes and
No, they
dies.
do have different hours.
Oh, did he
now.
win?
Yeah, that was it.
Charles
He went
Jourdain
for-
won.
I would assume that's it for Crone. That was a tough night in the office. Why does he get hold of the phone? Man, Rogan is looking lean, bro.
Yeah, he's paying you.
That
for sure.
ass is popping, daddy.
Yo, he's sweating.
It's hot in there, dude. Like, the lights are hot. He's a sweaty human in general.
He takes steroids, and he's open about it.
He takes TRT, testosterone
TRT
replacement.
and
Different.
HGH or something like that. Some other stuff.
So let me break it down
He's
for
open.
you, George.
Yeah,
so
please.
let's say you went to the doctor and they found out you were deficient in vitamin C. Like, you need way more vitamin C because you're deficient in it. If you go get your testosterone checked and they say, "Hey, your testosterone levels are super low. We need to get that back up," they're gonna put you on testosterone replacement. So it's only gonna get you to the natural levels of whatever age you are. Let's say when you're 35, you need it. They're gonna get you a normal 35-year-old's testosterone levels. So it's,
How do you get a normal one without doing that? Can't you just like eat healthy and work out? Or is that like impossible?
some people can't. So there's different things. So if you like grew up playing sports and let's say you played football all through high school and you had some CT can cause low testosterone.
What's CT?
CT is brain trauma, concussions. If you got a lot of concussions, it can lower your testosterone.
Oh,
No
really?
sleep lowers your testosterone.
Fuck.
Being a bitch lowers your testosterone.
that's two. Fuck.
Voting for Biden lowers your testosterone.
I'm good on that one.
Yeah. But yeah, there's certain things. So people assume like, oh, he's using steroids. No, Rogan doesn't use steroids. He doesn't use like Deck or Winstrol. Like, he uses TRT, testosterone replacement.
That guy in the front.
Oh, you know who I saw last night, Chin, at the One Championship? Is Rose was cornering the girl fighting Stamp Fairtex.
Oh, nice, dude. Stamp's so freaking awesome, dude.
Dude,
Her,
bro,
she's so entertaining,
superstar.
right? Yeah.
When she came out, the crowd went nuts,
Yep,
dude.
yeah.
And she's dancing, and I was like, she better get serious here.
Who you talking about?
This little girl named
I'll show you
Stamp
right now.
Fairtex. She looks like an anime girl. She's like dancing, doing all this cool like walkout music. And then when she hits that cage, dude, savage. Yeah. She kicked this girl in the liver, broke her ribs, dude.
She's
Anthony
super
Smith,
cool.
Johnny Walker. It's a tough fight for Johnny Walker.
She looks like AI put together like a super UFC woman.
oh, savage, dude. And then the way
I think that was the kick right here. I think.
that was the kick. It was brutal. You heard.
Can we
whack.
watch it or no?
Well, we can't put it on air right now because we're live.
He could put it on for you, but does this go on the televised part?
No, it won't.
You could do it without sound. The kick is savage, and her technique is nutsos. And then, did you see Rodtang, Chin?
Yes. How
Dude,
badass
so he
is
fought this Mexican. My girl's going for the Mexican. I'm like, you're so far out of your league right now rooting for this Mexican. So she's going for this Mexican. There he is. The GOAT's in the town. What's up, brother?
Oh shit!
You send out the bat signal. What's up, brother? How you doing, champ? Good to see you, man.
Hey, dude, Dominic, nice to meet you, man.
All I did is put out a bat signal in the shape of a goat, and look who showed up.
Too kind.
You want Dom to sit here? Yeah, sure. You need anything, Dom?
No, I'm good.
That was a drive, not too bad.
Oh,
It can be a little brutal from San Diego
well,
with traffic.
I'll be honest. I was catastrophizing before at first I had to solve the problems,
Yeah,
and then you catastrophize the trip. You're
Yeah.
like, okay, what's the traffic gonna be?
yeah,
like?
yeah.
But we made it work.
They
Glad to
couldn't.
be
Do
here.
you know George? Have you guys ever met?
Yes, I know George from Fine.
From Vine.
Vine, sorry.
Fine. I was like, what did you find me with?
I meant Vine. Sorry. I know you.
Fine's
I
a
just looked
gay
up the
dating
stuff
app.
that you-
Sorry.
it's
Yeah.
wrong.
No, I'm with you,
But
brother.
Vine was before it became obviously Instagram. So
yeah.
yeah, so that's where I know I've seen you, but I don't know you.
We were saying before he came, I'm like, there couldn't be a better guy to have on tonight's show with the 135 chaos going on. And then last night I was at One Championship, watching Mighty Mouse and Mariah's. Which did you watch it at all?
I actually didn't get to see that. It's funny you say that it couldn't have been a better guy because, I'm obviously torn in the soul watching these fights.
I know.
'cause, you're in a weird space when you're me.
Yeah.
You want to be doing it,
Yeah.
and you're right there, and so the best thing I can do is keep neutrality and sometimes just shut the fuck up. So I've been doing that pretty well.
Yeah.
And then you called me and I got this and I'm like, should I do this? Like, do I want to do this?
Oh,
Like,
come on, dude. Yeah, I was like, come on, send out that goat bat signal, dude.
It's funny.
Yep, Mighty Mouse last night, so I was there in person. So the whole card was nuts. I was like, finish. Mikey Mushomeshi did his thing, submitted the dude. The co-main event, ridiculous with Rod Tang. Like, he had a crazy knockout. And that's Mighty Mouse Marias. And you watch the fight. Mighty Mouse is 36. Marias, I think, is 34, 35. And I think for the first time, could have been the game plan, but it looked like he was like he slowed down a little bit. Like he kind of looked at a little bit of his age. Could have been the game plan too. Like a lot of clinch, tons of clinching. And Mighty Mouse was like, I think I'm the best in the world in the clinch. That was the game plan. So I get that, and he did beat him up in the clinch, but it made for kind of a boring main event. But he got the job done.
I saw that he landed the jump knee.
He landed the jump knee.
That jump knee, and that's obviously an opening that he saw from the first
Yep.
or the second match.
Second,
that they
yeah.
had, because he landed that same knee.
Yep.
What's funny is when you watch me fight DJ, I beat him in the clinch. And
Yes.
So he is the best in the clinch, but we're talking about two different types of clinch, right? Like, Moraes has the frame, but it can't be a Muay Thai clinch. That's what DJ's really good at.
Yeah.
But if you force him into Greco clinch, you lift the shorter man off the ground. It's just
And that's what you did with him.
that was the game plan. The
Yeah.
game plan was to stretch the little short
That makes
person
sense.
out
So he didn't have the leverage.
because he has to come forward. On
Yes.
it. Because
With Moraes, it was weird because when he was engaged in the clinch, and Moraes is huge, dude. Like, it looks like a mismatch.
Oh, he's huge.
He's
He's a big
so
guy.
big. This guy's
Yeah.
fucking huge, dude.
Yeah. For 35,
He's so big.
Yeah.
He's so big. So I was like, oh, Moraes going to dominate him in the clinch. And he held him against the cage a little bit, but Mighty Mouse is definitely landing better elbows, better knees. And then after the fight kept going on, he applied a little more pressure. I think altitude had a lot to do with it because Moraes, round after round, started kind of slowing down more than Mighty Mouse. But
that's always been his pace, though.
yeah,
Honestly.
yeah.
Yeah. Mighty Mouse always kept that pace that he counts on outlasting most people.
I was surprised you were around to do this because I'm always like, he's working for sure.
I was.
Yeah.
I was working. I got this weekend off. Everything was
All good, chilling.
chilling. And then I'm like,
I'm so glad you did it, man. I
let's
can't
go.
thank you enough.
Here we are.
Can't thank you
What
enough,
was I gonna
man.
do? Sit at home, stare at my dog.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, we'll just make a trip, make some work out.
Would
of
you
it.
have
Let's go.
watched him if you didn't have to work this gig? Are you one of those guys that watch every fight?
I watch. I'll be honest. Like I told you, I've been trying to stay neutral and keep my mouth shut. So I don't know if I'd watch this tonight. Honestly, I probably
Really?
would have been running. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Just kind of like.
That's why you're one of the
silent-
greats, man.
Well, I don't say it to like sound.
No,
like I
it's
wanna
who you
train
are.
While it's
Yeah.
more like shut the brain off.
Yeah.
Like that's how I shut the brain off.
Yeah,
It's
because there's
just-
a lot.
You're just running. Like you can't. You can only be present, and that's really nice.
So Dom fought Cejudo, who's fighting the main event. Dom fought Cejudo. Cejudo's been off 3 years. He left with the belt. He's coming back fighting Aljamain Sterling.
And it was hard because I didn't get I can't even really like talk about my fight with him because we probably went 1-1 and then the
Yep.
fight stopped with a second left in the second round and
And you were pissed.
yeah,
I think it was an early stoppage
it
myself.
shouldn't have been stopped, but it did, so it's a loss, right? I shouldn't have put myself in that situation,
Correct.
but there's a lot of different things. So yes, responsibly, shouldn't have eaten the shot. On the other end of things, it's hard, I didn't get a real read on that fight or him because right when the fight started cooking, it was over.
You have
It
a
was 1-1.
I think you have a tough gig because it's like it's a blessing and a curse because obviously you're one of the best to ever do it at 35. The conversation for the greatest 135er ever. But then also you're a damn good analyst. So it's like you can do this for the rest of your life, but then I know you still want to compete. So it's like if you weren't so damn good at breaking down fights and analyzing fights, I think you wouldn't have this issue. It'd be easier.
I think my favorite thing is that people are still, even like you're saying, like are still separating it when I'm one of the only athletes on earth at the highest level of sport to do both at the same time for
Agree.
a decade.
Yeah.
It hasn't been 1 year I've done this. This hasn't been a month.
No, you've been doing a hot
I've been analyzing fights for 11 years while I compete at the highest level, and nobody talks about that.
nuts. I mean,
Nobody does that. So I'm saying like I'm working 3 jobs while I compete against these guys. And then let's not forget that a guy like Cejudo, which is the fighter that he is, but I see it a little different. Like, he rested. Like, let's say we got a group of 10 guys and we're all in the gym training and we're all at the highest level. He left the room to get a rest.
Yes.
While we all kept working.
Yeah.
And then he came back, 2 years later with nothing, no injury. There's no reason to leave.
Yeah.
It was just, I'm just going to leave because I'm the best.
Because he's the best and he wanted more money, I guess.
I don't know. Who cares? The bottom line is you stepped out while we kept working.
Yeah.
And then you come back after we're a little bit wore out and tired.
Yeah.
Like, I fought 3 fights.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're going to come back. You had no reason to leave.
Yep.
And so the way I see it is you left the competition pool to relieve yourself of duty. Like, it was too much for you.
Yeah.
The pressure.
So, in layman's terms, bitch move.
Definitely bitch move.
Definitely
bitch move. Like, I don't respect that as a championship mindset.
I mean,
but
bro, you're
do
doing 3
respect
jobs.
I respect him as a champion, but I don't like that. Dude, keep fighting. Like, keep fight.
Especially at his age.
Yeah. He had,
and
like,
he's fighting who today?
Aljamain Sterling.
So I think that my issue with that was,
Well, I think Sterling's going to win in my notes.
Why'd you leave, though? My thing is that's all. Like, you're the best. Okay, yeah. Like,
especially for 3, you have a point. Especially for 3 years.
And not
was there
just
anything
that.
personal, maybe?
To leave?
Yeah, maybe
could
something
be, but,
family?
I mean,
It
let's
doesn't
put
matter.
it
He's
this
saying
way.
it doesn't matter.
I'm out for 3.5 years because I blew my knees out 3 times, and then I come back and win a title. He's out because I feel like taking a break and grabbing ass on the outside of the octagon.
So you're saying you should let go of your belt if you're going to do that?
He did.
He did.
Oh, so then what's
He's just
the
saying it's a
problem?
bitch move for leaving.
Got you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Especially
Okay, I
then.
get what you're saying.
Especially
So you're
then.
just resting while everybody else works, and then you're like, okay, you know what? I've rested. I've been out of the testing pool, so I'm completely rested. I've had no SADA knocking on my door for 3 years. I've had no call-outs. I can say whatever I want. I can talk as much trash as I want.
You could take steroids because
Well,
he's not
I
going to
don't
get.
think he is. I'm not.
No, I'm
gonna
not
say
saying he
that.
is, but I'm saying he could.
I don't even want to put that on the table because that would be
Disrespectful.
Like,
yeah, okay.
no,
It's just
not
right.
the respect isn't it. It's just it would be an interpretation.
Yeah.
And I don't have a fact.
But you're saying he is getting rest that to
So forget
for his body to
steroids, but
recover.
rest
Yeah, it's
and
just
recovery.
Because the camps and the
Yes.
training kill you.
Yeah, and
But is that could that be a loophole though? If people take a break,
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
it's an interpretation.
He still works for the UFC, so I'll say it. There's guys like Connor gets heat right now because he left and was like on a yacht, and USADA can get a hold of him, and he had a broken leg. And then we see a picture of him on this yacht, jacked, and you're like, well, what's going on here?
yeah.
And then Darren Till's been very honest. He left. UFC didn't cut him. He left. He goes, I'm leaving, getting out of USADA so I can do the necessary PEDs to get my knee or leg as good as it can be before I come back.
Or let's just say, let's just hypothetically say they're not on PEDs. They're just out. You don't have to have people going, I want to fight him. There's no pressure anymore.
The boogeyman's gone.
There's no USADA. And you're just the man. Like, I'm the champion. I'm retired. Nobody's going to if I want to say you all suck, you could never compare to me, I can say that. Why? Because there's no way to fight you.
There's no repercussions.
There's nothing. There's no way to pay back. So he's been doing this for 3 years on the outside, just
staying relevant, like because it gets
Just
in
talking
our
about
sport, it gets
us.
in the news feed. So he talk about like Volkanovski,
right, or me,
yeah,
or,
and you,
or
So
any
like
of us, Sterling.
Volkanovski was on the show, and I'm like, dude, how about Henry Cejudo? He keeps calling out, and he goes, I won't even mention his. I'm not even going to entertain
That's
that. He
my
goes,
point.
he's not even in the testing pool, so he can't fight for 6 months.
So
I'm
that's
fighting
what-
the next 2 months. So he
as a-
calls me out.
yes.
I won't entertain it.
You're getting my point.
Yes.
As a fighter, it's different. You're like, why are we talking about this idiot?
It's
Like,
not even an option. He
for
doesn't have
six-
to fight.
You can't even talk to him for 6 months before it's even a conversation.
Correct.
And so why are you bringing him up to me when he's
Yes.
1, retired, 2, he's not in the testing pool, which I'm not alleging anything. I'm saying you're recovering. Forget anything else. You are recovering with no pressure.
He's not beating down his body like the
And
rest
you're
of
not
the guys.
beating anybody. You're not beating anything up. So it's like the rest of us are working, and then you come back after we work for 3 years, and you had no reason to leave, and you go, okay, now that you guys are working and tired and done a great job promoting, I'm going to come back and I'm going to try
Reap your
again.
rewards, basically.
I don't know.
And what's
Well,
weird too?
If he
didn't
loses
make
now,
more
though, what
money.
happens?
Nothing. It's just that's my point. There's not a lot lost, and there's a lot gained. There's nothing to lose.
Here's the narrative. If he
What's
loses,
there to lose?
it's gonna the hate on Aljamain Sterling. He doesn't get his due. So if he loses, then you go, Aljamain beat up an old guy. He's been out 3 years.
Exactly.
Even if it's a really good Henry Cejudo, people go, Aljamain just beat up an
always
old
got
weathered
that,
Cejudo.
And on top of that, see, you're getting
Yeah.
the excuses that are
Yes.
set in from that, and that's why you shouldn't get to leave and come back like this.
Yes.
I'm surprised they even make that allowed unless you're like seriously injured.
That's my point. I never left the pool. I had the most catastrophic injuries of the history of the sport, and I stayed in the pool and had people calling me out while I was injured, trying to rehab my knee. My knee was like
You did it twice, right?
3 times, and plus the shoulders reconstruction.
kept coming back,
And
kept coming
And
back.
I fought him after the shoulder reconstruction. So the bottom line is, I stayed in the pool this whole thing. So the comparison I'm making isn't that he's not a good fighter, isn't not that he's one of the greatest. I'm not saying that. And I'm also not saying that he's been using. I'm saying he rested and got a break while the rest of us did not. And that is weak to me.
Yeah.
Like, stay in the pool.
Yep.
You're young. You're a grinder. You say you're all these awesome, badass things. Then stay in the pool with us and let us test you, bro. But you didn't let us test. You jumped out of the pool so nobody could test you. So to me,
And the
you're
pressure's
soft.
off when he comes back now.
You're
To his
soft.
point, the pressure's off. Because they're like, yes, who's out 3 years? He's older.
And then you jump straight to the front of the line. You didn't have to face any of the savages. Like, I chose to fight on Fight Pass prelims because this is the task. You go to the bottom of the line and you work your way back up when you're a champion. I've done that twice. I was ready to do that 3 times. I had a shot with him.
Different dude.
I had a shot with him, though, with Henry. And I used it during COVID. And on 6 weeks' notice after shoulder surgery, he was preparing for Jose Aldo. And I was obviously not. I was recovering from shoulder surgery. But I pushed for that fight because I knew if the borders closed, I could get it. You don't say no to a title shot. So I got my 3rd chance. He's exercising his. I see the fairness there. Just saying, I didn't rest.
Do you think? And I know you don't. Yeah, I'm with you, brother.
He rested.
When you break it down, Jesus. And also, you don't believe in ring rust, but for Cejudo being out 3 years,
I think it's going to help him.
you think it's because of the rest?
I swear to God, it's going to help him. I
Yeah.
really believe that this is. Now think about this: how many fights has Aljo had this year and last year? Between this year and last year, and how many minutes of fighting was that?
He's been pretty active.
He's been active.
super. Bring that up, Chin. Aljo's had a good because he had the 2 Peter Yan fights. He had the Corey Sandhagen. He had the TJ Dillashaw, right?
Now think of all that while Henry's on the outside talking trash with no USADA and no pressure. He's just chilling,
Yeah,
eating,
so
getting fat.
When Henry retired,
Having
he had
kids.
Pedro Munoz, Corey Sandhagen, 2 Peter Yans, and a TJ Dillashaw.
Think about that lineup. And this dude's
Monsters.
and now what's Henry doing? He's like this,
No,
Chilling.
no wear and tear.
no wear and tear.
Not putting miles on the car.
Chilling, like hanging out with his wife, whatever. Like, cool, I get it, but I don't respect it.
Yeah, I get it.
And so I'm not saying you're not great.
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't respect that.
Yeah,
Aljo's the fucking man.
agree. Aljo's
He's
the man.
taking the chance for this.
I don't
it's a big shot.
I don't get the hate on Aljo. People just don't give him respect. Now I get the Peter Yan fight and the hiccup there, like he was getting his ass whooped, and then the legal
I
strike.
look at it from the outside, like I'm saying, from 1,000 yards. I'm not looking at just this one thing. I'm looking at like how much. Look at that. Think of this. If we go to basketball or football or any other sport, and we're betting, right? Tell me you don't look back at each team's wear and tear up to that game.
Of
How
course.
many games did they have? How many
Yeah.
minutes did
It
they
adds
play?
up.
Yeah,
And how come we don't do that in fighting? We're
Which is
doing,
we never did.
crazy.
Yeah,
No one
yeah,
ever does.
Where they?
Yeah,
How do we not do that? How is that not part of the conversation until I talk about it? It's never been brought up, and it's like poor Sterling. This isn't fair if you look at it.
yeah.
It's not even fair.
It's
Now,
probably
you
going to change, but it's going to change when it's like you
Some
got.
people say though that the 3 years is not a benefit. See, I disagree. Some people say it's ring rust. I don't say that.
I think it
No.
depends on the fighter. Like
Because he could still be training.
That's my point.
Which
he could still be training
is.
with
But
a
you're not
risk.
competing.
He's not, but big difference between training and actually competing. Big
course.
difference. But also, I did believe in ring rust for a while. That you got to be active. There's ring rust, and then I think it depends on the guy. And then Dominick Cruz, really the first one where he goes, "I don't believe in ring rust. That's just not real." And I was like, "Well, he's gonna learn the hard way." And he comes out and beats the fuck out of the guy after all this shit. And I was like, "All right, well, it's Dominick Cruz. I'm gonna listen to that."
I'm only
And
saying that-
it takes a certain mindset, I think, where ring rust affects certain guys. So with him, it doesn't affect him. Henry Cejudo, you're talking about an outlier mentally. So I doubt ring rust can be an issue for him.
I think it's how. Okay, I think rust. If we're thinking about it, it has to be of how it's being rusted. So like, if he's training, has a nutritionist, has a chef, treating his life the same way he was treating it when he was competing, then there's no rust. In fact, he's just benefiting because now he's getting stronger and
That's
faster
my point.
and
I
less
think he
hurt.
had all the rest, and then you go, okay, now I know I'm gonna fight now, so I'm gonna
Ramp it up.
announce that I'm coming back. So now I have 6 months
Yes.
plus 3 months. That's 9 months, plus the 3 years not competing. So now I have 3 years not competing, no wear and tear. Live my life. I'm the man. I'm the best. I feel great. Now I've got 9 months before I can compete to get my body strong, to compete every day, to have all the healthy training. Yeah, he's good. Like, you put the rounds in. By
Yeah.
that. After 9 months, you're not three years off.
Yeah.
You've sparred to the death after 9 months.
And he's sparring with DJ,
Right.
Mighty Mouse. Like he's training John Jones. Like he has some killers, man. Killers where they're at.
And the reason he's, to be fair, Fight Ready has a multi-millionaire owner.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
That's his camp.
So if they're a multi-millionaire owner, are they training with the gym or are they training with Henry? Because
Yeah.
Henry don't got multi-million.
No.
Who's got the multi-million?
Yeah, yeah.
Do we train with people?
Yeah.
Or do we train with the people that have the money?
Yeah.
Why are we all at the PI?
Yeah.
Are we there for the money or the people?
Yeah.
So is John Jones there for the money
Yeah.
or the little short guy?
Yep.
And is Henry so insecure that he's standing on the shoulders of John Jones because John Jones is legit and
Yeah.
Henry doesn't feel legit? And so he has to stand on all these guys and have all these people talk nice about him because he doesn't believe it about himself
And stay relevant.
and stay relevant. That's
Yep.
why I love talking to that dude head to head. I'll smash him head to head talks. He has no confidence. But he can fight.
He's such a savage.
I love it.
He can fight.
I always say Dom's our version, the closest version you can get to Kobe Bryant.
he can
Like
fight.
the Mamba mentality. There's the
I'll
the,
be real.
the
Like
dominator
the
mentality.
dude can fight. Like, but you
Yeah,
have no
yeah.
like who are you, bro? You can't even see over this table. Your feet are hanging in this chair. Like, you're a little guy. You're just a little guy, bro. You're poor guy.
Dom,
And
if-
so you gotta have all these guys talk big about you
Yeah.
because you feel little.
It's a confidence thing.
So how many people are talking big about me on the outskirts, hyping me up? Do I got John Jones? No, you just do your job.
Yeah, you don't give a
Shut
shit.
the fuck up. Get the job done. Like, fight the person. You either win or you lose or you don't. You don't need all this other shit. What's that for?
Dom, if he wins this, he gets. I think they guaranteed Sugar Sean O'Malley the next title shot.
I think it's genius of him to say that. Like, I want O'Malley next. That's the thing. Like, Henry is being smart with the
timing of everything, right?
Yeah, like, I'll give him that. But I'm just saying, like, I want to bring all that up so that people know it's out
Yeah,
there.
what's
Like,
going on.
Look at what Sterling's doing. I respect what Sterling's
Put
doing.
in the work. Yeah.
He put in the work. He stayed in the limelight. He stayed in the threat zone. He rematched a guy that everybody thought he was supposed to lose to.
And he did really well.
He hurt his arm, went and got surgery, and now he's going to fight Henry after Henry's been chilling, relaxing. Like, to me, win, lose, or draw, Sterling showed up as a champion because he stayed in the pool
Yeah.
until he
Sterling
lost.
it might be injured too. We were just talking about this, right? Or not?
No, Sterling was injured. He had
Yeah,
to
he
have
got it
surgery.
fixed.
His ankle.
His shoulder, and he had a neck issue previously. But
What,
there's
what are your thoughts on O'Malley?
Well,
Go ahead and take this, Dom.
I mean, it's just such a big question.
As a fighter?
He looked great. He looked great against Peter Yan. We just haven't seen him against
Yeah,
an
we'll
elite
find
level
out.
like Marab is going to be a fucking
The
issue.
next fight, we'll find out.
Next fight, because he beat the number one guy in the world at the time, Peter Yan. Stylistically was a good matchup for him, but the rest of Sugar, I love Sugar, skilled dude, but the rest of the division are stylistically very tough for him.
I'll say this: he cut Jan in the last fight, so I do believe he won it.
I thought he won that fight.
And I
Yes.
say that because of the new judging criteria that they've. As a commentator, I got to go to a judging criteria meeting and learn, and it was really helpful. Like, they're scoring a little bit different. They're scoring on damage more than ever, and they're sticking,
Damage is everything, right?
they're sticking pretty close to it, like bloody nose,
Yeah.
or a cut, or like actual physical. You can see damage. They're scoring. So in that fight, Jan didn't make O'Malley bleed, and O'Malley made Jan bleed with the cut, and so they went. It was a really close, super close fight. So the one that's bleeding lost.
Because
And
in
I'm
their
like,
criteria,
People are upset
damage.
about
Trying
that.
to get with that. Yeah, I get
But I
it.
agreed with the decision though.
I also get how they could be upset, but if you don't know the criteria,
Yes.
which I only know because I went to that meeting and talked to the refs and the judges, so that was a blessing I got, that they explained that to me, that, Okay, and it also did change my game. Like, when you're wrestling people, you need to be looking for elbows and knees.
Cut them up.
You need to cut them. You have to cut the guy now. At
Blood
least
gets
once.
wins.
So, like, to me, cuts are worth more than takedowns.
So cuts.
That's insane.
Cut deep.
That's how I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, because they're scoring. Why wouldn't you?
Right. So I'll fake a takedown to a cut. Like, how do I fake a takedown to a cut? How do I get a takedown to a cut? How do I get him down and cut him? That's the question.
Interesting.
That's where I'm at now because of the scoring criteria.
Well, you have to be really.
And is a cut easier than a submission?
Yeah. Well, I mean, way easier.
I don't know.
Yeah, wouldn't you assume?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess it depends,
Yeah.
right? Who you fight.
What about O'Malley as like a superstar for the face of the UFC?
Yeah, he is that. So he's already done.
I think he's
Massive
one of the
superstar.
only fighters that his ability to draw a crowd and his talents are head to head. I think that.
Yeah, well, I think that he was loud enough and willing enough to put his whole entire life on camera that somebody said, I've got millions and millions of dollars. I'm willing to air your house burning down live. Nobody wants to see a white picket fence perfect house. They want to see the house burn down.
Gotcha.
It's a burning house, and he's willing to show it to everybody at all times.
He's very vulnerable.
He's the first
and
one
he's a
really to do
hard ass
that.
worker, bro.
He's a
very
hard worker, and
He's
he
hard
can
worker.
fight.
He has skill. Hell yeah,
He
has
can
skill.
fight, and then
Yeah.
he's willing to put his whole life to the world, like his personal relationship with his girl, like his partying.
Yeah,
his
and they're in an open
discipline.
relationship, right? The open relationship. He
Apparently,
does
yeah,
his
I haven't
thing.
watched a lot of it.
I also
I've
think
heard
it's a
lot about it.
younger thing.
Could
Like
be,
I think it's
yeah.
like you know, you're young too, but like these young kids, like that fourth wall, like they're not afraid to show that. When, in my day, and especially before me, it
True,
was
yeah.
like
Before
very
cell
private,
phones.
very private.
We were
You didn't
before
know
cell
shit.
phones.
You didn't.
crew.
You
Yes.
really didn't, dude. And I talk about this
Yeah.
all the
Different
time.
thing.
Different
Hollywood
thing.
was so much cooler back in the day because you didn't fucking show everything that was happening. And like you thinking about what a person's doing is way cooler than knowing every single fucking. Like you didn't know every move Sinatra made
That's a
or
good
the
point.
Rat Pack.
Yeah,
You just sat there.
made
and
it
thought
more
about
special when they actually did something.
Exactly.
Yeah, or when you see them, like if you see like an actual celebrity, like back in the day, like holy shit, I saw Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Now I see freaking whoever Sugar Sean in his underwear. You know what I'm saying? It's just they break the fourth
Fair
wall,
point, yeah.
which I don't necessarily think is a good thing.
All these guys are good for the sport, and I'm gonna say
Agree.
that for real. Like I started the sport before this, like this weight class didn't exist. Thank God these guys are here. This is the most aired division. I think the most competitive division in the world right now.
Stacked, dude.
And a lot of it is because these guys have such cool personalities.
Are you in the same division as Sean O'Malley or not?
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys fought?
No.
No,
And you got and like so
We're-
how does that work? How do you fight each other?
Well, we're right there.
it could definitely happen.
Yeah.
I'm
It
probably
could
like the
definitely
best
happen.
person to have on this show because I'm like the audience is like
No,
that's a
it's
good
good.
question.
Honestly,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is really good to have.
It's all good. By the way,
somebody-
by the way,
honestly.
Jelly Roll just hit up the chat. He's saying a shout out to you, obviously, Brennan and
Jelly Roll's
Cruz
the man.
and
Yep.
Yeah.
and
Jelly
George.
loves
Yeah, he
Ron.
said shout out. Yeah,
I
shout
feel
out
like
to
the
guys.
third one really didn't happen.
It did. No, he said.
and
he said
you
seriously.
too, George.
No, you're
No.
asking all the questions.
He said
everybody wants
Schaub,
to
Cruz,
ask,
and
bro.
George. That's what he said. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No,
Thanks, Jelly Roll.
Jelly
Love you,
texted
man.
me how excited he was Don was coming on when we announced it.
Yeah, Jelly's the
Jelly
man.
loves you. Jelly's the man.
I'm the contrast.
We have a lot of friends in similar.
Oh,
like
really? Yeah, I've known Jelly for a
Ed-
hot second.
Ed Clay and Scotty Nelson.
Okay.
They run Chips and Medical Center in Tijuana, Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, I work with
Yeah, I love
them.
Jelly.
Anybody who's got any problems with their body, let's get some stem cells, people.
That's blown up. No, but it's good you're here, George, because a lot of the stuff I just assume or saw breeze past it. It's good. But yeah, him and Sugar Sean could easily fight. Yeah, that's not.
I would love to see that happen now.
Well,
Just because I
that-
know you guys now, so I'd just
No,
love to
honestly,
watch
all these fights are
a
right
great
there,
fight.
and it's I respect all of them. The shit I'm talking about is like, all right, he stayed in the pool. Let's go. You know, like I'm more talking about from 1,000 yards out. Who do I respect as athletes, and what you've done and how you've done it? Like Nate Diaz, and, the Diaz brothers, like you know the Gauntlet,
Yeah.
like the Gauntlet thing. There's an old school group of fighters: Don Fries, Drew Fickets. Those are the guys I was brought up
Yeah,
in the
man.
sport by. So when you got a guy who's running out and resting and then coming back, like,
that really pisses you
oh,
off.
it's
man.
weak, man.
it's like a real Fight Club.
I
you
feel
know?
like you've punched the bag just thinking about him taking breaks.
It's just weak. Like, I wanted that rematch, obviously, and then he goes and sits out, and then
Yeah,
he comes
sucks.
back after I fight 3 times.
Question:
like,
Why don't you just reject him? and make it known. Be like, I'm gonna make an example out of you. You're a bitch. I won't fight you.
I did. I just
Oh,
said
shit.
that this entire thing, didn't I?
No, I mean if he calls you out or no. You don't want the rematch anymore.
He's not gonna call me out.
But you don't want the rematch.
He would
anymore.
never call me out, bro. Of course I would take the rematch. He would never fight
But
me.
that's
not
what I'm
gonna
saying.
call
Don't
down
you
that.
think it would be smarter for you to reject his request if he does call you out?
No, if he wins, he's
Yeah,
the
come
champ.
get it. Yeah, we hope he calls Dom out.
You know how many
That's
people?
what you want.
He won't. But you know how many people are calling out Henry? You know how many people call me out? Me and O'Malley are probably the most requested fight in the entire division, because there's some sort of
By
thing
far.
behind us, and then we're perceived to be easy fights, probably because we have lost, right? So it's like that's what you look at when you want to face people. How big is their
Star.
name?
Yeah.
And are they perceivably looking beatable, or are they looking like a freak of nature?
Like people call
I
out
just think
people
it would-
call out Dom because he's talking about a GOAT, multiple-time title holder, like
because
WC
I'm on
day.
this show,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
now they want to burn me.
He's a
you know?
monster. So, and then you also got Sugar Sean, who's very famous. They think, oh, if they have a grappling background, he's probably an easy takedown, easy win. He's very famous. They'll get a title shot. But nobody's really calling out like a Marab, who's not great at marketing. Savage. Fucking nightmare to
Yeah, a
fight.
good example was you guys were talking about Dariush.
Benil Dariush,
Yeah.
yeah.
I heard that.
He's
You
done
guys
it the
were
right
talking
way.
about
Well, I was about
Dariush.
to say, like, how
Well-
did you hear that?
Well, because I was listening.
Okay,
You talk
amazing.
a bunch of nonsense. So, you know,
Well, now I'm not going to critique your notes.
no, but
That bullshit right
No, I'm just
there,
kidding.
yeah.
Honest, on a real note, Dariush just didn't do the marketing side. Like, I love how the WWE has taken this over, because you're now seeing what they actually wanted the whole time,
Yes.
right? If you take all the WWE, why has it been around as long as it has? Forever. Still shows every week, twice a week sometimes,
Massive,
right?
yeah.
And everybody knows it's fake, and they're still watching it, right?
That blows me away, by the way.
But that's my point. So now we're going to say, oh, well, we're going to make it real. Now how many people are going to watch? So we're going to have the same show that you've all been watching anyways, except instead of the fake wrestling at the end, we're going to put a real match, a real situation.
Home run.
That's actually a home run. They're geniuses.
But
Oh,
also-
wait, they're doing that?
That's what's
That's
happened.
what
They've merged.
They've merged.
The companies have merged.
Endeavor bought WWE. So WWE has the same owner as the UFC now.
So that's my
Oh,
point.
shit.
That's my point. So
I
now
would
that
watch that
that's
now.
happened, you're seeing what they've wanted this whole time. So if you're not speaking like The Rock with the microphone, like Michael Chandler,
Yeah.
like Conor McGregor,
Yep.
like grabbing it, saying, "You guys are all a bunch of idiots." What in WWE do you stand out if you don't do that?
You don't have a
No,
job.
You don't have a job. So this is what it's shaping into. So the job of a mixed martial artist is changing. You are now required to be entertaining, not just fight people. Be entertaining.
Can I ask
I
a
don't think
stupid
that's
question?
good, Dom. I don't think it's good. But also, if you've been paying attention for years, you would know that the UFC's model is based off Vince McMahon's model. That's who Dana looks up to. That's that's his North Star. So they're copying the WWE model. They've
Well,
done
why
it from day
remake
one.
a wheel? It's genius.
There's
Can
no
I-
shade there.
can I ask a
They're
stupid
crushing
question? Doesn't this kind of break the backs of martial arts? Doesn't it kind of take away from things that you guys worked your whole life to do?
I see it a little different. I think we still have all the martial arts is still there. They're just teaching us how to be showmen. How many martial
But
arts
people like
showmen-
Darush get pushed aside, but
Okay.
that's all of his.
So this is my question.
yeah.
Is Dariush getting pushed aside, or is Dariush not stepping up to the job?
But it's his heart.
Well, that's the question, though. And it's not wrong or right. It's
But-
just the question we all get to be in as athletes. Like, do I want to do this or not? Do I want to stand out? I have to look at what Connor's done and say, I've been in the sport and had more accolades than him, but look at what he did and say, you made more money, you did things. How can I take responsibility for that?
Because George, it'd be like your boss coming to you if
You
you were
know?
working for a company. Like, hey, we want you to do it this way. If you don't, you still have a job, but you're gonna get promoted if you do it this way. You're gonna get promoted faster. And you go, I'm good. They go, okay, but this guy over here is gonna do
That's
it.
all I'm saying. It doesn't mean that
Doesn't mean
Dariush
you're not
is
gonna have a
wrong.
job, but you're
Yeah.
not gonna be making as much money as the
So
other
you
guys
want
with the same opportunities.
If you want to get up in 3 fights, talk. If you want to get up in 9 fights, don't talk. Just fight really good. It's up to you.
you better fight really damn
Yeah,
good. Though.
and Dariush fights really damn
Really
good.
good.
So he's doing
That's
it.
why it's annoying to me, because I'm trying to figure out how is it.
But for the casual fan, it's not annoying. To
No,
the casual
from
fan,
the
they're
fan
like,
is-
hell yeah.
from the
Well,
fan
look. How about
perspective-
this? Look
yeah.
right here. Are you interested? There's no sound.
No.
Okay. Now, who could go up there with no sound and you would want to see what's happening? That's how I'm starting to look at it.
Yeah.
Like, how do I make myself something that people want? How do we do that as athletes to
Undeniable.
stand out?
Yeah.
So
Like,
it is. You're
that's
just
the
leaning
question
more
I-
towards entertainment.
I mean, that's the
You gotta do
question
both.
I'm in.
You gotta do both. That's why Connor
You gotta
was this
win.
unicorn.
You can't just not. You can't
Oh,
skip martial arts to be a showman, because then you're really effed. So yeah, the martial arts still got to be there. But what's happening is, if UFC is going to expand and be worth more than $4.3 billion, they're going to force us to do what? Be worth more than expand.
Got it.
Everybody gets to expand and work together and grow. And so the transformation has to happen. If there's new showmanship that needs to be brought, I'm not saying I enjoy it. I'm not saying I'm the first one to act WWE, but I do understand that it's happening,
You get
whether I
it.
like it or
Yeah.
not. It's up to you if you want to play the game or not. You don't have to. Nobody's making you. But then if you don't, then what happens?
I'll tell you what, it is stressful either way. And if you need some help, this show is brought to you by BetterHelp. So it's easy to get caught up in what everyone else needs from you and never take a moment to think about what you need for yourself.
Wow, that's
But
so good.
when you spend all your
was
time
good.
giving, thank you, sir,
Wow.
it can leave us feeling stretched thin and burned out. Therapy can give you the tools to find more balance in your life so you can keep supporting others without leaving yourself behind. Quit talking to your friends. Quit talking to your buddies. Talk to licensed professionals. I'm talking about licensed professional therapy you can do from your home with BetterHelp. So give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist. You can switch therapists anytime you want, no additional charge. So, if this sounds like something you could use, find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Schaub. Today, you get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Schaub. What were you guys saying, though?
Reader.
Thanks, man. Been doing a hot second.
It's harder than you think, though, to read like that.
Oh, man, it's tough, yeah. Took me, many, many years.
Yeah.
Were you ever hooked on phonics?
I was. Don't.
I went to
No.
Sylvan
I
Learning.
was too.
I went to
Hey.
Sylvan Learning Center as a kid.
So did I.
All right.
Bro,
Hooked on
and-
phonics works
but
for
to
me.
be honest,
Yes, dude.
that
Yes,
shit
give it
didn't
up.
help me at all because I didn't know I was dyslexic until like college years. I didn't even know that was a thing.
You know, what my biggest thing is, and Dom, you're great at it, and John Anik's probably the best. Rogan's pretty good at it, too. But now the UFC is so international. Like, some of the Dagestani names, the Russian names, like, one championship was like, man, you're interested in doing commentating? I'm like, bro, if you get more American fighters, like, I just can't pronounce the names. It's not for me. I can't do it.
I'll tell you the truth. I'm not that good at it. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you.
compared
I
to-
copy Anik.
Yeah. Yeah, it
And
makes
it's
sense,
really
though.
good at it, dude. Like,
best.
Plus they do give us, like, at the highest level, like when I started doing commentary, I did it for Shudo, Brazil, okay? And so the whole card would change the day of the event, like an hour before the event. So you don't have any
the worst fear.
preparation. So then now you get to the UFC and they're giving you all these notes and they give you, like, they have a guy in your ear telling you how to say their name right.
No way. That's that's the only reason why I don't want to
It's-
MC. I don't want to disrespect somebody by not
It's
saying their
awesome.
name right.
I'm not gonna lie, like the
It would help me out so much.
yeah, the things are there. So I would say to the people who are worried about, not having more American fighters, get better people in your ear, your producers.
That
Are being
makes sense.
silly.
Yeah, I struggle with certain pronouncing
work,
certain
producers.
words. It's a nightmare for me. So I just use
Pronunciations.
Help them out.
I just use either first names or their nicknames. If it's really tough, I just use their nicknames, like their fight names. Find a way around it.
Well, you got the paperwork in front of you.
Can't read
Yeah,
it.
you have a producer in your ear.
There's no way I would be able to because my nerves would be too, and then it just would all like scramble.
Ah, you're smarter than that. Stop it.
Yeah,
you give
you
yourself.
give
Put
yourself
up
credit.
that thing again. Let me read it for you. Let me see how good. Ends up taking the program because he just can't read it.
Now, when my son struggles with a word, I'm like, "We get you help right now." My girl's like, "Relax, man." I'm
Immediate
like, "No,
anxiety.
you don't understand." I have like PTSD. I'm like, "No, you don't understand. He needs help now."
I can't listen to the word popcorn without cringing because when I was a kid, they used to do this game where you would read a line and you popcorn somebody, and everybody would fucking popcorn me because I'd stutter.
What's popcorn?
So you all read a book in class and you read, and when you're done reading, you popcorn somebody. So I'd popcorn you to pick up what
Oh,
I'm
word.
reading. So it'd literally go popcorn you, and then you popcorn me, and I'll popcorn you, and you popcorn me. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
So I'd go to the bathroom and then just in
Like, yeah, as soon as they start, you just find a way out.
Oh,
You
yeah.
pull a Cejudo, take 3 years off, come back.
And I come back and they're like, you deserve no respect. You don't know what's happening in these chapters.
You get it. How many chapters were missed?
Yeah.
Let's be
That's
honest.
so
How
funny.
many chapters were missed?
And
in
then
that?
you rested and came back on chapter 6, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
While the
no
rest of us had
fucking
to
paper
suffer
cuts.
through 6 chapters.
the rest
Nobody
of
want to
us-
read this stupid book.
Let's get a Cliff Notes.
Dom, how do you feel about
Ooh.
knowing your kind of relationship with fighting? How do you feel about Merab saying he won't fight Sterling if he wins? You hope Sterling goes to a different weight class.
He will, I think. think
I
that's exactly
think
what'll
goes to
happen.
Volkanovski, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what'll happen. He'll fight.
But you would fight a teammate.
I would.
Yes,
but,
I know you would. Yes. That's what I'm saying.
I see it different. I see it as a blessing. Like, you're telling me I get to fight the only guy I've trained with this whole time. That means we're the two best and we're like, we did our job.
That means we're doing something right.
We did our job.
Damn,
Yeah.
great perspective.
That's it. We just did our job, and now I'm the only person that can get you to the next level. I wouldn't want it to be anybody else.
Great perspective.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want anybody else to kill me but my best friend.
I feel like
Yeah.
you mentally break people down.
Hmm?
I feel like you look at such great perspectives that if you went into an argument, you break them down mentally.
Thanks. I'm just trying to
Thanks.
figure out how
Dude,
to
you-
make what works work. You know, like I just want it to work.
You're obviously training because you came in with a busted lip even in here.
Yeah, I'm training, but I have to work around things. You know,
You're doing it, man.
I'm just doing the best I can with what I got. I'm still here, and you
And
know,
then how much of a notice does the UFC give you? Do you know, like, a year out what pay-per-views or fight nights you're working? Because obviously the international ones.
I'll work
Roman-
Jacksonville.
Oh,
Coming up,
nice.
13th.
That's a big one.
Yeah, I think that's ABC.
Yeah, that's a
So
big
I'll be
boy.
covering that one. That'll be cool. And then most of the ones in Vegas I do because, like you said, I'm still training. So this is what nobody knows. Like, why am I not on the big pay-per-views? Why am I not on these big ones with DC? Well, DC's retired.
Yeah,
He
he
can
do
travel the
those.
world and do
Yeah.
whatever he wants. I have to train twice a day while I do this.
Yeah.
So it's easier for me to stay at the Apex, train all the way up till Saturday, do all the cramming of watching the film and do everything I need for the work, but still get my training in. So it's just really beneficial and to not, have to go for a
Hell
week
no,
at a
yeah.
time and travel and
Because they usually
train.
fly
and-
everybody in on like Monday or Tuesday because the fighters get there on Tuesday and you do interviews, pre-interviews, all that stuff.
Do you hate doing interviews before fights?
You're saying as a fighter?
Yeah. As like,
ahead, Dom.
is that the least?
Crone didn't like it.
I know
this
it's
week.
like good for the thing, but is it like fuck your mental state up before
So
the fight?
this is what's so, again, this is very interesting. Good question. This is why it's good to have you, man. You
Yeah.
ask good questions. It is very, very, very frustrating. Now, there's another step to this. Of course, I could go with my victim story, right? We'll start with that. Why are you asking me these questions that I don't want to answer, that I've been trying to dodge out of my own brain for 3 months, and you're going to bring them up and make me answer them, and now I got to think about them. And I have like 2 days till I fight. I've been trying to put these thoughts out of my head, and you're going to ask me them?
Yeah.
Okay, let me answer you. So that's step one. That's the victim story. The responsible story is I wanted to be on platforms. I wanted to make a difference for people. I wanted to be able to make a difference for my family and be one of the best in the world. That means people are going to look at me and want to know every single thing of every single question of every single moment, especially the ones that are the hardest for me. And the hardest ones are the questions that people are going to ask when you're about to compete. Like, are you ready? Do you know how annoying that question is?
Or coming off a loss. That's what I used to hate. Like, the last one was tough. Like, they bring up your last fight if you lost. Last
That
one was
too,
tough.
yeah.
And you're
Yeah,
like,
that's a good
I'm
point.
trying to move on from that, dude. And you got to reflect on that.
Talk
You're
about
like,
that.
fuck,
That's
the
a good
worst.
question.
Like, if you're coming off a loss, and there's nothing worse in your career. We come off a loss, and then you go to your last fight, and they keep bringing it up. Your striking looked a little, and you're just like, oh, my God, dude. Do you feel ready for this one? You're like, I hope so.
See, and so you don't know, and that's the victim story. It's
Yes.
like, okay, I'm in
It's
victim
triggering.
because, yeah, you're triggered, but at the same time, it's like you get to ask me these questions. I put myself here. Actually, this is why martial arts is here, because you're just putting me into some very introspective questions that most people on earth never have to face. Let me go smash you and then ask you how it felt on TV in front of everybody.
And other sports don't do it, to your
Degrading.
point.
It
But
hurts.
also, back to your point of the entertainment,
learning.
the entertainment aspect of it, too.
That's
like,
what it
that's
is,
entertainment.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but that's why I asked you guys because you're on the opposite end of it. You're in the
but
spotlight.
again, you have to do it. Now, there's been people like Ronda when she came back and was fighting Amanda Nunes was like, I'm not doing any interviews,
Right.
and I went red flag.
That's my point. Like, your job is that, or you say it's not, right? That's
Oh, so you have the chance to say no. I don't want to
no,
do
you
interviews."
don't, unless you're Ronda Rousey or Connor, because
You better
you're
be an
bringing so many
outlier.
eyes, whether you talk or not. There is a realness to that. And again, as a fighter, I get to take responsibility for that. Am I that fighter, or am I the one that has to do interviews? Like, you got to be real with yourself.
You have to humble yourself.
I mean, you don't have to humble yourself, but you got to be real. People won't humble.
But that's
Is
why
there any
that's why the
interviewer
Diaz
that-
brothers are so big.
Is there any interview that crosses a line and you're like, that guy needs to go, bro? Like he's
I once had a guy, I forget, he was a British dude, and he goes, "You're an underdog in this fight, and I bet against you. How do you feel about them?" I'm like, oh wow, Fight's tomorrow, dude. I ended up beating the guy. It was a Matt Mitrione fight.
Do you ever want to fight these guys? Like, I feel.
He's telling you right now.
Oh, you fought the interview guy?
He's telling you how he felt.
No, I'm just saying. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. He's like, you're big underdog, man. I did bet against you. How do you feel about, the odds makers on this? I'm like, I don't pay attention to that, man. Now you bring it up. Now you got to think about it.
So that makes you kind of feel a certain way towards that person? Yes. Like,
Yeah, you have resentment. You're
you
like, "He's a
moron.
piece
Why
of shit,
would you
dude."
ask me that?
Yeah.
Do you think?
But they don't do it to other athletes. To that point, like, they don't go to LeBron like, man, last finals 2 years ago, you missed the game-winning shot, dude.
Well, sometimes they do. They're pretty mean.
Sometimes.
They're pretty mean to those guys,
yeah,
too, Bill.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, it depends.
They burn them pretty good, too.
But they don't give them too. The NBA does a good job putting like the big stars on stage, but like NFL, they just decline. They don't do the interviews. Like if Tom Brady throws a game, losing interception in the Super Bowl, he's not on the stand.
What if LeBron took 3.5 years off right now? 3 years ago.
Oh my God! Yeah.
What would happen? Just to chill because he felt tired.
Yeah.
What would everybody else say?
His competitors, they'd be like, dude, that's such a bitch move. Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
I think it would be different for LeBron because he's made it vocal that he wants to stay around until his son comes. So maybe people would just be like, maybe he's just holding off so he doesn't get injured until his son comes. Because I think he's done enough to prove that he's the best right now in the league. Do you think Michael Jordan or LeBron's
Like currently,
better?
right now, he's not the best. He was. Now he's doing 25 a night. But Jokic is better than him. Joel Embiid's better than him. The AD is better right now on his team than him. But his body of work's better than all of them. In current time, I think Jordan's better. But
Are you a Jordan or LeBron?
Definitely Jordan because I like. I'm not necessarily just about the numbers. I'm about what a champion is in their being, in their way of being, and like he said
Ultimate winner.
about like Kobe, like a mentality. There's a certain mentality that Kobe and Jordan had that I don't see in LeBron. LeBron's like
you don't have that
different.
killer instinct.
It's just a different era. I can't. There's no other way to put it. And the way of being is different. Like the way that he whines about stuff is different than the way that Jordan or Kobe whines about stuff. It's different level of like. I don't know. When LeBron whines, it just sounds whiny to me. And when Jordan and Kobe do it, it sounds like that makes sense. I'm with you.
I also the debate ends when if you look at like when the game's on the line, you're out of your mind if anybody else can take that shot besides Michael Jordan. Everybody knew you take that shot, you don't have to deal with Michael in the locker room. The coaches knew it. Everybody knew Jordan wants that last shot. LeBron will pass it.
Well, I would even say that's his take on it,
Yeah.
and that's why he likes Jordan better.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I say just because of like how they were outside of the game and who they carried themselves out as to make a difference for others. Like who they showed up as
True
to me
champion.
was stronger and tougher, and who I would choose to model myself after rather than LeBron. I'd be like, nah, I'm good.
Was there somebody you mirrored or like looked up to in the fight world where you're like, I want to be like him before you became in your own legacy?
These are great questions because you know what's funny is
They are
because
good
you don't know
questions.
Dom's background is so many guys look up to Dom and took his style, like T.J. Dillashaw, Cody Garbrandt, like his style of movement we've never seen in the game before.
You'll
So
never hear
he
that
changed
from them, by the way.
No,
from
well,
anybody. I'll say
off
it
air
all about them.
off air they say it. Off air
They'll
they say it.
never
Those
say-
are my
you'll never
boys.
hear anybody say anything nice about me
Yeah,
ever,
off air they give you your credit,
except
but
for good old nice shot. every now
yeah,
and then.
off air they give Dom his credit,
But I'll
his
be on-
style was the first one.
I'll be hyping these dudes.
Yeah, his style was like you've never seen anything like the way he moves, like the changing of positions and all that. Now it's changed the game. Now everybody's kind of doing it.
So where did you learn this move? Like, was it just through practice or like this is through your spirit?
I was actually working with my coach the other day, and he was doing it with the team, and I was realizing how natural what he was teaching these guys coming up was for me, and they're learning it, and I don't even have to think about it anymore. I realized over the years I had certain things that were in me, but he built them up over time, and one of those things is rhythm and timing through rhythm, and that's what creates everything. If you have good rhythm and then your timing can always be, you can always lead the dance.
Were you a dancer?
In fighting, yes, but in dancing, no, it's too lovely.
I feel like you would have been like a break dancer, like a street dancer, because when you said rhythm like that, I understand. And I know it sounds stupid, but I nowhere near anybody here's level. But growing up, my parents put me in like Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
And it was easier for me because I just I knew how to move my body a little bit.
You get my point. Yeah,
So,
there is
ballet
no
helped.
rhythm in jiu-jitsu or grappling. There's no rhythm. And a lot of wrestlers and grapplers don't have that basketball rhythm or the striking rhythm. So, yeah, they do, and not always, but when you can mix all that together, that's when you got,
It's tough to
some
do.
tricky
Like
stuff.
those guys that I mentioned do a version of Dom, but not Dom exactly. And it's gonna be a tough style to mimic.
I think what
Like,
it
I know
is
your coach is teaching
is
it.
when
It's-
this is
why
tough, man.
why it looks so different is just because the stance switched, but everybody's switching stance now.
Who do you guys think is gonna win here?
It's a good fight.
a really good fight.
I have my money
Andrade
on-
had issues last fight, so let's see how she responds after that last fight.
I think Jess is gonna win.
I was telling George at the one championship, I just flew back today from Denver, watched the one championship in person, but Rose was cornering the girl who fought Stamp Fairtex. I haven't seen Rose in a hot second. Pat Barry was also in the corner.
I mean, of course.
There's a really
Their girl lost bad. Got
Oh,
kicked to
it
the
sucks.
body, broke her ribs. It's brutal. What were we going to say, George?
There's this interview that I watched of Mike Tyson, and they asked him something that really stuck with me, and I don't know why it stuck with me. But he said, when you're fighting somebody, what do you watch? Do you like look at his face? And he goes, no, I look at their shoulders because his face is not hitting me. What is it for you guys that you're mostly focusing on when you're fighting the person in front of you?
Mine was chest. I'd watch his chest because remember in MMA you got to look at their hips, their feet, and their legs, elbows. So it's, in boxing you can get away with watching the shoulders. Dom.
I'm always leading the dance to make them react to my movement, so that I don't have.
So
to
you
wait
tell
for
them where to go.
I'll tell them where to throw most of the time.
Do you feel like that's your
the
strength?
goal? That's the goal.
I'd listen to Dom on this, not me. There's a reason why I tell dick jokes, and he.
Well, the goal
He's one
is
of the
to
greatest
try
of
to
all time.
move and try to put yourself in scenarios where there's like 50-50 chance. Like I know I'm stepping into danger, but I know what the danger is, so I'm ready for it.
Got it.
That's the best way I can put it.
But also with your IQ, you know when you step in the danger, you know what you to kind
That's
of
what I mean
expect.
by knowing
Exactly.
what's coming. So like I'll
Exactly.
throw an inside kick, switch to
Knowing
southpaw,
how he's gonna respond.
knowing that they're gonna hit me with the right hand. So I'll have my hand up to now I'm inside. Now I can land what I need to or set up an angle. So it's really about like you don't want to be waiting for somebody because then you're waiting to get hit.
And you're also probably losing the fight.
I try to be first and third. Oh, see, she was chasing. That's what happens
got
when
caught.
you chase.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I
Oh, shit.
lost.
That young
That was
girl has
crazy.
power too.
That was
she
in my notes. I thought she didn't have power.
So that's why your coaches always tell you to head off and not follow. That's an example of why you don't follow like a fighter.
Did they stop that too early because she did defended herself or no?
That was pretty. That was a pretty good stoppage. She is jacked. That was a pretty good
I'll
stoppage.
show it again.
Yeah, you'll see it.
My notes was like, don't think her hits have power, and literally just bounced.
I
her
mean, I
head
think
off
these
the
next
fucking-
fights, when
Those
we-
two girls have more power than anybody in the whole division. Those two.
That's
both powerhouses. He said she didn't have power. Yeah. but
So this is
I let
the
him
reason
go,
why
though.
nobody should listen to my notes.
look at this.
See, she's chasing her.
Very Verdum Stipe-ish.
Yeah. But see how she's going in a circle?
Yeah.
It's a hook that
Yeah.
she did. That's how you know it's not straight back. And
Also,
so-
George, her momentum's coming in, so it makes it worse.
yeah.
See her?
Wait, why
Boom!
why did she throw the same move 3 times in a row?
Oh, and she had her head in the back.
Very similar to Verdum Stipe.
Yeah, I saw her head bounce.
Yeah, on the canvas. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what.
I'll tell you what, the best knockout you'll see this
thought you
weekend.
said
Who knows what's going to happen in the co-main event, main event? Best knockout you see is Rod Tang's knockout over that Mexican Muay Thai champion, that Edgar Taberes. So every time, you'd love this, Dom. So, Rod Tang's,
Yeah.
he's like, whatever, 400 fucking
Nasty.
fights. Filthy.
Fun to
Smaller dude,
watch.
giant legs.
Yep.
So
Durable.
every time Rotang would get close, and he would throw a kick and kind of turn, the guy would fire back with a spinning elbow, and it was close. And I was like, man, Rotang's being in trouble with this. So Rotang knew he was going to do that. Does the kick, knowing that's coming. As he's throwing the spinning elbow, he catches it. Elbow, boom, knocks
That's
him
awesome.
out. Dude,
When did this happen?
last
He
night.
catches it, he says.
Dude, and they say Rotang was on Happy Hippo Kratom. Let me tell you something about Rotang and Kratom, man. Listen, you guys know I love my Kratom. I use it when I'm doing stand-up,
You're a legend
podcasting,
at this.
podcasting, and there's only one Kratom I trust. That's Happy Hippo. All right, and they have whatever you need. They have powders, gummies. I used the shots. I used one right
You have
before we went
not.
on
No,
air.
you
here.
did not.
Yeah, dude.
Watch
this
out.
thing
That
right here?
shit's addicting.
I know. No, trust me, and I have an addictive personality.
Hey,
I love it, man.
Watch out, people.
Yeah,
That
there it
stuff
is, right there.
serious
See how the label's all snarled up because I was chewing on that bad boy. I love it, man. It's the only Kratom that I trust. That's happyhippo.com. Thick23, you get 20% off for life. Share it with your friends. Happyhippo.com, promo code Thick23. But yeah, Ratang's knockout nonetheless was amazing.
Goes right back into
Yeah.
it. I'm going to
Filthy.
go to the restroom. Did you guys want me to grab you any pizza on the way back?
I'm good, man. Think Dom eats pizza,
I'm
dude?
good. Thank you. Stop.
How dare you?
Stop.
I'll eat that pizza, though.
I'm good.
Okay, I'll be right back. And I'm going to be listening the whole time, so if you guys gossip.
You can go live on your phone so you don't miss anything. We just talk shit about you when you leave. You're like, what the fuck?
You are way nice. He got way nicer when I got here. I'm gonna say, like, I heard that before I got.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if this
listening,
is the guy to do it with out of all the fighters.
This guy isn't
man.
gonna wanna.
Dude, I was thinking how long you've been doing comedy because you and I were doing it at Fox back in the day.
Saying, dude, I've been doing it 11
Hot,
years.
and then compete at a high level.
Yeah,
Dude,
and
nuts.
so that's what, like, so I've been doing this 11 years, and you guys are like, oh, well, so are you retired? Like, I've been doing this the whole time.
Yeah. And if it's up to you, you'll fight how many more times do you think?
I don't know. You know,
Have you ever
that's-
thought
I
about
always
that? That's a weird question, right?
It is. I always ask, when people ask me that, I go, are you gonna live till tomorrow? And how do you know?
Demetrius Johnson had the best answer for it because this narrative came out that he was going to retire. And I read the transcript where people say he was going to retire. I'm like, I don't see that out of him. And so I asked DJ, hey, man, people saying you retire after this fight, win, lose, or draw. Are you retiring? He's like, I never said that. He goes, you know how it is, dude. When you fought, like, you're in the middle of camp, and he's like, in the level I'm at, I'm like, this might be the last one. I see my kids. I want to hang out with my wife more. He goes, I don't know, man. He goes, I don't have an answer for it.
No,
He's like, at
none
the
of us
time,
do.
I felt like that. He goes, so I just said, they go, have you thought about retirement? He's like, of course I've thought about it.
Yeah, you think about it. You'd be stupid not to. Like,
Yeah.
you have other life that comes in, but you also, it's part of who, like, our way. We live this life. We just made a living doing it, but I would live this life whether I got rich doing it or not.
But
That
when you
was part of
started,
it.
people weren't making tons of
No,
money.
when I
It really
started,
wasn't like,
I paid money to fight my first 3 fights. I paid $150. My medicals were $350. I walked out with a $50 check,
Jesus.
and I fought in front of 5,000 people.
Wow.
So I won't say
Someone
the
was making
organization.
bank.
They were killing it. That guy.
So King of the Cage.
But I didn't know. This is how I looked at it back then, because it was illegal in every state. Oh, every state it was illegal. So you're fighting on Indian reservations,
Yeah.
first of all. So I'm like, man, I'm lucky that I'm not getting arrested. This is
Yeah.
a win, because I'm gonna do this either way.
Yeah.
So-
and I get $50. This
And I
is
get
great.
$50, like, and I'm not going to jail.
I'm
and
balling.
Then I
Yeah.
go party afterwards.
Hell
like,
yeah.
we're good to go. So it always was fine with me. But, after a while, you start getting to a point where you got to get paid. And the sport's just evolved so fast now.
Oh, man. Nuts
Once it
us.
got to Fox, it blew up.
Big time.
But
Fox Ultimate Fighter.
most of my career was in the WEC before that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I was in.
That's
like,
where you beat DJ.
That's where I beat DJ. That's where I beat Uriah. I defended title 3 times there.
Uriah's a busy cat because I saw him last night because he's cornering Sage Northcutt, who got a win.
Yep.
Dude, and they sat me next to Sage's. Oh, I love her. And there's Skylar Aston behind. They sat me next to Sage's family.
There's my guy. That
Don
was one
Fry,
of my first
legend,
sparring
dude.
partners.
Really?
Yes.
You
He's from Tucson, Arizona. So I got a crazy Don Fry story for you. So I showed up. I'm 19 years old, and Don Fry is the man at this time, right? And I show up to practice, and he's there, and I'm like 19.
I assume Don Fry back then, he's in Pride?
Yeah, he's still in Pride.
Yeah.
And so he's jacked.
He was so jacked.
And I'll never forget, like, I was like, okay, I'm going to learn from Don Fry. And he's like, okay, we're going to spar. And I'm like,
He's
serious,
huge.
you're huge.
He's huge.
But you're not going to question the guy.
No, it's
First
Don
of all,
Fry.
he's fought with no gloves.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So he's the whole. People don't know it's not a sport when Don Fry fought.
Yeah.
It is not a sport. This is not like, weight classes didn't exist. Gloves weren't there. Like, it didn't matter. So when he tells you gear up, I'm fighting you today, you're like, fuck, I guess I'm fighting Don Fry today. So I gear up.
Bring up Don Fry for George in his
Oh
heyday.
my
Pride.
God, dude.
Type in Pride.
This is when I got scared. This was the first reality check for me. Remember, I've only got
What a
like
mustache.
3 amateur fights at 155 or 3 pro fights at 155. Okay, but he gets in. He goes gear up, and I go to gear up, and I'm putting my wraps on, and I'm watching him. So he would look like that, dude. He's so scary. He's so mean
The
too.
guy looks like he'll fuck you up and then go shoot porn. at the
He's
same time.
scary. Yeah, he goes shoot porn while he fucks you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he
He looks like steroid Freddie Mercury.
dude,
Or
he
Mercury.
literally goes into his bag, grabs 2 Vicodin, and just chews them
What?
before we spar. And I'm like,
Legend.
is that what I'm going to look like if I keep
Yeah, is
going
this
down
the
this road?
road?
Like, is this
Yeah.
where I'm going? I'm like, I would never do that. And I'm like, I don't know. Vikings are pretty cool, I guess. So he like kind of had me thinking about it. I was like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing before practice? Like, this guy's the best, you know?
Yeah, dude.
And
American
long story
treasure.
short, he couldn't hit me through a head kick. And I'm like,
Were you just moving like a
we were
madman?
supposed to be boxing.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he threw a head
in
kick.
boxing?
Yeah, and I was
Jesus
like,
Christ.
I'm like, dude, you're already bigger than me. You gotta be ready. Like, he just grunts at you. And I was just like, it was the most nonsense. We did 2 3-minute rounds,
And you didn't get touched.
and I made sure and ran for my
Yeah,
life.
hell
Yeah, and
yeah.
I hit him in the body, and it did nothing
move,
to
stick
him.
and move, stick
Yeah,
and
and it
move,
did
yeah.
nothing to him.
Legend, dude.
But it was cool to get to do it and
Hell
say
yeah.
that he's the man. And that was my Don Fry story, and I still talk to him today.
Good dude.
Good dude, you know, he's about as good as anybody from that era.
What a great answer.
I don't need to tell you anything else.
Yeah, no, hey,
I
say,
just
hey,
don't.
don't say less.
He has a great
No,
PR team.
Yeah, dude, that fantastic. So yeah, he's doing better than most people from that era. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
still
he's
doing
there.
it. Yeah, yeah,
He's at the
coherent.
event.
He can see. You got any take on this Gilbert Burns Muhammad fight?
Love it.
Absolutely love it.
I love it because, again, this is another example of 2 guys that I respect.
Yes.
Because of how they've taken the game. Dariush, respect. They guys go through the lineup, man. They lose and they keep winning. They come back and keep winning.
Yep.
And they're facing animals.
Yeah.
And they never go, I need a break. I need to step out and stay safe from the competition. They
Yeah.
just keep going. Like, win, lose, or draw, these guys, neither of them lose to me.
No, I agree.
For me, that's just 'cause
Think
I'm
how
a fighter,
active
you know?
Gilbert's been too.
Bilal, too.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
That's what I
Nuts.
mean. And so I see it as
Bilal
win-
coming off Ramadan too.
Yeah.
Nuts. Took
I
fight
think the
2
winner
weeks.
of this fight is the person who can obviously dictate forward pressure because they both come forward.
I think it goes to decision. I like if I was going to bet on, I like Bilal as the underdog. He's a slight underdog. I think he's
Definitely
plus 130.
As if he's the underdog for me, he's either
Good
of the
money.
2 are the underdogs are
Yeah.
the good bet.
Yep, agree.
Like same with Henry and Aljo.
Agree. Yeah,
Like,
I'll just.
I know you guys are dying for my notes, so I'll just repeat them.
yeah, tell us who you got.
I think Gilbert wins.
It's a good guess.
I think he wins
Why?
by
I wanna know
outboxing
why.
him.
He outboxes him. Which punch does he land? What's
Right
his
hand.
best punch?
Right hand.
What's Gilbert's best punch though? If you had to guess one punch that's his best
You're a
punch.
shorter fighter.
Maybe he comes up from underneath and uppercuts him.
With what?
One of his hands.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding with an uppercut, bro. Just messing
His
with
hook's probably his best weapon. Yeah.
you. Yes.
That's what I said.
On the money.
I
Yeah.
said his
Gilbert's
right
hook and Gilbert definitely has the power. So if it ends on the feet, it's probably gonna be Gilbert.
Sorry, finish.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say what's cool about him is that it's not a right hand.
Yeah,
It's
agree.
you would think it would be
Yeah.
a right hand because he's such a good wrestler. Like he can shoot, and his takedowns like high, but he's super good at sitting up tall and landing that hook. I don't know what it is. That's his punch.
He landed on Hamzat. Like he's a savage, man. And what's interesting, he lost that Hamzat fight, but to your point, he didn't lose any momentum because that
Yep.
was such a
That
war.
was so
dude.
good.
Oh my god. it
Well,
was
that's why this fight's happening. Let's be honest. The winner of this fight gets the next shot. I think.
good. After Colby though, Colby's guaranteed the
You're
title
right.
shot.
That's so funny.
Isn't that weird?
Not weird. It goes right back to what we were talking about,
No.
doesn't it?
Yeah,
So
no.
time and time again, you can see enough of the consistency that I don't get mad anymore. I just
You see the
pay
pattern.
attention.
I don't get surprised either. I'm like, man,
Yeah,
yeah,
just
that's
pay
what they
attention.
do. Yeah.
Just stop getting mad and just go, okay,
Know the
he did
game.
something I didn't do.
Yep.
Like, what am I supposed to do? I got to be an idiot, jackass?
Because what we're talking
do I
about is
gotta be?
both these guys deserve, like, they shouldn't even need to do this fight. They deserve a title shot right now. But like
If
I
we
was
go by
telling you
the
before
numbers.
Dom came, Colby Compton is a guy who's talks that shit and people want to see him fight. So even though his last win was against Masvidal, and he's taking some time off, had an altercation against Jorge Masvidal, he's had a lot of time off. Dana was like, he's guaranteed the next title shot. And everybody else that is viewing it as a sport like other sports, like, that doesn't make sense. Give it to Muhammad Gilbert winner. Dana's like, no, Colby's getting the next shot. But again, to Dom's point, if you know the sport, Colby Leon Edwards sells way more tickets and pay-per-views than any of these guys fighting Leon Edwards.
The question is, could they say that?
I wouldn't if I was them.
Well, that's my point. But
Yeah.
I'm saying it
Yeah, I
because
know.
I can recognize.
Yeah.
At a certain point, you got to be able to recognize, like, all right, I either need to completely shift how I'm coming about this or just keep fighting and winning, and that's all I got.
Here's a question for you, though, Dom. Even though Dana said Colby gets the next shot no matter what, let's say Muhammad goes out there and starches him in 15 seconds and then rips a ridiculous promo towards Leon Edwards.
I think
It'd be tough for Dana not to go, all right, Muhammad, you did enough.
But you just said exactly
I know,
what we're
pay-per-view-
saying.
I know, pay-per-view numbers.
No, not just that, but like he's
Playing the game.
He's playing the
He's
game.
back in the game.
You just
Yep.
played the game.
Yep.
So like, yeah, he'll
Ready
get it.
Player One. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
like, there
either
you go.
play
You
the
did
game
it.
or you don't. Now the next
Yeah.
step is why don't we want to play the game? That's the real question. Now I look at it different. What's your answer? I'll tell you my.
I think for some guys, like Dariush, it's just not in their nature. Even though they know they could get further doing that, they're like, I'd rather not even fight for
Why?
titles.
Why is it not in their nature to play the game? That's what this is where we got to go.
Is it cringy for them? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like it just doesn't.
Maybe. Why else? Why are certain fighters willing
Pressure.
to play the game and certain fighters aren't?
It's the
Now we're
pressure.
getting to
It's
the
the pressure.
real thing that people don't want to talk about as fighters.
Oh, you think they don't want to get caught not backing up?
well,
it
their
let's
adds
be
more
honest.
pressure to
If
the
I
fight.
go, what are you talking about? I'm the champ, and I just got here. How much pressure did I just put on myself? Versus, we'll see. I respect everybody. Everybody's really good. Respect.
I'll fight
Love,
whoever
love, love.
UFC gives me.
I'll fight whoever they give me.
I'm not gonna call anybody out in disrespect.
So it's like one has pressure and one is like
one's a safe route.
allegedly,
Yeah.
even though
You're
there's
still fighting
nothing
monsters.
safe.
Yeah, you're
That's
still
the
fighting
irony of
monsters.
the whole matter. None of this is
that's a good
safe.
point.
That's why I'm saying.
Because it's
that's
not
why
like
I'm in
Darius
these
getting
questions.
easier fights.
That's my
You're
point.
fighting monsters,
So
dude.
what is
I feel
what?
like it has to be at least. I think it's per individual. I think there's some people religiously they just won't. They don't want to.
Whatever it is, let's say.
The Bible doesn't say anything about talking.
Yeah, let's
trash.
say whatever it is. You're making it up. Like, what are you making up that you can't
Yeah.
play the game? That's the question I'm asking. What's going on in your personal life separate from fighting that you can't play the game?
Yeah, that's a great point.
So
by
do you
Dom.
play the game or do you not want to play the game?
I choose to not play the game, and guess what? I choose to have to fight on Fight Pass prelims. Okay. What the fuck? Get over it. Stop whining. Like, just fight. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
One or the other. Like, or I'm gonna go. Yes, I'm Jesus Christ in the making, and now.
But you will call a guy out though.
I have.
You won't back down.
I have. Yeah, but it's like, I'll play the game. Technically, I guess I'd be playing the game now, right? But I'm just saying it how it is. I'm not really playing a game. So that's always what I've been.
Yeah,
Instead
you're
of
being
playing
more
the game,
real.
I just keep it real.
Yeah.
You like
There's
me, you
difference.
don't. You do. If you like me, cool. Thank you. I love you. I'm with you too. If you don't, I
Who
love
gives a
you. I'm
shit?
with you too.
Yeah.
But I can't do much about you anyways.
Yep.
There's nothing I'm gonna
Yeah, there's
do. I
nothing I can
surrender
do.
to that fact.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna like me whether I try or not.
No
Anyways.
matter what, yeah.
So I'm just here,
Yep.
doing the best I can with what I got.
You know what I think? I think if they're really bad at like talking shit, I think it'd be great to hire a comedian or like somebody that
Get
knows
around.
how
Now
to
you're
talk.
getting to the next piece. This is where I give Henry go to. He's done that because he doesn't he's not very good at it. He goes, you know what? I'm such a little weirdo. I'll just stay weird and call myself cringy,
Cringe
and then
king.
I can just be me
It's an out.
because I'm actually that.
He Eminem'd himself.
Yes. And then you bring all the
Mile.
little people like John Jones and all these guys that I trained and this Captain America idiot that writes checks that his mouth can't cash. Like, and he'll just, all these guys will talk him up about his accolades because he can't say, I'm an Olympic gold medal because you sound like an idiot, you know, but he does it anyways, but it doesn't work. So he has these people talk for him. And then he, you know, you nailed it. He hired a crew and then he
To
just
gas
says,
himself up.
I'll just be who I am. The moniker of cringe. I'll just be Henry Cejudo. I'm cringy, so I'll just be it.
But that team that helps him out
Smart.
with that stuff was talking shit without Henry. Henry was even there. They were talking shit to Aljamain Sterling, like backstage, and Aljo was like, "What the fuck are you guys doing, man?
That's my
this
point.
isn't social
Oh,
media."
this was recently,
yeah.
right?
Aljo was like, "I will fuck you guys up. This is not."
So
we're not on
that
social
was
media,
my
like-
issue too. I saw that Captain America idiot at the PI, and I said, "Yo, you've wrote some checks with your mouth that you can't cash." Me and Henry, whatever, like we fought, okay, but you said some things that you're lucky I don't give you a swirly right now, like straight up, you're an idiot. And he's just like, oh, but I'm not gonna beat his ass at the PI. That's not my job. Like my job as a martial artist is, even though I could and I should, I won't.
I respect that.
So just know that, little idiot.
But there's some guys who don't subscribe to what Dom's talking about, like a Nate Diaz. talk shit to a man or Jorge Masvidal, and they see you, they're gonna fight you on sight.
That's-
Can I tell you
that's the
something?
other guy.
I
I'm not
fuck with
that,
that
so it's
so
like,
much. You know what? My
It's
dad.
trouble though, because now you're talking about lawsuits. But
Well, this is what my dad told me. He goes, when people stopped punching other people in the face for saying stupid shit, a lot of stupid people started becoming.
And guess what? The stupid person's still talking, so maybe you got a point. That idiot
it's also
is still doing
social media in a nutshell.
Right now.
Right?
Yep.
There's no repercussions for talking to people that could absolutely annihilate.
Well, you just said that they're doing it to Aljo in person.
Yeah, and then when Aljo was like, "Hey, what the fuck you doing?" They were like, "Oh, this isn't. We thought you." And he's like, "I don't subscribe to that.
Yep. So
Like, where I come from, you talk shit, you're gonna
Yep.
get punched in the face." And they're like,
Yep.
"Oh, okay, we're gonna stop."
And so Diaz and them will punch you. I'll look at you and say, "You're lucky I don't, because I have a job, and I want to keep it." That's it. Simple. I got a job. I can't just be the meathead fighter that wants to smash you every second.
Especially you have a lot of jobs, bro. You can't risk them all.
No, you're right.
Like, did you ever see, Dustin Poirier, right?
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
155 legend, Louisiana's finest. He was at a parade in his hometown. This guy had a sign that said, Your wife is in my DMs." That's a reference to Conor McGregor.
After the
He was
fight,
a troll.
yeah.
After the fight, he goes,
Yeah.
"Your wife is in my DMs." Dustin Poirier goes like this, goes, "Come here, dude." And he goes, "What?" Slaps the shit out of him. "Oh, what are you
No
doing?"
way.
And he wanted to jump off the float and beat his ass. But his family and friends were holding him back.
Well, did he get in trouble for slapping that?
No,
dude?
no. The cops were like, "Yeah, what do you think was going to happen?"
But you are lucky
That's
if
so
you don't
funny.
get in trouble.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I'll be
saying.
honest.
Most of the time, it doesn't go that.
I think
Most of the time,
it-
you got a lawsuit.
I think
on
the
it.
Oh, is
reason
this
I
something
don't-
you want to show us?
Just you guys, yeah. So Nick Diaz was in Vegas, and someone like
tried to punk
apparently,
him.
yes, apparently he's like a recording artist. He tried. Apparently, Nick Diaz's team somehow hit his car, this recording artist, and then this is what Nick Diaz did. He actually tried to de-escalate the situation.
Oh, Nick was trying to talk him
Yeah.
out of it.
Exactly. And everyone thought like, dude, Nick could destroy this guy, but yeah,
Good for Nick. Well, he's probably learned from his brother, right? Because his brother had that issue.
yeah.
Although that seemed more like self-defense.
I think it
Can
was.
we watch this
too.
when this isn't going? Because like my eyes are going back and forth.
It's
Yeah,
all
this-
good. We're not gonna show this. On
He's
the-
just de-escalating it. He doesn't hit him or nothing.
Oh, okay.
no, nothing happened. Yeah.
You don't want to miss this fight. I do think it goes all 5 rounds. Hopefully,
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
I do too.
But if Muhammad wins, it would be by decision. I think he doesn't get a lot of finishes. He got less finishes in his last fight against Sean Brady, but Gilbert Burns is a different animal.
Little T-Rex arms.
I want to see this fight on the ground.
Me too. And you would hope Muhammad doesn't think, well, Masvidal did a good job defending on the ground. I can go to the ground, because then I do think he would get finished. I'll tell you, my pick of the night for prop bets is Aljamain submission. It was like
That's
a
it,
plus
yeah.
550. I'm like, man, if he wins, probably submission.
I think that if I like from watching, I give the edge in boxing to Henry and pressure, and I give the edge in kicking to grappling to Aljo.
Agree.
And so I go, all right, which can you land first?
I also think Aljo on your back is special, man. That's his sauce,
Well,
and he figured it out.
Then I gotta think, that's the one thing Henry won't allow.
Yeah, agree.
He won't.
He's gonna stop
He
that at
won't-
all
He
costs.
won't let him have his
Yeah.
back. I guarantee you, he won't. I almost
You don't think
I almost
Aljo gets his
guarantee
back?
you he will. I don't think that. I think that's the one thing under all costs that Henry's.
It sounds like that's what they're working on, because DJ was training with him. He's like, the one thing about Aljo which makes him a super outlier is his back. When you get your back, he's
and
like,
everybody
so
knows that.
it's
So
correct.
like they're not dumb. Like he's got a good camp, so they're gonna have all the preparation for that back take.
Now,
And then-
question is Aljo that special at getting your back, where even if they focus on that, a guy like Henry Cejudo can't even stop it?
I don't look at it as taking the back. I look at it as wrestling. And then he skips a step. So instead of throwing hooks, he goes straight to mount from the takedown. So the question isn't if he can take the back. The question is, can he get the takedown?
It's gonna be
That's the
tough.
problem.
Yeah.
He only gets to the back because he gets the takedown on everybody
Yeah,
first.
when they turn. Yeah, that's true.
So now can you
Or
get,
scramble, maybe?
in a scramble, that's his best chance.
Yes.
But that's what I see Sterling needs to do to win, and Henry knows that. So what's Henry going to do? Not let scrambles happen. What's he going to do? Create a stagnant, stand-up, boxing-style match,
Yep.
right?
Here
That's
it
what I
is.
think you're going to see.
Oh, no, it's
Sprawl
back.
and brawl. He's going to try to keep it at space.
Because I do think Henry has the power advantage, too, on the feet.
Well, he's just more comfortable there with the boxing.
In boxing range, yeah.
And so you can probably box a little longer
Now I think Aljo could get up on rounds just through leg kicks if he's taking a move and land that leg
Yeah.
kick.
I
He
mean,
does have
that's
a reach
that's what
advantage.
that's his game, right?
Yes.
So that's what we're comparing.
Yeah.
For sure. I agree.
It's a great fight.
It is. Yeah.
So is this. That was a great takedown offense by Muhammad. Jesus, man. Gilbert got in
What's
tight.
the number for the
So he's
like,
the number 4 welterweight in the world, and the other guy's number 5
Got
welterweight
it,
in
got
the
it,
world.
got it.
Now, even though Muhammad's number 4, he's still an underdog to Burns. Because sometimes once you get in the top 10, it's all about stylistic matchups.
got it.
Like, even though Sugar Sean's number 1 in the world, Merab might be 2. If they fought, Sugar would be an underdog. You got any takes on Francis? The way he's been negotiating things, Dom?
Oh shit! He hurt him with the jab. Nice jab. It's the stance switch that's killing him. It was actually a left hand, and that's what's hard when a guy's switching as much as.
Oh, he cut him. He's bleeding, so that counts for something.
Yeah, it definitely does, and that counts for more than not, right? We've done, but they're both bleeding, right? Now, are they both cut?
I think
I
only
think
one.
just Gilbert's
Oh,
nose
okay.
is bleeding off that jab.
Yeah, that jab was nice.
That's a good note, though, to know.
What's crazy about this stance switch is now, see, you think it's a jab, but it's actually a left hand because it started as jab, and you don't see the stance switch, so now it turns to a left straight, and that's
Yeah.
more powerful than
Way
a jab,
powerful,
so you're
yeah.
hiding it. So the stance switch, I started doing that, but I wasn't doing it set. I was doing it for little
As you're
moments,
moving,
and
yeah.
that's why it looked crazy. And back in the day, nobody ever did that. I was told it was wrong. Now you're seeing Bilal uses complete stance switch,
Yep.
like he's set in it. See how he's going back and forth. I kind
But he
of
stays
set and then
stationary. Yeah.
I kind of set for a second and then go back and then set. These guys actually switch. Their defense is there. It's really good. Like, it's hard to do that. Like, the equivalent would be a baseball player being able to bat both sides, or a pitcher being able to pitch both sides, right? Or a quarterback being able to throw
Would be
both
insane.
sides.
Yeah, just
Or
as well.
that's what we're talking
Insane,
about. That's what
insane.
these fighters are doing now.
Yeah.
So
Great round from Muhammad, man.
Great round.
Definitely
He's
one for
switching it up on
Muhammad.
him.
he's got more tools because of the stance switch.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, and it's confusing, or it looks like it's getting a little cloudy for Gilbert when he does that.
Do you
Well, it's
think
harder
they're
to
telling him to
read.
take him down? to the
What'd you
ground?
say?
Do you think they're going to ask him to start taking him to the ground? Because if he's getting outboxed,
Easier said than done. He had a good shot. He was in pretty tight there, and Muhammad's takedown defense is no punk.
And then the stance switch makes it. That's what I'm saying. Like, when a guy's always that,
Nightmare.
now you got double reads, because when they're here, you're like, okay, he's looking for the right kick. Switch. Now you got to reset the whole read.
you have to think about it.
Now he's looking for what?
Yeah.
Left hand, left kick. Oh, switched again.
Different set
So-
of weapons.
Yeah,
on
he
every
kicked
side.
straight forward, and he was like, if he would have leaned in to anticipate something else, he would have get hit. So I'm understanding it little by little.
Great round for Muhammad. If you bet on him, you're feeling pretty good right now. Gilbert looks a little flat. Maybe wakes up in this round, but he looked a little flat that round.
He's just trying to knock out so bad, and he needs to be okay with touching.
Yeah.
Just like touch, 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 and then heavy. Touch, 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 heavy. But Gilbert wants to hit him with one shot.
He's moving a little better this round.
Now, does Muhammad fight like this always? Did he switch up his stance, or did he do that purposely for this individual fighter?
I don't remember doing it this much. Like with Sean Brady, but he didn't have to against Sean Brady because he's not as dangerous on the feet. I would say he's doing it more so than ever this fight because he's really
Ooh, nice right.
caught there.
He's improved a lot. Like,
Yes.
he's like over the last span of 6 fights has just like gotten really better and better and better each fight. So I think that it's just improved. But he's done it, just gotten better and better at it. The defense is the impressive part to me when guys
Mhm.
switch. It's not necessarily are you throwing, it's like, are you able to defend?
I would say that's the most critical thing because a lot of guys switch and their defense, when they switch from traditional southpaw, their defense goes down the drain.
Yeah, that's why it impresses me when guys
Yes.
can do it.
Are you guys talking about Burns' defense or Muhammad's?
Muhammad's, when he's switching stances. Because when he switches to southpaw, you're talking about a different set of weapons you got to deal with. His defense from southpaw to traditional is
Well,
just
think
as
of it
good.
this way. Let's say you're used to driving on one side of the road, switch it. And how's your driving defense going to be?
Gotcha. Wow, what a great
It's
analogy.
going to suck.
Unbelievable, actually. Immediately I downloaded what your mindset was
And it's
trying
going
to
to
do.
really
you should do
suck.
this for a living. Or something.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, you should really do this.
I think you can do this.
He's getting a little...
Gilbert's still loading up, though.
Yep.
That's the other thing that goes into it too, George, is like let's say Muhammad wins this, and it's not an exciting fight, but he wins by decision. That goes into if they're going to put you in the main event, if they're going to put you in the title fight. Because if there's a guy, let's say Muhammad has 9 wins, and they're 9 decisions with 1 finish, but there's another guy who's 4-0, 4 knockouts under a minute. That guy who's 4-0 is probably going to get the bump.
Yeah, like when I got my title shot, it's because I won in a minute by knockout.
Is that why he's trying to just knock him out and not just?
No, it's just his
tap him
style.
out? All right.
It's his style, but we hurt him on that one. But it's like that's what we need to do to beat the line, almost essentially. If you're not the talker, then you got to have some kind of crazy.
Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
Just got
Exactly. That's a great
catapulted.
example. He moved right through the line, knocked everybody out. That's how
What,
you do it.
4 fights
You don't have
and
to
boom,
say
title
one
shot.
word. If you just knock everybody out, you don't have to sell
You
nothing.
didn't speak English, really.
100% fact. Almost made him scarier too.
Oh, I agree. And then I just critiqued. I said, I think, I said this is a weird thing to say. I think his easiest, best matchup is Izzy. He knows him. He's fought before. Izzy's a straight striker. The other guys in the division can grapple. It gets tough for him after this.
Yeah.
They hear my show in Brazil. It got to him. You start talking shit about
That
him.
fight's got to
Oh,
happen
man.
again.
You think it's gonna happen again?
I hope it does. I could see that fight. They
I'll
need
pay
to have a
for it
trilogy in MMA.
Yeah.
They've had it outside, I guess. Right.
I think Izzy would have to go up to 205 for it to happen again because Alex is so big for the weight class. I think he's gonna go to 205, and him at 205 is fucking
If
scary,
Izzy
man.
gave him a shot at 85, he would take it tomorrow.
100%.
So
But
I
I
don't-
think that's
I don't
why he
think-
announced
yeah.
205.
I don't. Yeah.
But again, when you look at Izzy at 85, there's not a lot for him. Dude, they're talking about they have to go all the way down to number 6 to find
Well,
a guy
that's
that
kind of what
Izzy
I'm
hasn't
saying.
beat.
If I'm Izzy, why not just do
I
that?
agree.
Just
What else
do
you gonna
that
do?
again. That's the best.
You've already beat him. It's a great
And
win.
it's a sick fight. Everybody's gonna watch it, no question.
That's a good point.
No question, you're watching that. Fight,
Hell yeah.
no matter what.
Oh.
Ooh.
And for Izzy, it's like, all right, I guess you're gonna call it Duplessis. It's like the number 6 guy. He has to do some work, man. But Pierre at 205 is fucking scary. You look at the matchups. There's so many fun matchups for him.
Yeah.
And Dana said he was like, we're not giving him a title shot right away. He needs to fight, a contender, and then we'll give him a shot. We don't know how he's going to look at 205. I know Johnny Walker's fighting Anthony Smith, but I love Johnny Walker, Pierre. That's a fucking
They'll
fight,
give him.
man.
Yeah, they'll make a good fight.
Yeah.
Shelby's nice with that.
Well, and then you got Hamzat coming up to 85.
I'm excited to see when he goes again.
I thought they were going to do him versus Paulo Costa.
Yeah, I heard them talking about it because of the Ariel show. I'll be on Ariel's show on Monday too, so
Oh, dope.
see what. Pretty much said everything here that I need to say. So. Sorry,
How do you
Ariel.
feel about him as an interviewer?
Ariel? How do I feel? It's an
As far as
interesting
journalists go,
question.
him it just depends. But as far as like legit journalists, he's the best we got.
I try not to
him and Luke
feel
Thomas.
things when it comes to these types of questions. I try to just let it be what it is because if I start bringing my feelings into stuff, it doesn't go well.
You get too real on him.
Yeah, just keep it neutral. Everybody's good.
If it's cool, he's cool.
Great work, Ariel.
Great.
He just has very good viral clips. Because I rate a show on how viral a clip will go from the show. That's what draws me in to watch the whole thing.
Because you're watching small bites. you
Yeah,
say?
I
That get you?
digest it, and I'm like, oh, it's like a sample. Like if you go to Costco and they have like samples, if you like it, you're gonna want.
But
the whole
that's
thing.
the algorithm, the business we're in, right? So let's say
Yeah.
this show would be 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
Now out of this 3 hours, people go whatever only got 200,000 views, which not terrible, 200,000 views. But you got to realize we'll clip this thing up. This thing through the clips and the
Millions.
whole thing will get 5-10 million views.
Yeah.
We had a clip from last time get whatever 3 million views.
Yeah.
So but the game's changed a little bit.
But it actually made it easier for us as entertainers because we're like, oh, we'll just clip it up and just
Yep.
distribute it.
Yeah, it's just changed. To Dom's point, it's like with the UFC, you gotta talk that shit and stay current and make your money. In the game we're in, it's the clips and
That was respectful.
then there's some guys that don't need clips, like Rogan. He's such a monster, and his fan base.
No, that's
so
not true.
they don't
There's a lot of clips of his that like go way
not from
bigger than
him.
his podcast.
No, His overall podcast, like his 3-hour podcast that he does, is the biggest thing he does. Now there's some clips that will get big, but you got like the Elon Musk interview or the.
I think what you mean
Alex
is you've
Jones.
seen clips of him.
You've
right?
seen
I
clips,
just think
but they're
that
not bigger than his whole show.
Yeah.
No,
Which is rare. Which is very rare.
I don't know if I could agree
because
with
he's not
it.
even. But the thing about it, the only place you can watch a full episode is on Spotify.
That's why I say I disagree, because I think he's so like big on clips on every other platform. I think it outweighs it.
even when he was on YouTube, his show was bigger than the clips. He's the only one I've seen that does that. His show was actually, the overall 3-hour show was bigger than the clips. Now you're talking 4 years ago. The game changes so fast.
So fast.
He's the only one that I knew that was like that. I don't know anybody else now. It's all, it's clips. That's what gave Dana the idea for a slap fight, and it didn't go well because they dominated the clips. And to his point, not a bad business move. He's like, man, these things are getting whatever 4 million views.
Yeah, but not if you're selling tickets. That's not great.
We didn't know till he tried it though.
Yeah.
Man,
it's crazy because that left kick of Muhammad is what's shutting down the right hand of.
He's hesitant to throw it because he's
He
firing
can't
that
throw
kick.
it, and then he can't. He's not firing his left because he's blocking with his right. So it's shut down both his arms,
Smart.
and it's happening from southpaw. Like all the work he's doing for Muhammad is southpaw. Like he'll land a couple jabs conventional, but that's not what's sticking burns. It's that back kick and that backhand.
Muhammad's just a fucking dog. Think about it, he came off Ramadan. You're training some, and then you're basically fasting all fucking day.
When did it end?
2 weeks ago.
So he had 2 weeks to eat.
Yes. And train because you can't, I mean,
So
he
he-
said he would train some, but
thought-
he said mentally, he goes, it made me stronger. He goes,
Yeah.
it was actually a good time to do it because mentally I was so strong. He goes, physically I can get there in 2 weeks. He goes, but mentally it made me stronger than ever.
Interesting.
So it ended April 20th. Because I asked him, I was like, man, it's kind of it's gonna hurt you not being in training and
He has some
fasting.
quick hands. Wow. I feel like he's just waiting around for an opening that he's not getting. But if he does get it, he is.
Gilbert, he looks for the big shot.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he can knock him out, but that's what's helping Muhammad right now. Is
Yes.
he's looking for one. and
He's not throwing in bunches.
He's loading a lot.
Yeah.
And so instead of like touch, heavy, touch.
And Muhammad's not
touch,
playing the
heavy.
game like Hamzat played the game. Where he's like, yeah, let's fire back and forth in the phone booth. And Muhammad's like, we're not doing that.
I like to look at it like, would you rather get shot by a shotgun or one bullet? Like you get the spurt or you get one, and like right now Gilbert's throwing one, and you need combinations to hit a guy who's switching stance and moving all over the place like Muhammad.
Wouldn't you say you need those combinations to land that one eventually, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you got to touch because they're just all over the place.
That's gonna be tough.
Does it hurt you? This might be a stupid question. Does it hurt you if you overthrow? Does that go against your score, or do they don't care how much you're throwing?
It hurts the fighter as far as stamina wise because when you.
But it doesn't
miss
go against your score, right? Like it's not an average.
No,
Okay.
but it's gonna fatigue you more
Yeah, of course.
when you throw punches and you wing them.
Yeah, and when you wing them, you lose balance, which creates openings.
Yep.
Man, I don't know why. I feel like Gilbert's gonna get one really clean shot.
Not with Muhammad fighting like this. He's calculating.
I don't know why. I just have it in my gut. I'm probably gonna be wrong, but I feel like it's gonna be out of nowhere too.
The beautiful thing is we're wearing 4-ounce gloves, so yeah.
It could
That's
happen at
usually
any
how it
moment.
happens.
Yeah.
Leon
Out of
Edwards,
nowhere.
Kamaru Usman.
Yep.
Now Kamaru, it was interesting. Kamaru called out Hamzat. He's like, "That's the fight I want." I'm like, "That's interesting."
Yeah, I love it. I think it's smart.
It goes back to your kind of blueprint. You're talking about a true fighter.
I like
Scariest fight in the
Usman.
division. It's like,
Yeah,
holy shit, Usman.
just
Look at the balls on Usman.
Straight to it. Yeah, that's just like win, lose, or draw. You did not lose to me. You
I don't think
you
the
went
UFC's
straight for it.
Yeah, no, I
went-
dig it. Definitely respect.
And it's going to be fun to watch.
Fuck yeah.
Like, it's not like you're trying to put together a fight that doesn't make sense.
No, that
also
sign me
makes
up,
sense.
Take my money.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, hell yeah. I doubt the UFC bills that as a main event because of Hamzat's weight cutting issues to 170. He's just so big, man.
Have we heard anything from Khamzat at all?
They can't find him a fight. People keep turning it down. Kamaru's the first one to call him out. And then Hamzat was saying, like, all these fighters, to your point, all these fighters, like, yeah, they say, they offered me Colby, they offered me Paulo Costa. He's like, it's not true. Like, those guys turned it down. But they come out in the media going, yeah, I want Hamzat. He's like, they have the contract. Why not sign it? To your point, too, Gilbert's bleeding, man. So with the judge and that,
Looks a little frustrated.
Well,
yes.
I
very
wonder what he's
frustrating.
saying right now. I wonder what
Great
the-
here, though.
Throw the left hand for nothing.
Mm.
Are his coaches trying to tell him it's because of the kicks by Muhammad? Are they alluding to any of that? They're like, keep throwing the left.
I think he might be injured a little bit.
Yeah, he hurt his left out. I saw his left hand. I saw him wiggle his left hand. I think his left hand's hurt.
Who, him?
See how he keeps wiggling his left hand?
That's his best tool, huh?
Yeah, it's his hook.
It's not
But I don't
looking
know.
good.
Could be wrong. Obviously, we don't know. I can't even hear what they're saying.
I'm surprised you guys don't have subtitles.
None of us can read, bro. We already went over that.
You remember?
Bunch of hooked on
Yeah,
phonics
this is
people
my type
in
of
here.
people, man.
We're all from the Sylvan Learning Center, dude. You want to make us read?
My mom wasted so much money there. Poor woman.
Help me with math.
I just liked the toys you could get with your fake money.
Oh, dude, I love that.
That was so cool. And it was right next to the Guitar Center, so I just go and play drums when I was waiting.
There's always some bullshit toys, though.
No, mine was lit. Mine was like toys that I like.
If you got like 2,000 points, though, if you're a nerd.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Oh, he's really gunning for it now.
Yeah, and you see Bilal's throwing small shots. Jabs, jabs. He's triple
You're right. He
jabbing.
is going like that a
He's
lot.
doubled. He's touching. He's just touching, and then you see Gilbert's nothing but power. All two
Gilbert's-
punches as hard as possible.
And Gilbert's only throwing that right hand to your
Double
point,
jab,
though.
right hand, not hard.
Yeah.
They're straight, they're light, and they're just finding range, and then the big kick lands. So you find them with the little shots and then land the big one. And Gilbert's just trying to land the big one instead of finding the little ones first.
Do you think it's because he knows that he's getting outboxed right now and it'll just tire him out? So he's
No,
like,
it's just because it's
That's his
just-
style.
Yeah, he knocks people out and he knows it, and so he's trying to
Yeah,
knock
because
them
if
out.
one of those lands, even though he's down 3
Yeah.
rounds, one of those lands, this thing's over.
Yeah, because I sound like I know what's going on, and then he goes, "What?" And he goes, "See,
Yep.
I told you. Look, that's why I do that." And it's like, yeah, you're right. It can go either way. That's the game we play. Like,
That body kick is nice. For
he's been using it really well to shut Gilbert down. That back kick from Southpaw has shut him down really.
ooh.
There it is. That was a nice kick.
Finally.
That was really nice.
That's what he needs to keep throwing, though.
Do you-
Gilbert needs to keep doing that.
I wonder if he gets tired easily, so he doesn't do that.
That's the stance switch, I think.
How do you feel about Connor's stamina?
Oh, no, he's been out. We'll see.
No, I'm just
It's
when he
interesting to
was.
see. He looked good in that Dustin Poirier fight. Till he broke his leg. Like he didn't look bad.
He always does until he doesn't, I feel like.
Yeah, it goes south.
He
fast.
always does it
Yeah,
until
He always looks really good, and then you're like, oh.
It's interesting because they're the coach on the Ultimate Fighter, but he's not even in the testing pool right now. So the same thing with
Yeah,
Henry
it goes-
Cejudo.
it
He's
goes-
calling everybody out, but it's like, hey, do you guys know how this game works? You know he can't fight.
Yeah, but at least this is the
Ooh!
one. Ooh, nice right hand.
Come on.
The one thing
Oh,
is
he
at
ate
least
it.
McGregor's putting himself in that.
Yeah, he's in it now, right?
Yeah, like you're in it.
Yeah.
Like, so now you're going to have to eat it one way or another,
Yes.
whereas these other guys are just sitting out not having to eat nothing.
Yeah.
You're just hiding.
There's no pressure on it.
Yeah, you're just hiding while everybody else is under pressure, working.
There is an exemption that UFC can use there, and if they're going to use it on anybody, it would be Connor.
Do you think Gilbert might have broken that left hand?
I
He's shaking it out.
Yeah, I think he.
Yeah, Dom alluded to that earlier, and I didn't notice it
And he's
earlier.
not
He was
throwing
shaking
it.
his hand. Yeah, and if you notice, he's only throwing the right hand.
And like I said, he's not,
Multiple
he's not
times.
jabbing.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that would. Yeah, now he's shooting. Yeah, it's hurt. See, he didn't throw it.
Yeah, he shaked it out there
He
again.
wanted to throw it, but. So, yeah.
Oh, he's like hitting his left hand. a
Yeah,
lot.
he knows it's hurt. Probably. Yeah.
A shutout for Muhammad, 5 rounds. It's just tough not to give this guy a title shot, but it is what it is.
He's really beating up his left side.
Him versus Colby will be a good fight, though.
Great fight.
What do you think right now pound for pound is like one of the best?
Well, I mean, we know it's Jones right now.
I agree.
From my experience.
Yeah, it's Jones.
It just is.
Jones had an interesting comment when they said, if you beat Stipe, is that it? And he was like, that Pavlich is there. Sergey's there. He's like, but it makes no sense. Dangerous dude, no following. So
So
wouldn't do well on pay-per-views. He's like, so I'd probably retire unless Francis comes out.
So that's that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing I'm talking about.
That's not the fighter,
Well, it's
for
like,
the purist.
so what? You choose who, like, I don't know. Like, what if nobody chose that you never deserve anything?
Yeah,
Then you never would have gotten there.
yep.
So, like,
Shogun wouldn't
now
give you
you're
the
going to do
shot.
that to other fighters?
Yeah.
Why? It's like, fight somebody. Don't just leave. I'm not saying you can't say no to people, but don't just leave.
Yeah, or don't say, yeah, this guy he's probably my worst matchup.
Pick
He doesn't have a
somebody.
following.
Just
Yeah.
I don't get how you can just say no. Nobody's good enough.
Yep.
Somebody is.
Yeah.
At least one
And from all,
to fight. If they're not good enough, then just embarrass them and keep making money.
yeah. Easy
Or are
peasy
you
for
scared to take the risk?
Exactly. There's no reward to the risk.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's why people leave. That's why they're retiring. The risk is there, and they're unwilling to take it.
Poor Gilbert, man. He's getting beat up.
Yeah, his left hand's down.
What's
and
eating Gilbert?
Boom.
he's frustrated.
Muhammad is.
Thank you for laughing at that, bro. I
The answer's
appreciate it.
Muhammad, George.
Yeah.
I thought they landed better. That was a good roll by Muhammad. What are the coaches saying there, Keto George?
I'm telling him to double up with his right, throw kicks.
We're saying use anything but the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, he has a tough task, man. Not only got to beat Muhammad, it's tough enough with 2 fucking fists.
And he just got rid of his best weapon.
And Muhammad's on one, man. He looks phenomenal.
Bro, he's ready. Look at him.
You're going to get a good promo out of him, too, I bet.
I think he mentally checked out because he can't.
Gilbert?
Yeah.
It's just tough, man, when you're limited and you're fighting at this level, you know? And especially, not only limited, but your best weapon. Your left hook, you can't, it's not
This is the last
an
round.
option. Yes, last
So
round.
he has to do something here or it's over.
Well, I know Gilbert never really, because I know him, he never really mentally checks out. But you're looking at the order you have, and you go, okay, this is gonna be a crazy round. I got to kick and use the same only one hand, and he knows I'm down one hand. So it's like, all right, let's see if I can get this done.
And he's even limited on his grappling because you can tell, like, his hand's so injured, he can't even really shoot in properly.
Again, like, these are little things that you're like, man, you go back and you go, yeah, people will watch and go, Gilbert wasn't as good as Bilal, and then you can just go, if he loses, right? But you can just go, yeah, but you don't know that my hand was shattered in 3
Correct.
places, and then nobody knows the backstory, and then they think that, you know, you're that much better than the other guy, and it's just crazy how that works. There's so much to this.
Well, how about Izzy posted that video, or someone from his team posted that video of him tearing his MCL 2 weeks before the last period.
Yeah, that happens so much to people,
Nuts.
to so many of us, right? And
Nuts.
It's good that they're docking it now.
well, you
They're
can
starting to
talk
learn.
about it when you win, but you can't talk about it when you lose.
No, because
That's
people
the
are like,
hard
oh,
part.
okay.
Yeah, so
That's why I was interested to have Ryan Garcia on, because I knew he was injured going to that fight. When he got hit to the body, I'm like, you know, if he's not injured, now, does he win the fight? That's up for different debate. But the reason he stayed down is because he came in with a, you know, injured rib.
well, I mean, that's one take, or you could say, man, have I never been hit in the body by a southpaw?
Yeah.
Like, you're telling me I wasn't ready for that?
Yeah.
Like, especially knowing my ribs are hurt,
Yep.
you prepare for it.
Yep.
He knew he was going into that fight hurt. I knew I was going into the
So, but did,
Certain
so did
fights
his
hurt.
opponent, though. That's the problem.
maybe, but
No,
we
well,
all-
no, that's what they told him.
Yeah, but we all know things about each other. Like, it's not really
Fair
like
enough.
I don't know. It's not really it. Like, you took the fight. So let's say they right before the fight they go, "Hey, Tank knows your ribs are hurt. Is he gonna scrap the fight?"
No.
He's gonna be like, "I don't care. I'm gonna kill you anyways."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
like,
a good point, though.
He always has good points. Thank you for being here.
I'm glad. Thanks for asking great questions.
That's all I'm worth right now.
Boy, Muhammad, that's 2.
Man.
Good kick.
Yeah, that kick he's been blasting all night. That
Mhm.
left kick. And Gilbert had the right answer too, attacking that inside leg, but
It's not breaking it down,
it's just
though.
not enough.
Props to watch. Oh, over 4.5 fight. Yeah, that's an easy bet. I thought that was saying currently props, but that must have been before the fight.
Yeah, see how he's just touching?
Yep. Smart.
That's the difference. It's the touches.
And he's not sticking around to get the.
Because he's
equal.
not committing.
Yep.
It's just touches,
Yeah,
so
man.
you don't have you can move and not overcommit.
It's a little risky, though, right now. I would try to be on the...
Well, no, he's not risking it because
It's
he's
the
getting in and
opposite.
out. It's the opposite. He's not sticking around for the.
Bro, if that would have
counterpunch.
connected, He has not thrown his left at all.
Oof. You don't stick around, Muhammad. Holy shit, those advertisements finally got me. The new Spider-Man comes out June 2nd. I fucking love that, man. My kids are obsessed with the Spider-Verse. Those never work. Wow. Now I get it.
Wait, is that a cartoon?
And I want a Modelo. No,
or
just
like
kidding.
the... Yeah, it's the cartoon.
Spider-Verse, yeah, it's the best Spider-Man of all time.
I haven't watched that one yet.
Oh, fuck, you're missing out.
Really? Is it good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll watch it.
I took my son was obsessed with it. We got the Jordans that he wears in it. We went to
Really?
it 6 weekends in a row.
Wow.
Insane. I was so sick of it by
The cartoon version?
Come
Yeah.
on, bro.
It's so well done though. By the third one, I was so over it.
They're good though, huh?
Oh,
The
that one's
The
good.
whole cartoon series, or
Oh,
just
bro.
the
Just that
movies?
one movie, the Spider-Verse. The animation's nuts. Oof,
Yeah, he's
come on,
trying
Muhammad.
with that right hand.
Yeah. Gilbert's a
Just-
fighter, and Gilbert's trying to lure him in to
Yeah,
get
see,
into
he's
this
never
striking.
even for 1 second out of it. It's just
No,
that you
no.
know you're down. You're like, all right, how am I
Yeah.
going to do this with
He's
this?
trying to lure him in, like, come on, man, let's
Yeah.
bang. And Muhammad's like, absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm going to circle
Put in
to away from your power.
4 rounds of work. I'm not going to risk this. Yep, keep kicking, Muhammad. Just keep him off.
Oh.
Oof.
Well, it seems to me that every person I voted for this time lost.
That's all right, dude. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Who's the underdog in this one? Bilal?
Muhammad, yeah, he was a slight underdog.
Wow.
I picked him as a dog.
Wow.
And Aljo's a plus 100, minus 120. So who has a minus 120? Those are close odds. It's basically even money in MMA. Canelo's fighting tonight. He's a
Really?
He's a minus 3,000, I think.
How?
They're from my wife and him are from the same hometown, so you
Yeah.
know she loves them. She's like, I'm buying the pay-per-view. I'm like, why? He's a fucking minus 3,000. I'll tell you how it goes. He wins. He's a minus 2,000. So you got to risk 2,000, win $100.
So he's just fighting somebody for fun.
He's
Mayweathering
I mean,
it.
in that weight class, like John Ryder's no punk, but it's he's the guy. He's the next contender up. So Alvarez.
So
just
if you
doing his
spend
duty.
$100 on the other guy, you win 2,000.
Yeah.
That seems like a pretty good odd.
Well, the other guy's plus 1,000. So you spend 100, you win 1,000.
That seems like a pretty. I would like just throw that if I was a gambling man.
People do that. I mean, I'm a gambling man, but I wouldn't do that. You're just throwing money away.
You think? It's like
Canelo's too fucking good. Oh wait, it's over.
Yeah, Bilal got another one.
Bilal got another one. Wow.
What's over?
The Canelo fight's over. If Wikipedia's right, he won by
What?
unanimous decision.
He lost.
No, he won.
Oh.
How dare you? They gotta give it to him now. Well, but here's the thing. To Dom's point, this entire episode, he should, and now he's gonna be next in line after Colby. And Dana's really put his foot down and was like, "Nah, man, Colby's the guy."
Joe has such strong opinions, and he doesn't really back down. Does he ever bump with the UFC about stuff?
No, because they're in line with him. They have the same opinions.
Hmm.
I mean, Joe give him shit over certain things. Like he thought, like Patty Pimlet lost the fight and said it. You know, so what he says has a lot of power too, especially if you're a fighter. What's he saying, Keto George?
He said, "Give me 3 weeks, I can beat John Jones."
Oh my god.
This goes back to the entertainment thing.
Hey man, you did good.
Let's not get carried away here.
Let's relax.
Well, no,
You need to
it's
call it Leon Edwards.
WWE.
Yeah,
So in WWE, what's relax?
yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing's over.
So that's the
line.
thing. Like you're hearing this. Somebody called out Brock Lesnar recently too. Like I forget who it was. I'd like to fight Brock Lesnar. I'm like,
You know what's crazy is I could see John and Brock fight now, especially with the merger.
yeah, that'd be a fight that people would.
That'd be a fight to get John out of
but I mean,
stick around.
how old is Brock though? Come on.
Shit,
Oh,
he
man,
has to
there's
be
no way.
late 40s, right?
Yeah, and then don't forget about that testing pool we keep talking
How
about.
dare you bring that up? That'd be a big issue, though. It's the issue,
or a
right?
small issue. Either way you want to look at
If
it.
I'm the UFC, I make it a
Yeah.
small issue. Be cool, everybody.
Yeah, it depends on how they.
How about you want to see?
Depends on how much money they can make. If it's
Correct.
A big issue or a small
If
issue.
I'm Dana, I'm like, hey man, be cool. How about you want to see Brock fight? He's 45.
Well, Dana can't do much about that, really. Come on, USADA. Like, what? That you got to think. Like, the way I see it is, Dana's got to keep cool with USADA. Like, he's got to keep cool with the commission at a certain point.
Yeah.
Like, because you want your business to work.
Correct.
So you're gonna take USADA's side, and you're gonna take the commission side, and nobody else matters under all costs because it's the business, and I get that.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you have
So-
investors and so on, so you can't.
Yeah, so the fighters don't really matter because you can replace us. You can't do anything to the commission.
Yeah,
and you
nobody's
can't
bigger
do
than the brand.
anything
Mhm.
to USADA.
Man, what a great freaking win for Muhammad. Gotta give him a shot now. After Colby. Weren't
Yeah, that
broke
fight
down.
was awesome. What a
I love when the camera stays on you for way too long.
called out. He called out who?
Both Kobe and Leon.
Kobe.
I should have picked one. Damn, no shirt, leather
The
jacket.
Michael Jackson
Gangster.
jacket. Let's go.
Did they already show Frank Edgar in the background? How dare they not give him camera time?
No, we know why. We just went over all this, and you just saw it
know.
live. So say what you want, or
know.
just put on the jacket.
Yep.
It's up to you. Or just get back on Fight Pass prelims and don't wear the jacket. It's up to you.
Oh, we don't have jackets, but we got new Tiger Thick whiskey merch just dropped tonight on thickboy.com. We got whiskey glasses, hoodies, tees. The Tiger Thick merch is available right now on thickboy.com. New fancy glasses. We got the ice cubes. We got the maroon hoodies, maroon tees, black hoodies. It's all available right now on thickboy.com. Get you some right before this main event. The prop bets were interesting. It showed bad prop bets. It was like Henry Cejudo less takedowns than Aljamain. I don't know who's going to bet on that.
Who do you guys have in the next fight?
I don't know.
I know you're a big fan of Henry.
I don't know, for whatever reason I'm siding with Aljo on this for some reason, and I like both guys. I can't wait for this. But I love both guys. I can see both guys winning, but for something in me says Aljo gets it done. I don't know how though, because to Dom's point, his key to victory is submission. Now, could he win via decision, getting the leg kicks, creating distance? I guess. But at some point, he
has to win by submission or like take the back. And
control.
And control like
Yeah.
he did against Jan. Like he pretty much has to beat Henry similar to how he beat Jan.
And I was also surprised how he took Jan down.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, how did he take the back of Jan? It wasn't taking the back of Jan.
No.
It was taking Jan down.
Yes.
So how do you take down Henry? So I don't think this fight has anything to do with except can Aljo create a grappling scenario? And what's easier? Is it easier for Aljo to create a grappling scenario, or is it easier for Cejudo not to?
It's easier for Cejudo.
So
right?
I'd say if I had to choose a winner, that's
Probably
how I'm
Cejudo.
looking at
Yeah,
it.
the odds aren't Cejudo's
What's
side to avoid
what's
that.
easier to do? Is it easier to stop a grappling match, or is it easier to create a grappling
Yep.
match? And for I think for Henry, it's easier to stop a grappling match, keep it a boxing match.
Yeah.
Defend the
That
kicks,
favors him.
keep the pressure, defend the kicks, keep the pressure, defend the kicks, box, work your way into the pocket, and try to stay on that the whole time and win a decision and land the bigger shots and create some damage. That's probably how I see Henry doing it. If you're Sterling, wait for Henry to come inside the boxing range and grapple. Grab a hold of a leg, pull half guard, go from half guard to body lock, go from body lock, create scrambles. Like I see Sterling wanting to create scrambles, and that's where his openings will be, in the scrambles.
If you had to bet on it, do you think it goes to decision?
Yeah, that's a good question, the decision. If I had to bet on it, I'd say probably go with TKO
Cejudo?
with hands.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Yeah.
Like,
Is
put
that
my
right?
house on it.
Yeah. You said you would?
If I had to put my
Yeah, I
house
know.
on it.
Yeah, it's probably your safest bet.
Yeah,
Especially
but
with Cejudo.
but if I have to just bet for the bet, Sterling's the best bet.
Agree.
Like for
With the odds.
for
Yeah,
odds
hell yeah.
and because, but it's just
Sterling
like
via submission.
when we look at
best odds.
stylistically. But I said the same thing. I said something similar with Jan, and he beat Jan, and that's why I side with Aljo. Like you
Yeah.
can't sleep on him. Like he'll find a way. He's an athlete. I've
Big
trained
time.
with him. He's good. He finds a way to make it win. I'm just saying, if we look at the numbers and the styles,
Mhm.
that's why
Stylistically.
he's the underdog.
Yeah.
Because stylistically, by the
It's a very tough fight. for him.
yeah, by like the martial arts
Yeah.
standpoint, I could see how you would, give the coverage to Henry with the boxing. His right kick's his best kick, and Sterling switches stance a lot, so that gives an opening for that. His best punch is his right hand, and his best kick is that right kick right there.
That's what when I don't know any of these fighters, so I did my homework on them.
Yeah.
And when I watched all of Henry's and Sterling's, the only thing I wrote was Henry has a crazy right hand, but I think it's leveraged more with Sterling because he's very, very strong on the ground. I think he's going to try to go that route because he's not going to want to.
Now you're assuming that
hit.
Sterling can take down the Olympic.
That's
gold
why I like
medalist.
hearing this, though.
Yeah,
I like honestly, like
Yeah.
I like because this is how many.
because he's
most
not in the
peop-
weeds.
Yeah, I like
he's not
that.
in the weeds.
This is how I learn, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like what people think's gonna happen. Now I can learn how to explain things. So I like hearing this.
You're welcome. My
What
ignorance
else?
is for everyone.
That's like me talking about computers. So we'll keep it even on that.
Great. Okay, cool.
It's all good.
Nah, look, he's in his
Look
head.
at this dummy in the background. See what I mean?
His glasses are tough.
Like, is he fighting?
Why is he breathing so
Confused.
hard?
That's what I'm saying. Because he's talked so much trash, he knows he's got to back it sometime. I get Henry. Do your thing.
Yes.
That guy's an idiot behind him, though.
Who's the one that was outside the pool?
What do you mean?
He took a 2-year break and then he's back.
That's Henry. 3-year break.
Oh, 3-year break. So we don't like Henry.
I don't dislike
He
him. I
doesn't-
just don't agree with
Dom
doing
doesn't
that.
respect it.
I don't respect that part of it.
So as a group, we chose because we have to do this together.
No, I
So whatever
disagree.
the-
You can choose whatever you want. He'll come find you, so you better watch out.
Well, no, that's what I'm
'cause-
saying. We need to be together so you guys can defend me if I ever fucking meet up any of these guys. Bro. I'm not gonna fight this guy. I mean, listen, bro. He said something about the pool. I don't know. I've never been invited to a pool party. I don't know what the fuck's happening here.
He's a champ. He's from my hometown, Arizona. So I
Well, I'm
vibe
from
with that.
Arizona.
Really?
Yeah, Scottsdale. Where are you from?
Tucson.
Nice. I went to CRAS, Conservatory of Recording Arts. Out
I'm
there.
sorry. Yeah.
sorry.
So what are we?
So sorry, man.
Just kidding.
I've been to
sorry.
Tucson. It's okay.
Yeah, you actually.
It's okay.
That's actually what I'm reflecting. Really.
Yeah,
So
no, I
I'm
understand.
sharing
that.
my own ignorance in my own tiny place.
I'm excited about this one.
Hell
I really
yeah.
hope it doesn't go to decision. I want somebody to get knocked out.
I like decisions if it displays like their full like gambit of style and technique. Like if it's back and forth, I love a decision.
The gentleman with the wings on his back,
Ferguson.
he fought somebody and they were just drenched in blood by the end of it, and then it went to decision, and I thought that was the coolest fight. I don't know if it was Ferguson.
There could be
Probably
so many
Ferguson,
people.
could be Ben Henderson.
Or Sanchez.
Yeah,
Or the
wings are
the
so hot right now.
damage.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I got a question while we're waiting. What fight had you guys jumping out of your seats? Like you watched it and you're like, yo, I did not expect this to go this way, and this went so much better than.
Dude, we've been watching fights so
Man.
long, man. There's so many of those. I'll be up tonight. This one. I'd have to say, comes straight to the top of my head, Alexander Gustafsson versus John Jones was one of my favorite fights of all time.
gotta go
Because
watch
I
that one.
watched Alexander Gustafsson.
And
prepare
that wasn't
for
even the best fight on the card.
Yeah.
That was UFC 165, and there's a young strapping heavyweight on there who submitted another heavyweight with a Darce choke. third on the lineup on the main card.
Okay, what was the best lineup? Oh, was that you?
Yeah.
I would have fucking never, if he didn't give you one of these, I would have never.
No, that John Jones Augustin fight, best fight I've ever seen.
For
Yeah.
me,
Yeah,
I just
me
thought
too.
it was
Hands
so
down.
sick. And then it was
Insane.
so, at the time, it was also like built because, I mean, I watched Gustafsson prepare for that fight too. I watched him hurt people in the gym where I was like, how is this guy going to get beat?
I drove down there to train with him. He knocked me out.
Yeah,
That's
watched him fight
disrespectful.
you, Brandon Vera, Phil Davis, and Travis Brown.
Yeah, I spent my camp with him. He
I
beat
saw
the shit out of
4
me.
rounds, and I saw him and I was like, there's nobody beating this guy. And then Jones went and fucking won.
The
That's
only thing I
crazy.
guaranteed, and I said this on the book, I was still doing fighting the kid at the time. I said, I guarantee you Gustafsson takes him down. Everyone's like, you're stupid. I'm like, I've been wrestling a long
That
time,
was
man.
sick. He did.
I've trained with John, trained with Gusman. I'm telling you, his chain wrestling, his double leg is insane. And he took John down, I think 3-4 times.
Took him down, and not a lot of people did that.
No.
But
Think about it. DC couldn't take him down.
no, it's
Gusman
but
did.
it's because he's so good with his hands.
Yes.
That he makes you got to worry about the punch landing, so you don't think about the takedown, and you don't expect him to shoot.
And Gusman's fucking big,
Yeah,
dude.
he's tall.
Way bigger. I was fighting a heavyweight, and I felt like a welterweight. He's massive, man.
One thing I do like about this matchup, talking about it, is that he's had Davishvili the whole camp, and it's like the
Merab,
same,
yes.
yeah, Merab, same build, same power, like type
Yep,
of power,
that's a good point.
same type of shooting and wrestling defense. The difference is, I do believe that Henry's boxing is a little bit better, so that's going to be the issue.
I'd say way better,
Just saying,
right?
that's
Yeah,
the issue.
no,
yeah.
I agree. That's
Well,
the difference.
Yeah, that's where it would feel different compared to Merab. But Merab's pace is so high that overwhelming pace will support.
I've never seen a pace like that, man.
Yeah.
That pace against Peter Yan was insane.
It makes me proud to watch these 35ers like.
Oh, to be the main event in New
they're
Jersey?
so-
Nuts,
they're-
dude.
It's so cool, man, because the sport this weight class did not exist.
Yeah, man.
Just 10, like we did not exist. It was 155 and up. When I started, I was trying to put weight on just so I could fight, and I was preparing to fight Sean Shirk. Let's put that in the
He's a
mentality.
savage. Bring up Sean Shirk.
Yeah, he's fu-
He was jacked.
You think I don't know who that is?
Worst
I don't.
teeth in the
Please,
business.
could you bring him up?
So I'm 19 years old, thinking, okay, I got to put some weight on to get ready for this asshole.
He was such a
And I was like,
savage.
he's gonna kill me. I got to get stronger. And then they made my weight class, thank God, so I didn't have to face that guy.
He looks like a shark.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
That
why I call him the
was-
shark. Also, you
that's
don't
so
want him to
funny
bite
you
you
say
either.
that.
He's
That's
called a
literally
shark
his
because of his
nickname.
teeth.
Wait, shut up.
Yeah.
That's his nickname?
Sean the Shark Shirk.
No, you're fucking with me.
I promise his
serious.
teeth matched it too. Go up to the one where he's weighing in, smiling.
That's so funny you
What?
say that.
Go to the one where he's flexing, smiling.
He
Look at his
does
teeth.
look like a shark.
He looks like a shark, bro.
His teeth are like a mako shark.
Like if he was in the water, I wouldn't even want to.
Dude,
in the ocean.
he was so fucking good, George. Sean Shirk back in the day.
He was cool.
savage,
It was cool to watch.
He was
Hell
super buff, yeah.
So yeah, I looked
One of my
up. That
favorites.
was a guy 155 and up. There wasn't even a discussion. And then forget about talking about women being in the UFC. It wasn't even like it was.
No, we laughed at it.
That's how much this sport has gone up in just.
Dana
10
even
years,
said.
a
Dana even
decade.
said on record, women will never fight in the UFC. And then Ronda came along. He's like, all right, maybe they will fight in the UFC. And then there's 135. Now 125. They're going to completely get rid of like 3 years ago. They're like, we're done with 125.
And now we got women headlining the card. We got 135ers.
We got Brandon Moreno.
To me, the best division in the entire UFC. I'm a little biased. but
35?
I don't think a lot of people would argue right now.
You got an argument. 35, 45, 50.
Has anyone ever hurt themselves like doing this shit right before the
Now
fight?
there's a guy, Johnny Walker, who won a fight by knockout and started doing the worm and blew his shoulder out. Has never been the same.
Another guy did a
You're
backflip and
joking.
blew his knee,
Yeah.
knee out, jumping backflip off the cage too. Yeah, so it's happened.
Oh my god.
Yes, Johnny Walker's like a huge prospect. Did the worm, blew his shoulder out. Now he's ranked number 6, so he kind of came back. But he
No, dog. There's no way you fight somebody when do the worm.
blew your shit out.
How do you hurt yourself during the worm?
You really, really committed to it. Look at that reach, man. Now here's another stat for you, Dom. And if you believe in this stuff, but it's pretty black and white. Guys over the age of 35 in 155 and under in title fights are 2-70.
Say that again.
So in weight
Say that
classes
stat again.
in weight classes 155 and under, over the age of 35 are 2-70 in title fights,
Whoa, that's insane.
and that's only in UFC. That's not one championship, Bellator, WC days. That's
No, you
UFC.
honestly, we have to look at UFC and give the credit to it. Honestly, look at Demetrius Johnson. Went over there, hasn't lost since really, maybe once.
He had the one loss in the first fight over there, but then
Maybe a round, and then what? He lost a round in how many years? Like you come
Oh,
to
I
the
know.
UFC, it's not going to look like that.
no.
So that's the
The
difference.
UFC is the best because the depth,
It's
especially
a whole
now.
nother level. Nobody, you got to.
There's no easy fights. There's literally like 1
It's
through
another
50.
level.
Like the guy who's 48 is pretty fucking good.
Like go to PFL, you win $1 million. Nobody knows any of the guys. They're all extremely dangerous, but it's still not the level of the
No,
UFC.
not
It's
even
just
close.
Not. And
Not
there's a
even
couple
close.
guys that are at that level, but not everybody.
No, and that's the difference. The depth of the UFC, I mean, it's just stacked, man, all the way around. 1 through fucking 40 are killers, especially the lower weight classes.
How do you feel about Jake Paul and like the UFC not getting paid what they should be getting paid? Do you feel like that's just not true, or do you
I
feel
think
like it
Jake
is?
Paul's a genius because now he's a guy who's never really fought in his entire life getting fighters to talk for him, which are relevant. So how do you make yourself relevant the fastest? Be irrelevant and have fighters that are relevant take your side. It's genius. It's just marketing
Yeah, you
101.
can't
So
hate- you can't hate
you
on
guys
him.
don't respect him as like a boxer.
No. Absolutely not. He's a marketing guy. He's a master marketer that picked fights with guys that he could fight. That's not what fighters do. Fighters don't pick fights. They get told who they're fighting and fight for a world title. Does he want to win a world title?
No,
I think he just wants
he's
to
not
put on
going
a
to.
show and
No, he
like,
wants to win money.
entertain.
Now
He's
for
here for
Jake
the
only having
prize.
6 fights, yeah, there's some skill there, and he's committed to it. But when you're talking about like legit, real boxers, like world champions, now
Yeah.
there's no comparison.
Yeah, like can he?
And he knows that. He would never fight those guys.
He's fighting guys that are at his level, so I'll give him respect for that. But he's not like I don't.
Those are
look
the
at
guys
his-
he should be fighting.
Yeah.
Like people hate on him. Like I want to see him versus Canelo. I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. He has
No.
6 fights.
No.
So you give him some credit because at least he's risking it. Because him and his brother could play fucking checkers and people are gonna tune in. You know, but they decided.
Yeah,
to
I
do
give him
this.
credit for his marketing.
Yeah.
Not
Change
his
the
boxing,
game.
not his boxing ability. Like he fought MMA fighters in boxing.
Yeah.
Like,
So
that's
you
like,
think he really doesn't
it's like
care?
playing soccer with a basketball player
Yeah.
and like expecting them to be good at soccer. Like they're a basketball player. We're all going to be even at that to an extent because we don't do it a lot, you know? And you only got 2 weapons. We're used to using 8. So you minimize our 8 weapons that we're used to training with our whole life and you take us down to 2. Now you've dumbed us down to your level,
It's interesting. He says he's gonna fight MMA and PFL, huh?
allegedly.
Yes. I can't wait for this fight.
This one or the fight?
This
you-
one.
okay. And you guys are both with the guy on the right.
I'm with the guy on the left.
I'm on the guy with the left. And you know what? I've been very
hold
wrong.
on, I want to be very clear. I like both guys.
Yeah,
But
what
I
do you
just
mean by be with? I'm confused. By
Like I think he's gonna win.
that. I think that Aljo. My heart's with Aljo. I think Aljo gets this done.
I'd say the
Was
same
that
thing.
Keenan and Kel?
I think he
behind
gets
him?
it done.
Yeah.
He's
What-
the good
I didn't
underdog.
see Cal.
pick.
I just saw Ken.
But watch
Kennedy.
the right leg of Henry and watch the right hand of Henry. Those are his big weapons.
I'm interested to see how successful Aljo does in the grappling department, especially when it comes to wrestling, because he surprised me against Peter Yan.
Just watch the right hand of Henry because he doesn't really set his kicks up, Aljo. So
Yeah,
that's
could
where
be a
he'll
problem
get
for him.
ooh, when he
Yep,
kicks.
with the counter.
Yeah, just the load, the boxing, and then that right kick. He's looking for that right kick right now.
Aljo's
I
using
already
a lot of
love this
energy.
fight so much more than the other one.
Aljo's coming out hot. Chasing there a little bit. Man, Henry Cejudo sits upright, huh?
Yeah. He puts his hands out like kind of like a Machida. Reminds me-
Machida or John Jones?
Like a Machida style.
Uh-huh.
No, well,
like karate style.
Yeah, it's like a karate.
Palms up.
Karate and wrestling.
And did he fight you the same way, Dom?
Yeah,
The
same
upright
shit,
style?
Same stuff. Exact
Interesting.
Same thing, yeah. Difference is though he came forward on me and was attacking my legs. He was looking to kick.
See, this is where it gets interesting.
Yeah, this is what Aljo wants though. Like he wants to create grappling
Yes.
scenarios.
And be able to create a scramble.
Because
to
now
his
at least
back.
he's not getting punched and kicked.
Yep.
But yeah, we could also see Henry. You know, what if he stalls
Yeah.
and wins a
Doesn't play
5-round
the game.
decision
Yeah.
and out grapples him like outstalls him like a wrestler could
Which
do
is
that
very
too.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is Sterling a better grappler?
he's a better submission artist.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
Than Henry's a better wrestler, pure wrestler, and I would say Aljo has better pure jiu-jitsu, but I would say they're pretty even if you call it grappling. Like, you know.
Looks like Henry's
You think
setting
he's
up
trying to get a gi
an
thing?
anaconda there.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like an
Yeah,
anaconda.
Yeah, he wants an anaconda.
Oh, okay. I see.
Sterling feels it though. He's good. He's on the hands. He needs to get to his feet.
Yes, so Cejudo came in into mixed martial arts as a gold medalist in the Olympics, George. I think he's one of 3 guys to win a gold medal and compete in the Olympics, but none went on to become world champions.
It's so interesting because Sterling's so good at like waiting in those moments and recovering. Like Do you notice how he was in that position but didn't stop?
Yeah.
Or didn't like try to get up super fast?
No, he just was patient.
Yeah, that's one of the things I noticed about Sterling too that makes him really good. Like, he knows where to rest.
Yeah, he's not expending it.
See, I love fights like
Yeah,
this.
he's smart.
They're just
Ooh,
Nice
good elbow.
Yeah, that was a good read.
For a second, I thought Cejudo was going to get that trip. I'm like, must be a long night in the office for Aljo if he keeps getting these.
I like the elbow read by Sterling.
Yeah, that was nasty.
That's going to keep being there, I think.
Yeah. Oof, not even close on that.
See how he's resting here? Because he can't knee him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have an anaconda. He's not worried about it. So, like, he's not using any energy here.
Oh. Ah, man, the scrambles were just key for Aljo. Boy, he's going to have a tough time taking him down against a cage like this. I figured he'd have a better shot taking him down in the center. What do you think, Dom? It's tough, though, right? With
I look
Cejudo's
at the
hips?
fence different. This is exactly what you want to do if you're Sterling. How is the fence different from the takedown on the floor? What's the difference?
Well, you can't move. You can't.
Well, one's
you can't
on your
get hips
feet.
back.
Well, just one's on your feet. But what's the difference? Like if we take them both and you put Henry on his back right now, how does the position change? You're still passing the guard. You still have to pass the legs. See, you still have to get to this position on the mat. So it's the same. So now he can hold him here and stay ahead. Like if he takes him down, he's just stalling, right?
Oh, I got you.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's almost like a way to stall,
Yes.
but not.
Yeah.
Because you're still winning.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. If Henry takes him down and just holds him there, everybody goes, he's winning. What's the difference
what's
on
the
the
difference?
fence?
Yeah.
But people forget you just flip it up. Instead of having it down, you just flip the fence up and you use the same tactics standing.
That makes sense.
That's what I saw. That's what Sandhagen did to Vera.
Yes. Damn, man, he's about to get his back here.
Yep, that's what we
This
didn't.
is
I
trouble.
didn't think he'd give it, and he
Not
did.
this soon, anyway.
Yeah, and this is what Aljo wants.
This
But
is where it makes Aljo
see how he
special.
defended, but this
Yeah.
is what he practiced, and you can see the defense right away.
Yep.
He's not giving it to him.
Man, Aljo is a master at getting to your fucking back.
He's good on the fence, man.
Fuck,
Yeah,
dude,
he
this
is.
is brutal.
Oh,
right hand.
That first
That was a
round.
good right hand.
Yeah, great right
at
hand.
the
That
end of the
first
round,
round's
too.
tough to score, huh? I guess Aljo,
I mean, I think so.
if you're going off damage, he
Yeah.
control.
I thought this guy lost that round.
Cejudo. Yeah. Yeah, I'd give the first round to Aljo. That's trouble. He was able to get his back in the first round.
Should have took 4, huh? 4 years. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna meet him one day. He's like, "Yeah, come here." I was like, "Wait, dude, I was just messing around."
Yeah, I'm saying this not as a fact. It's my experience of like having injuries and being off for 3.5 years. Like there was a mixture of, man, I was a little bit rested, but at the same time, I didn't like my feet weren't ready, my legs weren't ready for the kicks, my body wasn't ready. So there's like a mixture. You're fresh, but you're also not conditioned.
Yeah.
And so it's a weird thing, like body conditioning, like taking the beating.
The actual fight.
Yeah, the actual
Yeah.
like brunt force
Yep.
isn't quite as tough as when you're on a streak.
Dude,
You gotta have some confidence if you're freaking Aljo. That's a good round.
It's a good round, but man,
got
those,
his back.
those right hands got close for me.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Henry's right hands.
Yeah. And then how he's running in with his hands down too.
Henry does a great job also of adapting between rounds, making changes. Damn.
See, that's his best kick. That right
That
kick.
right kick, you're saying?
That's gonna be his biggest weapon. That and the right
Ooh.
hand.
Oh, I don't. Oh, good left hand by Sterling there.
Is-
God, Henry sits so upright.
What weight class is this?
Bantamweight, so 135.
See, that's his best kick.
But he's not sending up, is he?
He doesn't. He
doesn't set it
sets
up?
it up weird. That's why he stands so tall.
Mm.
The tallness sets it up.
Mm.
See what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's a weird, like,
Yeah, if I'm Cejudo's team, he's not landing too much on the feet. He's had more.
I thought he would box more.
Me too. I thought he'd have. If you're his team, you're like, yeah, you have more success when you're taking him down.
But also,
But then you get in trouble with the.
I think what Aljo's doing that's making it weird is he's pushing him back.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. I mean, usually the shorter guy's pushing forward, and I think Henry's not going to start pushing forward until after round 3. When you watch him in other fights, he'll pick a round and just turn up, and he waits. So they probably have a game plan of like, all right, we'll wait, and then really
Then go.
sprint 3 and 4.
Yeah.
You take one off, you know.
Aljo's doing well on the feet. It's also the reach advantage too is causing some issues for Cejudo.
See how close those are
They're
getting?
getting close. Yeah,
That's
he's
what I'm
winging them,
saying.
but they're close. Yeah,
Yeah, and those it's only round 2.
true.
So it's like when they get close early, they get closer and
Yes.
closer and closer every
And his
round.
reaction time goes down. Yeah.
What's the ref's name?
Herb Dean.
I heard he's like the favorited one, right? Or no?
Kind of.
Depends who you ask.
Well, I'm asking you now. How do you feel?
Yeah, he's kind of the staple now of refs. You know, he does the biggest fights. Refs have a tough job. People say the toughest. I don't agree with that. I feel like the fighters have a tougher job. Call me crazy.
Yeah, right.
I feel like the brain surgeon has a tougher gig, you know? I wouldn't want to be a judge, man, or a ref. Toughest job. I'm like, I feel like Aljo has a tougher task. Oh!
That was creative.
Yeah, it was.
Well, that's what's cool about Sterling too. He can be a little bit more creative because of his like wrestling background,
Mhm.
and he's so like confident, and
Yeah.
he's gonna get up, and so he just kind of lets things flow.
Henry's starting to come forward now, to your point. Oof.
Yep, and that's what he's.
He has
looking-
success when he's going forward, as you were saying.
the way
Dom.
that he's doing this and stuff, those
That's
are
trouble, yeah?
for the right kid.
Yes.
Yeah. So those are the little things that I'm like, make it a tough matchup.
Mm-hmm.
But right now,
Especially as the rounds go on.
yeah, and he's not shooting quite as much as I'd like. I'd like him grappling a little bit more from Sterling, just to lessen the chances.
You agree.
But that's what I've learned in my fights as well. As I've gotten some losses, like, and the game has changed, you have to spend some time, like I was to my point against the fence too, to minimize that 50-50 battle
Yes.
of free-flowing movement,
Mhm.
of pure chance.
Yeah.
You have to, like, it's less pure chance on the fence or on the ground, right?
Oh, that right hand landed
Yeah,
there.
that was nice. That's his best punch, that right hand. That's what
He-
Sterling's going to have to watch for the whole fight.
Also, to your point, I think it's good to shoot knowing you're not going to have success, just to keep the guy.
Like that.
Oof.
like that.
Oh, did he get hurt there? That's weird.
No, it was
Oh.
just a
He slipped?
scramble. It was just a scramble.
Oh, the time broke there.
Would you give that round to Cejudo?
I don't know.
It's close, man. Because
Yeah.
That one was a pretty close.
that one's a tough round to score. That's how these fights go, though. You're going to go back when you look at the decision. You go, that second round, how do you score it? You know, it all comes down to the second
Yeah, if
round.
it goes to the decision, just pray, because we don't.
Oh, the judges, man.
There's literally, it's like a toss-up. You just, even if you think you know who won, it's a toss-up.
DraftKings live odds, Sterling minus 235 now. Came in as a dog.
It changes throughout the fight.
Yeah, those are like live odds. So after 2 rounds, they have Sterling winning.
See, I get better after round 2, so I see that happening for Henry. I can't. That's just how I think. If you're anything like me, like I need more than 2 rounds. I need.
To
read the
download
person.
the
Yeah,
the
like that's
data.
why I was so mad. Like, all right, the fight just happened, right? It's over.
Yes.
No, it's not.
I'm
Like
just
it
getting started.
I'm
Yeah,
just
man.
cooking. Like we just figured each other out now.
Yeah, it's a
We're
dance.
1-1. Yeah. And so then you're gonna stop this with a second left while I'm on my feet, you worthless piece of
I you piece of
I
shit.
fought so hard.
But I also
get here.
think it's the ref's job to know who's in there too. Like if I know
said this
Dom,
to the refs. You need to have a relationship with us.
Yes.
And you don't, then why?
yes,
You're supposed to be keeping me safe, you say, right?
yep,
And how do you not know?
You're right. He is turning it up.
Yeah, he will.
definitely is. Yeah.
3, 4, and 5, he'll turn it up.
He does a great job downloading the data and then going to work.
Damn. I'm learning a lot sitting with you
Oh
boys.
shit!
Hurt him with that knee.
Yeah, he did.
And he's calm there.
That one's a little deeper than usual. But the other hand, yeah, he's safe. His team probably told him too. You're down 2. Look at that back leg. Some bruising there from the kicks.
See how he stays down here? Like, you can't do nothing to him. It's such a crazy. He's good at staying
Yeah, he
in that
does
little
well.
spot right
Yeah.
there.
Ooh. Now it's heating up. Good knee by Henry there. Boy, the key to Henry is going forward, man.
Hmm.
Oof.
Whoever wins that forward
Oh,
pressure.
oh, he's in. Boy, he doesn't have a chance. Henry's hips are too fucking good, man.
That's what I'm saying, though. You're telling me that Davishvili's felt any different he's gonna. I promise you. He's felt this,
I agree.
like.
And in the cardio's there too.
Yeah. So that's the thing is you're not gonna see Sterling get tired doing this. He can
Yeah, I
do
was-
this all day. This style.
Yeah, Matt, that Steve
Even if
Miller-
he's losing here,
Yes.
he can lose here all
Yes.
day. Even like
Yep.
on the feet moving, I'm like, oh, that Henry's got a better chance there.
Yeah,
He
you're
does.
right.
But here in these, even if Henry takes him down, like he'll be okay.
Yeah.
He won't get tired.
Oh,
It's a good knee.
great knee.
Oh my gosh.
I had that Matt Steamroller Favrola on the Schaub show, and he was just, I was asked how Sterling looked. He goes, well, he's going with Merab, man. He's like, his cardio
Yeah,
is
Merab's
nuts.
nice.
Yeah, and he was like, you know, he's handling Merab, man. He's doing well, and his cardio's, we've never seen him look better.
Yeah, it's a
cardio-wise.
perfect partner. That's
Yeah, it really
so
is,
that helps
to get
out
ready for this.
Sterling too. Yeah.
Yeah, Aljo's doing well when it's here, isn't he?
Yeah. But the next 2 rounds are really, really clutch.
Oof. Those next 2 rounds scare me.
Oh, he was right
If
in
you're
it.
an Aljo fan, those next 2 rounds scare me.
Yep.
Oh, that's a
Because
good feint.
they become more and more stand up in the next 2 rounds.
Yep. Oh, damn, good shot. Most guys
Yeah.
get taken down.
Yeah. See, and he's not using energy here,
Yeah, he's just
and he's
chilling.
not taking damage. So
Yeah.
this is where I give, and he doesn't like give his back up here. See, this is where I give.
Yeah, he's
Sterling-
not hanging on the single leg, wasting energy.
It's weird. He is, but he's not.
But he's kind of chilling.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
weird, right? It's
yeah.
like as a fighter, like here, you go, okay, stand up, stop bullshitting. And your coach tells you,
Yeah, yeah.
he's not
Quit wrestling
bullshitting.
down.
It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
Like he's not wasting a lot
No,
of
it's
energy.
brilliant.
Yeah, it is
And
actually.
then he just waits till it's safe and gets out.
Yep. And you can't knee him. And
No.
how do you punch him? Because if you punch him, then you let him out
Why can't you knee him?
because he's a
Can't
downed
be a
opponent.
down opponent. See how he has 4 points down if you have 3 points
So
down.
you have to let go of him. Isn't that? It's so smart. And that's
Look at
why-
him. Yeah, you're right.
It's
Jesus
so smart,
Christ.
and that's why
It's so
people
smart.
don't like him. I think is they think that's like that doesn't look like it's
Yeah,
tactics.
like a cop-out almost.
It's tactics though. It's very intelligent. How much energy did he save, and how much damage did he take?
Yeah.
That's what this thing is, you know.
God, look at that stat. Boy, he's getting in on the hips, but those fucking Olympic medal hips, man, are a
He's
nightmare.
like trying to take down his like this,
Yeah, like he's so, like his hips are so
trying
short.
to double
yeah.
leg that. Like, what is that thing?
Oh,
Yeah,
great fucking inside.
We knew that. I broke that down on Unlocking Victory. If you guys are curious,
With
check it
that
out.
trip.
Yes. We knew it was happening at least once. Tune in on YouTube.
God, do you think that wins Cejudo the round there, that takedown?
Bro, every time he gets an advantage, the bell rings. His timing is
According
bad.
to the judging criteria, no.
No, right?
Not that much.
Yeah.
But yes,
Because he didn't do damage.
I would say
there?
this. If it was more close, but I think, you guys tell me, do you think that Sterling, before that takedown, landed more damage?
Yes.
So I would say it should go to Sterling.
Because Sterling
But if you're
did
going
land
to
that
give
knee.
yourself, you had to get that takedown if you're going to give yourself a claim. So that's what Henry did well.
Yeah.
Like, you gave yourself a chance now in that round
Yeah.
to argue.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, 'cause before
if you
that-
didn't get the takedown, he
Uh-huh.
won for sure. Now you're like,
Yeah,
you could maybe try. One judge might give it to him,
Yeah.
right? So those are the little things you kind of need in these.
well, Cejudo looks tired, man.
This is when guys like us, I'll be honest, guys like him, guys like me,
Yes.
you're on now.
Yep.
So this is when he's going to be the most dangerous.
Yes.
Henry's not going to come out tired. He's going to come out dangerous.
And probably make some adjustments.
Because we're ready to be this tired
Yeah.
at this point.
And my question is, why is it that you're turning up? Is it because you're studying more and more?
You know that you have 2 rounds to get the job
Gotcha.
done.
Championship rounds.
And you know that when guys slow down a little, openings happen, so the finish is coming. Finish can be there.
That was a great kick by Aljo to start that
Mhm.
round.
Watch that right hand.
Mm-hmm. The counter.
Henry's looking for it right now. Right hand, right kick. See, they gave it to Cejudo that one. Some people gave it to Cejudo that round.
Yeah, one guy did 3. A lot of guys have it Sterling 30-27.
I mean, I see Sterling controlling the fight his way,
Me too.
but
I think these last 2 rounds are what going to make kind of the
Mhm.
decider here, to your point. Because you can tell Cejudo is turning it up.
yeah, he is. He's going to come heavy in the last 2.5 minutes with pressure and try to get the finish in the last 2.5 minutes every round. I like that. And look at all the high-low that Sterling's doing. That's what makes it so. See how he doesn't
Has
know if
level changes?
that's what's helping him the
Oh, that was a
most.
cool elbow.
He doesn't
Very
know.
John
You don't know if
Jones-ish.
he's shooting or punching or kicking.
If I'm Cejudo's team, I'm saying, hey, land that takedown earlier. Don't wait till the last 30 seconds to get that trip. Land it early and let's get some damage
It's
done.
hard to grab a hold of Sterling.
Yes.
It is. Like, see how he's never sitting still either. And then he switches stance. So you threw a right low kick. Now he's in another stance.
Oof, that right hand got close there.
Oof.
Good knee.
That was his right kick. That's what he does well. He times that. He tries to time that right kick when you come in.
People forget, too. Those numbers are staggering. People forget, too. Aljo's been fighting 10 years now, man. 10 fucking years.
What do you mean?
It's just, he's been around such a long time, man.
And where?
In the UFC,
Oh, okay.
you know?
Oh, nice.
Just
See,
at this level.
He defended the
Yeah,
inside
he
trip on
defended
that
there,
one.
yeah. Is that guy with the glasses Brendan Fraser?
That looked like they didn't look like Brendan Fraser. That looked like Chandler Bing.
I have no idea who you're talking about. Is that a YouTuber?
No,
Matthew Perry from Friends.
Oh, gotcha.
did you didn't watch Friends?
I mean, I've seen it. It's not my favorite.
What the fuck?
It's good. It's solid, you know? It's 5 friends in an apartment.
I'm done talking to you. As soon as this wraps, I'm never talking to you again.
You've been a really good sport, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're a big
Considering you don't know
Friends fan?
anything about this
I
at
know,
all.
right?
Yeah, and you, like, on a professional level, I mean, you know some stuff. I see your notes, bro.
No, I just wrote these all down
Study.
today.
No, like I said, dude, I see what you know, bro. That shit's
I see what you wrote down. It's disgusting.
Thank you.
it's
When he came with note cards, I'm like, what is that?
great fight. These guys, fucking awesome.
Agree.
I agree. Too.
135. Let's go. That's how we do it. Always.
Aljo keeps
entertaining.
trying to catch that kick, and it's just not happening for him.
I'd rather him try to catch it than eat it on the face. Thank
Yeah.
God he's seeing it. But I don't like the reaching. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't like the
I don't
reaching.
like the reaching.
Ooh.
Get out of there.
Good feints.
Mm-hmm. That's a Cejudo got to kick it.
Oh, that elbow was nice too that he just threw.
From Aljo?
Yeah, like that. Those little things people don't see. So they're in the clinch and he throws that out. It gets you to let go of him for just that second. The elbows and the knees in between are really nice. And this is where Sterling wants to be. Like, it's so smart. Again, like, go ahead, put me in a front headlock.
Yeah, Henry keeps getting there. I wonder if he's thinking eventually of switching to a guillotine or something there.
You know, he wants to get behind him.
Yeah.
Take the
and
back.
ride him.
Yeah, just get behind him and, you know, wrestling position.
Ooh.
Nice. He's so long.
Dude,
like,
look at
lanky.
the position of
Oh my
Henry
God, he's in a
Cejudo's
splits,
legs.
bro.
And notice how his arm's inside, too. This is trouble. Holy shit. Wow. Now he would transition to the back.
I'm so blown away by his flexibility.
That was insane. I mean, he's 4'7", but insane.
What does his flexibility have to do with his height?
I mean, you know, shorter distance to go. Like if Shaq's doing that, yo, Jesus Christ. That was a great round for Sterling, man.
Yep.
That takedown was nuts.
Yeah, he's winning right now.
Yes, 100%.
No doubt. He's controlled this.
Hey, Keto G, what's the corner saying? There's no way they're saying he's winning this fight.
Henry's corner said it's 2-2 or he's down 3-1.
Wow, if I'm his corner, I'm like, hey, dude, we have to get a finish here. Saying
No, but
2-2 is insane.
I mean, I don't know if it's insane with our judging, bro. Swear to God, I wouldn't say it's insane
No,
anymore.
yeah, I'm saying it from a coach's perspective to say it's tied, you know?
Well,
Wouldn't
this
you
is
wanna-
here's my thing. We don't know his camp. How do we know that Henry
Yeah.
isn't a yes man guy?
Yeah, true.
That he responds to, you're the winner, you're the winner,
You're
you're
right.
the winner, you're the winner, you're the
You're
winner.
doing
We don't
well.
know
He needs
their
confidence.
camp, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
you're right.
So they could just be telling him what he needs to hear, not what the truth is, and
Legit
that's
point.
98% of the world right now.
100%.
I don't
yeah.
want to hear the truth. I want to hear what makes me feel good inside.
Bro, the way you tie that in with politics,
Boom.
So nonsense, dude. I'm
Nice
over
combo.
It. Sorry.
I really like
And do you want to put one of your spiels up?
No, I think I'm good, man.
Okay.
No, I'm
That was
just gonna
it.
ride this
That was
out.
it.
I know that was the segue there, and I missed it.
Son
But I
of
think
a-
we did all the reads. They did zoom in on
Throw
that.
one in there.
They did-
Monorex. The newest coach. You can get him in England. They're my people. Check them out. Monorex. Thank you.
What, Monorex? Where are they
Yeah.
at in England?
Well,
I'm going out there. Tell them to hook me
are
up
you
with
really?
a jacket. Yeah, I'm
Done.
flying out there.
We're telling them right now. We're telling our guys right now at Monorex. Pull them up.
I'm in London.
Monterex.
Belfast.
Monterex. It's my guys taking good care of MMA fighters.
I'll rock a leather jacket around London.
Monterex.
he wasn't hooked on phonics.
Yeah.
Monterex.
Monterex.
Is that it?
Somebody was at the Sylvan Learning
What
Center with
ethnicity
us.
are you?
They're Korean.
That's the first Korean
That's
I've never
it.
seen
There it
spell
is.
right.
That's the one.
That's
No,
crazy.
I'm
Me
bad.
and you on the same level right now,
I'm,
bro.
I'm horrible at math and spelling.
So I like how Cejudo's pressuring and heading off. He's not following, so that's what he's doing well. What I like what Sterling does is the second he throws a punch, he either shoots or he exits. It's like
He's
so
not
nice.
sticking around, yeah.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Boy,
And he's,
Oh,
look
he's
how
trying to
good-
go knock him out.
Look how good a shape he's in.
Phenomenal shape. Both of them.
Yeah.
Oof, come on.
I mean, even that. Like I remember, your coach will always tell you, "Don't turn your back. Don't turn your
Never.
back." How he's turned his back. He always turns his back. It's like he finds
does
a
it
way
to
to
get
use
out,
it
right?
to almost stay safe.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Remember when Alistair Overeem was like one of the first to do it?
Yeah.
He's like running.
You're
We're
right.
Like, what
Yeah,
the
he's
f-
like-
it looks so weird.
It did,
Like, why is he running?
and it worked.
It worked.
And then he knocks you out. Like, what the hell? And then also Sterling's always circling. He's not going straight back. That's what's
Mhm.
really helping him a lot.
Ooh.
Nice chin.
It's be interesting if Aljo gets a takedown here late in the fifth.
Oh, good left hand got him right in the schnoz on that one.
Man,
2 minutes and
if
30
I'm
seconds.
Henry's team, I know it's easier said than done. Yeah, I'm saying takedown, dude. Get the earlier takedown.
Nah, what's a takedown gonna do? He
Ooh.
has to knock him out.
Yeah, takedown is just buying the other guy time.
And now he's landing more
I
pressure
think
right
it's
now.
2-2 though. But again, his coach could just be saying that to give him the right mindset. Like, to
Well, I
your
mean,
point,
he could be right. That's the thing. Nobody knows really.
you're
so
right. With
yeah,
judging,
what-
it could be 4-0.
that's how I look at it from coaching. Like, all right, nobody really knows. So what do we got to tell my guy to win?
Yep.
That's it. Nothing else matters.
Cejudo just looked at the clock.
I saw that.
Because he knows he's got 2 minutes to get the finish.
Yep.
In his head.
Yep.
Not, I'm tired. You know, some people can see it both ways. But he doesn't look tired at all.
Yeah, there's a big difference in him looking at the clock and then when
Some other guys.
Jones looking at the clock, but when you saw Woodley look at the clock,
Yes,
you're
you,
like,
you know what I'm
"Jesus, dude."
saying now.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Cejudo's takedowns, his intros are insane.
Or Sterling's, you mean?
Yes.
Yes. His defense is. We knew Cejudo's defense would be good, but
Dude, just so we're clear, DraftKings has the live odds right now minus 550 for Sterling, so that's pretty
I mean the numbers are on Sterling's side.
big time. But again, with these judges, you never know.
Yep. You really don't.
No, oh hell no.
It's crazy. Like if they gave it to Cejudo, I would be like, oh well.
Because if you gave, let's say, because that second round was close, that last round, I could see maybe Cejudo. So you give 2 and 4.
I
and
wouldn't
then this
agree if
fifth.
they gave it to Cejudo. I think Sterling's won up till now.
Me too.
But I could.
But I'm just saying, I can see how. Yeah,
they've
I can
done
see
it
how they
before.
would fuck it up and give 2-4, maybe this fifth.
And he's pressuring a lot in this fifth.
He gets his takedown, is trouble.
Oh, shit.
Now he has his back.
See, and when you lose you can't lose the fifth.
No.
So this is a bad look for Sterling.
At
I
least-
don't like that he took off the fifth, but I still think he won. But I don't
Me
like that
too.
he took off the fifth.
And those judges who are on the fence, it's definitely not good.
He's gonna throw him for big points right now.
Over shoulder?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, just in
Ooh.
time he turned. Good fight.
They should have done the Don Fry thing there and just start wailing on each other. Yeah, great fight. I
find
would
that
give it
so
to
hard.
Sterling.
Yeah.
But
I love like after like you watch two human beings like try to kill each other and then right as the belt, it's just so cool to me. I'm surprised because I'm so like I think that how I would be is like if I wouldn't want to talk to you or even look at you after I'm done fighting you.
that's
No,
different
you-
'cause
it's how you know you
it's
have
a
a fight, yeah.
yeah, it's a respect because you both
get it.
walk, you both risk the same thing.
Trust
and
me
it's
when I
over.
say,
You're
dude.
so relieved.
You would, I promise you on everything holy, you would hug that person. That person will be part of your DNA for the rest of your life. You can't help it. It's like a weird, disgusting family member that you hate and like at the same time.
Because they're the only person that can share that common experience with you. Does
Oh, that
make
makes sense.
It's
yeah.
so
So
weird.
you create
man.
this weird bond.
It's a weird thing.
I wouldn't say I did. I didn't mean it in like a
No, you
disrespectful
said you
way.
spit on him.
Well,
I
first of all, I
felt
spit
it.
on people that I like.
I mean,
so.
I felt
I didn't know
nothing
that.
but disrespect from you, to be honest.
See, if you didn't stutter, it would have hurt more. I think they're gonna give it to Henry for some odd reason.
Dude, you're out of your mind.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
They
The-
might.
and the numbers are so on Aljo's side too. Like your
I
numbers.
know. Don't do that to our sport.
Yeah, don't do it.
They're gonna
It could
do
be
it, bro,
tough,
and people are
dude.
gonna
Stop.
be pissed.
No, don't
Stop.
don't put that bad juju out there.
No.
This
As
is
soon as they
Aljo's
do it, I'm
fight.
just getting up and leaving. I'm not even wrapping up the show. Just
Yeah,
fucking
he's
move
like,
the
I
curtain.
told you.
Don't tell me that you guys know about this sport.
And that first round for Aljo all day had his back once dominant, took him down. And that was a good Cejudo too. If Aljo wins, that wasn't a bitch ass Cejudo. He looked pretty good. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah,
Huh?
he didn't look.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked
To your
healthy.
point,
he looked
ring
healthy
rust.
and rested
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not rusty.
No, not at all.
Oh, man,
doesn't
this is
exist,
it.
Man, if you train, you're ready. Now look at the face. Who's got more damage, right? You'd say if you
Not
look
even
at the
close,
face,
right?
yeah, you'd say Henry has more damage on the face. I would say Sterling won.
Yeah, me too.
You know, but we'll see.
That's what
Look at his
Aljo's,
face. Look at
Aljo's
his-
like.
did you
Look,
see
I
on
don't
his
have a
face?
mark. Look at his face.
Split.
And if damage decides,
What's it? Split?
Yeah, split decision.
but they always
49,
judge the
47.
fifth.
Aljo won, baby. They
Ooh,
got
that
it
was
right.
Close, bro.
That was close. Split decision.
Wow, I don't know.
Good on
That's
Aljo.
crazy.
Now Aljo goes to 45, and then Marab's going to come up. Then you have Marab Sugar. That's a tough one for Sugar, but
He's gonna win that one.
Sugar, he could. Very easily could.
And now, honestly, he'll go up, and Cejudo and Sterling, O'Malley could still happen. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That could still happen. So I think Sterling goes up, and then we'll see though.
Yeah, and also to your point of the entertainment side of things, with Marab being, he doesn't really do the entertainment, and he doesn't even want to fight his teammate. So UFC might be like, man, we'll just do, Cejudo and Sugar. See how George shows some fucking respect. Most title fight wins in bantamweight history. Dominick Cruz tied for second. Aljo just tied this man. Still want to spit on him?
First of all, everybody knows I was talking shit when he wasn't listening.
It's true.
I didn't even talk shit.
He called out
Oh, there's
Sugar
Tim.
Sean.
Yeah, it's a smart person to call out. He's got the red coat on and the
And
sunglasses.
to get it done soon, too, because Marab's going to fight probably Corey Sandhagen.
Think so?
Yeah. What's he saying, Keto George?
He's saying he won off of his wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wrote in my notes,
Striking was good, too.
very strong ground game.
Spot on, dude.
You nailed it. Nailed it.
God, Dana's in shape, man.
Yeah.
Bringing in Sugar Sean.
Let's go.
Dude, that
Just beat
Michael
it.
Jackson jacket is sick.
He just comes and punches him straight in the back of the head.
Sugar knows the game, though. Look, Sugar comes right in.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think
Oh, he
that
took the shirt off.
Yeah, he's got the WWE going.
Yeah, he
there It
does.
is. There's the WWE, ladies and gentlemen. Sold. Now, get this. The fight's actually going to be real still. So even though this might be WWE, is it? We'll never know.
Yeah.
That's why they made it happen.
Who put on his jacket?
Well, you know.
Marab did. Marab put his jacket on. That's the
sick.
best
I love
move of the
that.
night.
I love
He's
that.
just in his jacket in the back. How's his coach let him get his
wears
jacket?
it. I hope he wears it home.
That was so
He's like, this thing is sick. He's like, yes. That was
stylistically tough fight for Sugar. Sugar's stand-up's high level, though, so.
His ground game is pretty. I like it. Tim's working on it with him.
Sugar's? It's good. It's not Aljo's. There's not enough hours in the day to
Oh,
catch
what
up to
happened?
Aljo.
No, he tried to take his. He took his jacket back. He's like, don't take my friend's jacket.
Did you hear what
Oh,
he
he
said?
thought it was Marab's jacket. Marab's like, I wasn't wearing this bullshit. I was just messing around.
Did you hear? It looked like Sean was like, dude, I'm just taking my jacket back.
Sugar's like, this is my jacket, dumbass.
That's so funny.
He said September. Signed, delivered, and sealed. Signed, delivered, and sealed.
Yeah, I like that.
That was easy.
Yeah, the fight made itself. Sean Shelby's like, thanks, fellas. What's he saying now, Keto George?
He's saying, I'm not pretending to be no one but the Funk Master. He said, step in the cage, I'll drag your ass.
See, that's what I mean. You either go WWE or you keep it real.
Yeah.
He's saying, you know what?
Keep it real kind of works too, though.
Yeah,
You know, especially when you're champ and those guys, because that other guy can do it. You know,
It
let him do
works.
the entertainment thing. You keep it real, and it still works.
You just
especially
gotta
when-
win.
Correct.
And
But
he's
if
winning.
you're winning, it's all good.
That's why.
You don't need to do it, especially when you're champ.
Yep.
Let the other guys do it for you.
But then I think, all
He's
right,
back
what
in
if
the
you're
ring.
playing the game and you're putting all that pressure and then you win too?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's happening with a lot
Yep.
of guys. They're doing both and then they're doubling down and making all the money. Some guys are doing half
Yep.
the work. Part of the work is putting all that pressure on yourself.
Is there a world where Cejudo retires right now?
Gloves are off.
He retired before. Why wouldn't he retire now?
Yeah, because he's not going to fight for a title. You think he's going to go back down the queue? I doubt it.
No, I did
Not a
that.
chance.
Why would he do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That big bump on his cheek, I think that's when that was a headbutt when he moved up. Because that was
It's
Or-
too risky to go back down the line and face guys.
It's murder is real,
It's-
man. You get some
it's-
monsters
Yeah, they're
down
all
there.
really good and it's not for a title.
Yeah.
So you got to really like want to fight. And
You gotta
just
love
like
it.
Fighting.
You gotta love it, yeah. What's he saying, Keto?
He said he was a little confused because his corner said he won rounds 3, 4, and 5.
You were right. See, and that's
kinda
what I
had it
mean.
For Cejudo too, a little bit.
The fight?
Yeah, a little bit.
You need new glasses, Jim.
I just kind of had.
not even. I don't think. I didn't think it was debatable.
Do you control the mics over there?
What's up?
Do you control the mics
Yeah,
over there?
I do.
Yeah, cut yours off.
Turn yours off.
I did though. I mean, as a fan, I'm not
Yeah.
a fighter. As a fan though.
You used to.
Yeah, but he
These
got
fighters,
out
they
of
know
the
what's up.
pool, man.
Huh?
You guys know what's up, so yeah. But as a fan, I was like,
Don't go and make yourself wrong after you try to prove it.
no, I'm saying like you guys
Come
are
on.
fighters. You guys were fighters. You
Yeah,
guys
but
know
you're a
what's up.
fan. You're
Yeah, as
You're
a
a
fan.
fan.
allowed
As a
to-
fan, I thought.
Yeah,
Cejudo
you're allowed
might
to have a
edged it out.
completely clueless point. You know? It's allowed.
I mean, just me and Dom and the judges and the entire world thought.
We're the only ones that
Aljo
are right,
won?
man.
You don't be surprised if he retires here.
No, he said he's not retiring.
Good.
He'll get somebody good in the top, top 10.
Oh, big time, yeah,
He's still got money to make, so.
for sure.
So, okay, question.
Peter Yan fight's probably out there.
How far down does he have to drop after losing this fight?
It's that's it gets tough with those rankings because he's been out 3 years, comes back, loses, and those other guys been working. They have streaks and wins.
Well, that's what happened to me. I lost the title, and then guess what they made me do? Go to the bottom of the line.
Yep.
I faced, I think, a guy that wasn't even ranked on the Fight Pass, on the main event of the Fight Pass prelims, which
The
I
Asian
asked
fella,
for, by
right?
the way.
You fought the Asian fella?
I fought Casey Kenny,
That's right.
and then beat him, and then I fought somebody ranked after that in the top 10, and then beat him, and then I had to face another guy in the top 10, and then lost to him, and now I'm still in the top 10, but now we're there.
That was on your recent comeback. Before
Yeah.
that, remember we had the long left. You came back. Didn't you find an Asian
Yeah, I
dude?
fought Thiccc Mizugaki.
That's right.
He was
There
on a
no
5-fight
punk.
win streak
Yeah.
with 5 finishes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Your first comeback.
Respect to both guys, though. That was,
Yeah,
that
great
was an
fight.
awesome fight. I loved how they held it down for the division. Sick. I mean, look at the top 8 in the division: Davashvili, O'Malley, Sanhagen, Jan, Vera, Font,
Font looked great,
Yadong,
too.
myself, and I just am there because Yadong just fought, so I was 7. But since he fought, he moves up above 1, and then as guys keep fighting, they'll keep moving.
Yep.
But what a
All
stacked.
killers, yeah.
I mean, 145 too.
That Umar, or Megan Madoff's the problem. He's a beast.
Yeah.
At 11,
he's-
that
yeah.
kid's trouble.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Everybody in that top 15 can, or top.
It's
Yeah,
all about
top,
styles, right? Anybody can get it done.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. It's literally in the top 15 of each division. I feel like anybody can be a
Any
world
any of
champ
them,
at
yeah.
any moment, but
Depends how
Style.
Yes, style. Even Adrian Yanez at 12 is a fucking savage, man.
yeah,
Even
he
though he
just
just lost to
Plant.
Rod,
Yeah.
tough fight for him. It's a stylistically tough fight for him. There's much better matchups for him in the top
Yeah.
10. Let's get out of fights, though, boys. Appreciate you doing it. Dom, you saved the
Great.
day. I owe you,
Thanks.
brother. You
Good to
saved the
be here.
fucking day.
I hope you guys learned a
135
lot.
Goat. I'm glad you were here, man. We really opened our eyes. No, it was great, man. You did a great job, George.
Yeah, it was good to see the ignorance of the people.
Listen, and,
Between
I-
George and Chin, man.
and don't think it's just for fighting. It could be in any vertical you wanted.
I love it. That's it, fellas.
That was fun. Thank you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in.
You
Love you
clap
guys.
out or you walk out?
That's
Okay,
it.
okay,
We're
cool.
out of here.